Right now, pick up Pro X1 Snow Foam Car Wash 2 for just $15. See store for details. Pro X1 exclusively at your local O'Reilly Auto Parts or O'ReillyAuto.com.
O'Reilly Auto Parts.
Hear that? That's the sound of someone experiencing Marco's new bold Magnifico pizzas. Enjoy 2 kinds of pepperoni on the Pepperoni Magnifico. Revel in Old World sausage on the new Sausage Magnifico. And rejoice in harmonious layers of savory pepperoni and sausage on the new Ultimate Magnifico. Try new Magnifico pizzas starting at $9.99 at Marcos.com. Marcos. Pizza lovers, get it. Price and participation may vary. See store for details.
Do you have AC needs? Turn to the experts at Carrier. Go to millsair.com.
Portions of the following program were pre-recorded.
Broadcasting live from the injury law firm of Kaufman and Lind Studios. Why Kaufman and Lind? Because you matter. Contact them at whenyouneedus.com or dial pound 546 on your cell phone. This is WTKS FM HD1 Cocoa Beach, Orlando. Listen on your free iHeartRadio app for all your music, radio, and podcasts. Someone's going to get offended. It's just the way the world works. So to hopefully save everyone a little time and or energy, here's this. The opinions that you hear are those of the host and callers, and not those of iHeartMedia, its management, or advertisers. You are now listening to The Jim Colbert Show on Real Radio 104.1.
That's right. Here we go on a Friday edition of the Jim Colbert Show. Thanks so much for tuning in. We do appreciate it, and we do have a whole lot of entertainment for you today. We will get you caught up on what's happening out there in the world. We'll do that with Deb's Woke News. 3:20 or so we'll do that. Ember's only at 3:45 with an absolute stunner of a cigar today, so stay tuned for that. 420 PTK with our buddy Faiz Kara. He is the restaurant critic for the Orlando Weekly, talking about some cool stuff. Rich Tips at 5 o'clock with Candace Rich. Trivia in the 5 o'clock hour. Ross Thoughts at 6 o'clock. And, of course, last call at the end of the program, plus your calls, text, and talkbacks all day long. Welcome to the program. I am Jim. To my left, my lovely and very dangerous co-host, Ms. Deb Roberts.
Hello there.
Producer Jack Bradshaw.
Good afternoon.
Comedy alien, Ross Padgett.
I didn't forget about Gumby.
407-916-1041. Text us at 77031. Find us on social at Facebook and Instagram at The Jim Colbert Show. On Twitter, it's just at Jim Colbert Show. And, of course, all day, every day at JimColbertLive.com. Have no idea what that meant, but it killed Jack. JimColbertLive.com.
I thought for sure he forgot to think of something to say.
Yeah. And then you're
as
wearing
he
a green shirt.
And then he pulls that one out. I'm like, he planned that, son of a bitch.
How's it going today? Everybody good?
So far so good. Also, Jack's having a great day because he just nailed that.
How's that? Oh, yeah, really?
Yeah, because I didn't know where I was going.
Okay, very good.
And then I'm surprised that I also said Gumby.
Okay, that's fine.
But you remember that dope-ass horse?
Yeah,
remember
dude.
That's Pokey.
That's Pokey.
Pokey.
Oh, yeah.
Gumby was the green guy.
Oh,
Yeah.
Who, had their resurgence thanks to Eddie Murphy.
That's right. And that lasted a long time.
It did.
Now you have to look up, oh, no, Mr. Bill.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, that's classic.
I used to fall asleep trying to stay awake on Saturday nights
yeah.
to see Mr. Bill in the late 70s.
He was the original Kenny.
Of all the things that my parents hated about me watching SNL, Mr. Bill was the thing.
Get out.
They're like, it's so violent. I said he's clay. He's clay. Like, everybody gets that, right? When they're smoking inside, he's clay.
You're 12.
We're all sitting in a bedroom that we turned into a den, and everybody's chugging Winston's.
Yeah.
It's clay. Everybody's fine. I have my lungs are a shell of plaque from nicotine right now.
Because of your childhood.
Yeah, because of my childhood. Go ahead.
See, now if your parents vaped.
Yeah. Oh, it'd be worse.
It would be worse because you would be way less cool.
Would it be worse, let's say, than getting the notice in the mail today to tell you how much your homeowner's insurance went up? Would it be worse than that?
Depends on how much it went up.
That happened? I will tell you.
How much did it
You
go
got a
up?
percentage?
Oh, this is so fun while politicians are fighting about stupid
Disney?
stuff. And,
Oh, yeah.
all the really important things that matter in life, like Disney and all the stuff that you pay all that attention to. And I get a letter today, like many Central Floridians and many Floridians in general, letting us know to bend straight over and take the lube that we sent you with this increase, apply liberally, and you might want to get a broomstick to bite on. This is going to be a little painful. Did you get your increase?
I did, and that's when I ended up getting a new roof.
That's right.
And with the new roof, I found insurance because I was forced to because my last company said, we're out of here.
Right, yeah.
We're not playing Florida games anymore.
Peace out.
They left in the middle of the night like a 50s dad.
Yeah, Audi 5.
Got new insurance, and with the roof, went back 2 years in my price. I'm actually paying $400 less than I was last year.
Oh,
Unbelievable.
right.
So you're the guy, huh?
I'm the guy.
I wouldn't tell a lot of people that. How about you?
Well, it was $14,000 for the roof.
Okay.
What's the question? How's my roof? My roof's good.
No.
Homeowners, no. I have not gotten the notification.
Okay, so it's coming, right? It's just a matter of time, and we knew we had been dodging it, right? Like
It's Thanos inevitable.
Yeah, we knew,
Yeah.
and we were waiting and waiting. We're like, wow, maybe they just overlooked this, and we were literally like hiding in the closet from an abusive dad.
Yeah.
Like, oh, please don't see us.
We got ours.
Or
Let me find out how much it is.
See our sister first. Whatever. We were avoiding it, and I got the mail, and it didn't even look like anything.
Yeah.
And it was just it was a label or a
Single page
addressed to my wife.
8.5 by 11.
8.5 by 11 in an envelope. It looks like a notice, for like if your car got recalled. That's kind of what it looks like. And she opens it up and says, "Oh, it's our homeowners insurance increase." And I went, "Oh, Jesus," because we added a pool on top of everything else. Not to mention, bless you, that we don't live within an area of flooding, but we don't live far from it because, of course, the river flooded just around the corner from where we were. And believe it or not, we're only 22 miles from the ocean, or 19,000 feet as they measured it out. So my homeowner's insurance went up
50%.
What do you think?
70.
Oh, God.
I'll go 20.
It's between that, about 40%, $3,000 more a year.
Oh.
Yeah. $3,000 more a year.
Oh, that's just like walking around money for you.
Well,
You've got that in your pockets.
It doesn't matter if it is or isn't. God almighty damn.
Oh, my.
I mean, who wants to
I think
spend...
it is walking around money. You
Who
kind of
wants to
took that
spend-
well.
It's $250 a month. I mean, it's not like a ton.
Oh.
But my
Oh,
God.
well, don't forget, you're working around with 3 people. That it is a ton, okay?
There's a lot for $250 a month.
Yeah,
you can do.
exactly.
It's not a ton, but I mean, it's enough to make you pay attention.
You can get an Xbox for that
Oh,
price.
yeah, you get a bunch of them.
You can get a lot of Xboxes,
Yeah, I mean,
right?
you know.
Like an Xbox I.
We were afraid, because we were wondering why it was so, because it really isn't that much compared to what I've heard. Her mother, hers went up even more, and her house is smaller. The property is smaller, and it went through the roof, like way more than ours.
Are you going to shop around?
No, I mean, there's no, to where?
Well,
To another state?
no.
Yeah.
There are other companies.
Yeah.
And you can, just like you do
Yeah.
in car insurance, you can.
But
Yeah.
you
Get a
don't want
quote.
you don't want to do that,
Man,
right? You don't want
I don't-
insurance adjusters sniffing around your property, finding something wrong. It's like, fine, we'll pay it.
The last one I did with this new company, I took pictures of the outside and the inside, like under the sinks. I had to send them.
Uh-huh.
They sent me back. They made me change. I had some flex pipe and PVC flex pipe because I did my plumbing.
Nice.
And they're like, you need to replace that. So I had to replace it with, firm, tubing, sewage, not sewage, for your sink. But that wasn't flex pipe. So I did that, sent them the picture, and I'm like, okay.
Oh, really? See, I
Oh,
don't-
yeah, buddy. Let's go.
Yeah, I don't want to take any chances.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying, man.
I
Just
don't.
write
How
the
old's your roof?
check.
How old's
Just
your
write
roof?
the check.
10 years.
Ooh.
Oh, you got another 5
Yeah,
before they
that's-
can force you.
Also, have you heard the latest with solar panels?
No.
Yeah. So if you have solar panels on your roof, you need to do some reading today.
Oh, boy.
Yeah, because apparently homeowners insurance is going to start looking at homes with solar panels differently on their roof. Because Jack just had to pay to have his taken off and then put back on.
Right,
So
right.
if your roof gets damaged in a hurricane,
Right, here we go.
The cost of taking those off and putting them back on would be wrapped up in the insurance cost to replace the roof, would it not, Jack?
Yeah.
So I mean, that's so insurance companies are going, well, that's another $4,000, $5,000, $6,000, $8,000 or whatever.
Yeah.
So they're like, wow. So we need to start looking at that now. So that's in play now.
God, gotta love insurance companies and how they all make us squeal like little pig girls that we are.
Don't use girls.
Yeah. Don't read my journal.
I'm sure the state legislature is going to step in to protect Florida homeowners.
It's what they do,
Yeah,
Jack.
they did twice this year.
It's
What,
what-
you didn't get any relief yet?
It's what they do.
I got a toll relief once. That was pretty dope. That saved me like $4. So I guess that's a wash. I guess that's a fair trade.
Well, and when it goes to changing, we're like, man, I don't know. You don't want to take the even because here's the thing: you change insurance companies. You're like, yes, I saved $1,500 a year, and then 6 months later they send you a thing going, hey, it's going up $9,000 or whatever. Oh God Almighty! And my deductible is like $1 billion. Like my hurricane deductible is like, well, let's hope it takes off half the house.
Yeah, because I think it's like 5% or
$13,500 or something or whatever it is. I don't know.
Oh man, texters weighing in. 770311 said theirs went up 120%.
Yeah, somebody said rent solves the problem. It does right until the person who owns the home has to increase your rent because their insurance just went up. Like they're gonna soak that up.
This is how.
Yeah, they're just gonna pass that right on to themselves, guys.
This is where trickle down economics really shines.
Right,
is when it's bills. Is when you have to pay. That's where trickle down works.
Oh man. I saw that, and she started opening that thing up, and I was like, "Oh my God, this is like a death warrant. Just open it up. Just tear the Band-Aid off of my forehead, my hairy forehead, and let's just see what it's going to cost." God Almighty! And we got lucky. I'm going to be honest with you. I consider that lucky.
Well,
that increase.
Someone said mine went from $6,700 a year to $13,200.
That's a mortgage payment for your house insurance, like $1,000 a month.
That's also whack.
It is whack AF.
You sure they know about the pool? Because maybe it's going to go up more.
They do. That's exactly what we thought. Because my wife is going, God, they may not know we have a pool.
There goes Jack.
Because everyone was going up anyway. I don't think it's gotten up enough.
I thought the same thing,
Let me tell you what she said.
There goes Jack.
They don't know about the pool. I immediately ran to the internet to find some of that stuff that the military people spread over their stuff. I was like, I'm camouflaging the pool. So we'll figure out when they fly their insurance satellite over the house. And then we'll bury this pool and then take it back off. We'll swim in increments, but it'll be fun. And it'll cost us $6,000 a year less.
You took the diving board off, right?
I can't even have that, Jack. My God Almighty.
That's not what you told us.
No, that's not true. God, a muddy damn. Don't you dare do it.
So it's only weekends you put it out?
Yeah. Right. Well, and you got to remember what I was doing when I was doing this house project. My electrician tells me, he goes, by the way, buddy, because we had to put extra...
Buddy, you know this is going to be good news.
Oh, yeah.
By the way, buddy.
We had to put extra breakers in my box to be able to run the pool pump and stuff. And when he put it in there, he goes, hey, bub, just let you get a little heads up here. He goes, when insurance companies do inspections, when it's all said and done, or when the counties do it, they let insurance company know if your power box is older than 25 years. And they're shutting down inspections and failing inspections on stuff that doesn't even count if your box isn't old enough, that they make you switch it out. So while we were doing it, I told him, I said, just go ahead and swap the damn thing out while we're doing it now. So that if they come to inspect the house and they go to inspect the breakers, make sure they're right, and they see my box is old, let's do it now. Deborah, you are the worst human being that ever lived. You are the worst. I said old box, and she can't keep it together. 407-916-1041. Do news while you're laughing. What's coming up for news? What's coming up for news?
All right, let the old box scroll back up, would you?
Easy. God almighty, girl.
Governor Ron DeSantis is on the cover of Time magazine.
All right.
Central Florida leaders react to Disney's decision to scrap that tiny $1 billion project. And which state can you find the worst drivers in the U.S.?
Oh,
we'll take your guesses and more.
Is it Castleberry?
We'll tell you that and more coming up next during Woke News.
All right, 407-916-1041. Back with Deb's News and more of the Jim Colbert Show. Hang loose.
Hear and see the monsters like you never have before. The Monsters Live at Night, rated RRR, June 2nd at Mount Dora Music Hall. Sponsored by TK Law, OneFirmForLife.com. Get your tickets now, online at monsters.fm.
From the Clausman Law Traffic Center, car crash, call Clausman Law. ClausmanLaw.com.
Looking at your normal afternoon delays on I-4 in the Orlando area as you travel between US 2070 and the 429 and between the Greenway and Osceola Polk Line Road. Looking at heavy traffic southbound on the Turnpike due to a crash that blocks the left lane just before the Mineola exit. Another crash blocking the right lane southbound on 436 between Hoffner and Lee Vista Boulevard. If you see traffic problems, call the Safe Touch Security Traffic Tip Line at 866-676-8477. From the Traffic Center, I'm Samantha Canning.
This report is sponsored by Fresh from Florida. Hey shoppers, this is your local farmer letting you know that Florida watermelon is in season right now. Look for the Sunny Fresh from Florida logo while you shop. We're going to need a lot more help at checkout.
From the Florida Department of Agriculture.
Tools Ace Hardware has all the best brands in grilling and outdoor cooking, from Traeger, Big Green Egg, Weber, Napoleon, and Uni. I'm firing my egg up this weekend and making a pork butt. I cannot wait. Come check out the new Traeger Flat Rock Griddle, now in stock at most Tools Ace Hardware location. This Traeger Flat Rock Griddle, fueled with propane, will open up an entire new world of griddling and frying, steaming, sautéing, while delivering that innovation and premium quality that Traeger is certainly known for. Plus, previous model Traeger Timberline pellet grills, now $700 off while supplies last. Just visit one of their 12 Central Florida locations or shop online, acehardware.com. That way you get free assembly and local delivery on grills $3.99 and up. It's Tools Ace, the backyard place.
This earful of Rail Radio is sponsored by RC Hill Mitsubishi, Highway 1792 in DeLand.
If there's anything better than getting a few of your favorite things from McDonald's, it's getting a few of your favorite things from McDonald's for less in the McDonald's app. Delicious. Order in the McDonald's app today. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba.
Use mobile order and pay on the McD app and get 30% off any purchase of $5 or more, like a steak, egg, and cheese bagel meal. At participating McDonald's, valid once a day through 12/31/23, excludes tax, must opt into rewards.
The McCafe Oreo Frappe has altered my brain chemistry. It's got tasty mocha, a hint of coffee, and Oreo cookie pieces. All of this deliciousness is blended with ice, then covered in whipped topping and even more Oreo cookie pieces. Whoa, that's cold. Brain Frappe! Hurry, the McCafe Oreo Frappe is back for unlimited time. Use the McDonald's app and get 20% off your order of $1 or more. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba. Offer valid 5/1/23 through 12/31/23 at participating McDonald's. Valid one time per day until supplies last. Oreo is a trademark of Mondelez International Group used under license.
It's Ram season, which means it's time to serve with Ram 1500, Ram 3500, and Ram TRX. Hurry in now for great deals on the trucks that are built to serve. Right now during Ram season, get 10% below MSRP on the purchase of a 2023 Ram 1500 Laramie. Not compatible with lease offers or with any other consumer incentive offers. Contact dealer for details. Take retail delivery by 5/31/23.
If you're hiring, it can feel like you're trying to find a needle in a haystack. You can hope the right person comes along, or you can just use ZipRecruiter. And now you can try it for free at ZipRecruiter.com/radio. In fact, ZipRecruiter has helped a lot of business owners find their needle in a haystack, like Marco, president of operations at Telly Tires and Auto Centers. Because Telly Tires has grown a lot in the last few years, Marco needed to hire everyone from a receptionist to a store manager to a head mechanic.
ZipRecruiter helps me find all the right people, even the most difficult jobs to fill. ZipRecruiter helps me keep my business running.
Take it from Marco and millions of other businesses who've used ZipRecruiter. ZipRecruiter can help you find the needle in the haystack.
See why 4 out of 5 employers who post a job on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. And right now, you can try ZipRecruiter for free. That's right, free at ZipRecruiter.com/radio. That's ZipRecruiter.com/RADIO. ZipRecruiter.com/radio. ZipRecruiter, the smartest way to hire.
This Saturday and Sunday only at Old Navy, get summer ready with these hot deals. Get $3 tanks for women and girls, $5 women's jelly shoes, and $7 beach towels. Hurry, it's this weekend only at Old Navy. Valid 5/20 and 21, select styles only.
Hi, Robert Downey Jr. here. Did you know that over $10.3 billion was lost to online crime last year alone? Online crime is a huge problem. It affects everyone, and that's why I've partnered with Aura. Aura gives you the tools you need to stay safe online with almost every tool you need: fraud and identity theft protection, a password manager, parental controls, and more. Sign up for a free 2-week trial today at aura.com/Robert. aura.com/Robert.
At SimpliSafe, we know during a break-in, every second counts. So our home security system is powered by 24/7 professional monitoring agents who use Fast Protect technology, only from SimpliSafe, to capture video evidence and verify a threat for fast police response. Now, install SimpliSafe your way. Do it yourself or have an expert set it up for you with new Pro Install. Get 20% off any new system with interactive monitoring at SimpliSafe.com/radio. There's no safe like SimpliSafe.
At Navy Federal Credit Union, our members are at the very heart of our mission. That's why this Military Appreciation Month, we thought you might want to hear a special thank you message from your friends and family.
I want to give a shout out to my brother Will, who's currently serving as a major in the Army. Happy Military Appreciation Month.
Hi, I'm wishing my pops, retired Colonel Stephen Sheehan of the United States Marine Corps, a happy Military Appreciation Month.
And from all of us here, happy Military Appreciation Month. Commitment connects us. Navy Federal Credit Union. Our members are the mission. Insured by NCUA.
Hear that? That's the sound of someone experiencing Marco's new bold Magnifico pizzas. Enjoy 2 kinds of pepperoni on the Pepperoni Magnifico. Revel in Old World sausage on the new Sausage Magnifico. And rejoice in harmonious layers of savory pepperoni and sausage on the new Ultimate Magnifico. Try new Magnifico pizzas starting at $9.99 at Marcos.com. Marcos, pizza lovers, get it. Price and participation may vary. See store for details.
Hi, I'm Pastor Jeff Shreve, and I invite you to follow me as we pursue wisdom and peace through Pray.com's new podcast, Weekly Wisdom. Every week, we will embark on a journey through the Bible to discover encouraging truths and wisdom to last a lifetime. The Bible says wisdom is like a teacher standing at the gate, calling for us to hear her words before it's too late. Will you answer that call? Listen to Weekly Wisdom with Pastor Jeff Shreve on the iHeartRadio app or wherever you get your podcasts.
Order your Hummer EV at orangebuickgmc.com. We are professional grade. You're listening to The Jim Colbert Show, also available to watch at The Jim Colbert Show on YouTube.
407-916-1041. Text us 77031. Welcome back to the Jim Colbert Show here on Real Radio. I am Jim. Ross is over there.
Yeah.
Jack is over there.
What up?
And Deb has your news.
And now, it's time for Woke News.
It seems like kind of a misuse of the whole woke.
On the Jim Colbert Show.
All right, Woke News, as always, is brought to you by that mortgage guy, Don. Tomorrow morning, give him a listen when he's host of the Home Loans Radio Show. All right, Florida Governor Ron DeSantis is on the cover of Time magazine. On the latest issue published yesterday, an illustration of DeSantis standing in front of the American flag and the Florida flag while peeling an orange. In an article within the magazine, several current and former state lawmakers discuss what DeSantis calls, quote, the Florida blueprint, end quote. The cover story was published ahead of the governor's expected bid for the White House, expected to come on Wednesday of next week. Central Florida leaders are expressing disappointment that Disney is canceling a major construction project that was expected to bring thousands of jobs here to the Sunshine State. Orange County Mayor Jerry Demings issued a statement saying it's, quote, unfortunate, end quote, the entertainment giant will not be moving forward with plans to build the $1 billion Lake Nona campus. He says, however, that there are consequences when there isn't an inclusive and collaborative work environment between the state of Florida and the business community. Orlando Mayor Buddy Dyer says he, too, is disappointed with the news, but says there are many companies that want to invest in our community. Disney cited, quote, changing business conditions, end quote, as one of the reasons it was scrapping plans to move a California division here to Central Florida. Now, we did cover this as breaking news yesterday, but I thought we'd go into it a little bit more in depth for those who maybe didn't hear about it, that Disney is also planning to close what it calls one of its most creative projects ever. The company announced yesterday that Star Wars Galactic Star Cruiser will cease operations at the end of September. The 2-night live-action, role-playing, immersive experience that someone texted in yesterday at 77031 and said it was like $3,000 a person.
Oh, no, it's $4,800 for 2 people for 2 or 3 days or something.
2 nights. Yeah, it's a 2-night thing, and it's about $5,000.
So I have, yes, that's the number one thing that everyone talked about.
Was the cost.
Was the price and the cost.
Right.
However, the second thing that I keep hearing about that experience was how amazing it was.
Yeah. I for some reason, I don't think this is legit. I think this is a news story. There's no way they built that and they're going to close that. There's just no way. There has to be a plan for it. There's no way they're just going to board that thing up and call it good.
Oh, yeah, no, I have a feeling they may turn it into a hotel where
Whatever.
more guests can stay. I think that, you have to be a pretty big, and there are plenty of Star Wars fans that would be willing to pay for that experience.
Yeah, yeah, right. I think they're going to repurpose it.
Right.
However, you have Bob Iger coming in and making changes.
Yeah, exactly.
Without a doubt, whether it's the layoffs that were coming regardless or any of the other changes, I think he's just looking at things that said, okay, well, we're not selling that or we need to do something else. Right. I think they're just going to shift. But, I mean...
They said they've had steady traffic. Yeah. I mean, it's not like bookings aren't a problem. I don't know how that's going to be in 2 years, but I mean...
But the incredible draw that Star Wars is for Disney and that area of the park of Hollywood Studios... They can easily turn that into something where fans would gravitate to.
Yeah. And a lot of people, like when you hear hotel, you think how many rooms? You think so many rooms.
Not this one.
Not this one. That was one reason why the price was so high, because you're not talking about a 500 room hotel. You're talking, I think it was like
100.
Yeah, I think it was 100 rooms.
Right, exactly. And for those who don't have the $4,800, the immersive experience took hotel guests on a simulated space cruise in the Star Wars galaxy. It did open just 14 months ago. No word on why it's closing, but Disney says it's proud of all the cast members and Imagineers who brought Star Wars Galactic Star Cruiser to life.
I got a lot of friends that are bummed out about this.
Yeah. Tori just sent a text. She said she and Jimmy were going to do it until they got their new homeowners insurance.
Jim actually wants to do it for real because he just wants to leave this planet now.
All right, a name that we have not heard for, but as soon as we start talking about the story, those in the audience who remember when this was fresh will be like, wow. A DeSoto County woman whose family made national headlines in the early days of the AIDS crisis is mourning the loss of her third son. Arcadia's Randy Ray died yesterday morning at the age of 43. You'll remember when he was just 9 years old and his two brothers were 7 and 8. They were found to be hemophiliacs and needed blood transfusions. Unfortunately, they each got HIV and then AIDS from the blood transfusions. The boys were not allowed to go to school until a federal court ruled the district must allow them to attend. One of Randy's brothers passed away when he was just 15. The other at 22.
Yeah.
Now, Randy, though, lived long enough to get married, have children, and even grandkids.
Wow.
Yeah. And his mom tells Fox 13 News God blessed her family with the years they had together, and she's glad the boys are all together again.
Yeah, absolutely. If you'll remember, that case got a lot of national attention. Michael Jackson, Elton John.
Yep.
That was the onset of
Princess Diana?
of the AIDS scare here in America, really. The same thing, I think, was around that same time that that Magic Johnson, all of that was like happening at one time. And the AIDS thing was like still a real scare point for Americans. And people didn't even know how to deal with it. They didn't know we really didn't know much about it.
No, we didn't know how you got it. You didn't know how to avoid it. You didn't know.
Well, we knew. We just thought we were going to die from having sex.
Exactly.
Wow, to be a teenager in the 80s, Ross.
Yeah.
That's what you missed.
So wait, every time when you were a teenager and you were hooking up, you were just like...
For a while.
And
for about like 1 year span, you're like, whoa.
Not for a year.
A couple of years, 3, 4.
Well, you got to remember, nobody would play against Magic Johnson in the NBA because they thought that if they bumped up against him, his sweat would kill him. So, I mean, that's one of the biggest basketball stars that ever lived.
COVID-19 is for...
Yeah. Rumors you get it from toilet seats.
Right.
Oh, yeah. You were afraid to touch anything or anyone, and if you did, it was... I mean, think about it. It's the only function we have as human beings that can give life and death.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
All right. A 20-year-old man is going to be spending the next 4 decades behind bars.
Bye-bye.
In connection to a deadly shooting at a Volusia County house party. Kids, listen up. James Powell was only 15 years old when authorities say he and another teen crashed an Oak Hill party back in 2019. And when they were asked to leave, Powell shot 45-year-old Joe Tatro. Well, the victim died from his injuries about 3 years after the shooting.
Damn.
So Powell was just convicted on murder charges in March, and he was sentenced earlier today. Keep in mind, he's 20 to 45 years in prison, followed by probation for life.
Wow.
Talk about absolutely just peeing your life away.
Yeah.
Orange County leaders are hoping to raise awareness of suicide during a forum later today. Mayor Jerry Demings is planning to host conversations about the topic and its impact on the African American community. The event is partnering with the One Pulse Foundation to provide prevention resources. Doors of the Holden Heights Community Centers will open at 6 o'clock this evening. All right, the city of Deltona is asking a federal judge to throw out a lawsuit filed by homeowners earlier this year. We had extensive discussions because, Jimmy, you had a lot of experience where the group of residents in the Stone Island community believe the city is responsible for flooding following Hurricane Ian last year. So the lawsuit claims the city did not take proper safety measures, which led to hundreds of millions of gallons pouring into the roadways. An attorney representing Deltona disagrees and filed a motion to dismiss the case this week. There's no timeline for a final decision. I guess we'll find out.
Those people have been dealing with that for years. By the way.
Yeah. I mean,
bad storms make it terrible, much less a hurricane.
Speaking of bad storms, hopefully the weather's going to hold up for a Welcome to Rockville after the festival got off to a rocky start. Of course, our sister station 101 WJRR is out there broadcasting live for the next 3 to 4 days. The 4-day rock music festival began yesterday, but delayed for the first few hours due to a severe weather warning. The National Weather Service says the chances of rain will start to decrease through Saturday, but then they're going to go back up again on Sunday, which is unfortunate because that's when the final bands are set to take the stage. Organizers
Who's going to go see Tool? Come on.
Organizers believe more than 170,000 people are expected to attend the festival at the Daytona International Speedway.
That last day lineup, those last 4 bands, I'm like, okay, banger, banger, banger.
I know.
And then King. It's Prince, King of the World, Tool. Oh, my God. I've got 2 bands right there, maybe there.
That's Sunday's lineup?
Maybe there.
Okay, yeah. Florida's largest city.
Stealing from my son.
You won't go.
You don't know.
Yeah. Well, Florida's largest city is marking a significant day in history. Saturday, tomorrow, is the 158th anniversary of the day the state of Florida declared slaves to be free, and a celebration will take place in Jacksonville. The festival in the city's James Weldon Johnson Park will feature entertainment, local African-American food trucks, vendors, and kids' activities. Emancipation was proclaimed in Tallahassee on May 20th, 1865, 11 days after the end of the Civil War and 2 years after the proclamation was first issued by President Abraham Lincoln to free slaves in southern states.
It's weird they're doing it in Jacksonville, considering St. Augustine's history with the slave trade. I mean, because right there where that old windmill is, when you go tour the city, they tell you that's where when the ships would come in with the slaves, they would literally take them off the ships and onto that block and trade them right there in the square. So that windmill restaurant, if I remember right, that was where the slave trade was part of it here in the U.S. So it's weird they choose Jacksonville. I don't know that it didn't happen in Jacksonville. I know for a fact it happened in St. Augustine.
Yeah, I know. I thought it was interesting. I hadn't heard of any city having an Emancipation Day celebration.
You know, it can be considered a success in 2023, an Emancipation Day celebration without protests.
Yeah.
St. Augustine, coolest history when it comes to cities in Florida.
I mean, it's the city. It's our country's oldest city.
It's pretty cool. Key West is cool too, but I think St. Augustine is pretty cool.
That's my favorite. Have you ever been?
Yeah.
Yeah, have you ever been, Jack?
Oh, yeah, several times.
Love St. Augustine.
Yeah.
Love it. All right, closer to home, SpaceX is celebrating another successful launch. A Falcon 9 rocket blasted off from Cape Canaveral Space Force Station at about 2:19 Eastern Time this morning. Jimmy, I'm sure you were up writing trivia. The rocket was carrying 22 second-generation Starlink satellites into low Earth orbit. Of course, these will further SpaceX's mission to spread broadband internet around the world.
That brings the grand total to 4,022, guys.
In the meantime, crews are preparing for the second ever private astronaut mission to the International Space Station this weekend. NASA and SpaceX are scheduled to launch 4 Axiom Mission 2 astronauts late Sunday afternoon from the Kennedy Space Center. Man, you'd be able to, that'd be a pretty sweet launch to be able to see if you're from Welcome to Rockville, right?
Oh, yeah.
So the astronauts aboard the Dragon capsule called Freedom are expected to dock at the ISS on Monday morning. The AX-2 will feature 2 members of Saudi Arabia's first astronaut class, bringing Saudi Arabian coffee and dates for the other crew members to try.
How kind of cool is that?
Meanwhile, Amazon founder Jeff Bezos' space company will help NASA get back to the moon. The space agency awarded Bezos' Blue Origin the contract to develop a moon lander to get astronauts back to the lunar surface. The Blue Origin-led Sustaining Lunar Development Program will compete with the Human Landing System from Elon Musk's SpaceX company. SpaceX was awarded a $3 billion contract to develop a rocket for the Artemis program in 2021. NASA hopes to send astronauts back to the moon by the end of the decade.
That must be pretty cool to be sitting there at that station and like, hey, what time are the guys supposed to get here?
I know. I need a cup of coffee.
And you look out the window and there's a effing spacecraft approaching you with some dummy in the window going, hey, we're here. Hey, we're here. I brought the covered dish. And just watch them lock up, airlock, and there they are. There's your coffee and dates.
Aunt Joni's here.
Hey.
Oh, here's some good consumer news. Florida's largest power company is trying to save customers some money.
What? Yeah, okay, hold on here.
Florida Power and Light proposed another utility rate decrease to state regulators earlier today. It would reduce fuel charges by more than $250 million starting in July. Hold up now. That plan would save the average customer almost $4 a month. Ooh.
Hey, I'll take it, but
exactly.
Whenever I hear this good of news of like, hey guys, we're gonna just lop off $4 that you've been spending, I'm always like, okay, but you're taking 20 from somewhere else.
Yeah.
Right, exactly.
Or where are you adding that to?
Yeah, what's going on?
Well, this would be on top of a separate rate decrease that took effect earlier this month.
Yeah, we knocked $4 off your power bill, but from now on, it costs you $0.25 to plug anything in.
Yeah. I'm telling you, we've been so abused by like all these big electric companies, gas companies. It's like, no. Your good news is bad news. I just don't know where the bad news is at.
We're not that smart yet.
Yeah.
Give us a minute.
We're like in between.
Right.
All right. For those who like to go scuba diving or fishing, heads up. The Florida Fish and Wildlife Conservation Commission's 2023 Lionfish Challenge.
Oh, man.
Will start June 1st and runs through October 1st. Registration for the summer-long tournament is open as a way to remove the invasive fish from our waters. Participants compete for the title of Lionfish King or Queen or Commercial Champion, and for bragging rights. Details are available at FWCReefRangers.com.
Reef Ranger. Oh.
FWC Reef Rangers, all one word.com.
Seen that movie. Hey, listen,
Reef Rangers sounds like a bunch of college bros that are into hiking but still smoke mad weed.
No. I was talking about Brief Rangers. There's different. Anyway, so I went
Ream Rangers. That's a whole different show.
At SeaWorld, when you do when you go underneath the aquariums to see the stuff, because you can see it from top and go. One of the weird things that we noticed is there is like this concerted effort to let you know that these fish are not supposed to be in Florida. They have this is an invasive species that you should kill on contact. I mean, it doesn't say it like that, but it does basically pan out and tell you how bad these things are for Florida waters. And it does it over and over. I found that little, not weird, but it was just kind of weird that SeaWorld would spend that kind of time to let you know how bad, every panel had, or you'd go to every glass panel and it would have a little plaque there saying something else about the lionfish.
These are our penguins, super soft, cuddly, our dolphins, and the stupid-ass Lion Kings.
Exactly.
Spit on that fish for me, sir.
They don't belong here.
Just kill them. Choke them out.
Speaking of things you can find near the beach, a beach up in the Panhandle in Franklin County specifically is getting national recognition. Dr. Beach released his annual list yesterday of the best public beaches in the country, and St. George Island State Park came in first. FIU professor Stephen Leatherman has been releasing his list under the name Dr. Beach for the last 33 years.
Very cool.
County tourism official John Solomon told WCTV it's an amazing accomplishment for a small rural community. Panhandle beaches I still haven't seen, but I've heard they're some of the most beautiful beaches we have.
Just nothing like it. If you go to the ocean around Central Florida and you're used to that murky-ass water that we see on the Atlantic coast,
right?
When you go up into the Panhandle in that Destin area and you go out into the ocean, it is like a pool. It's crystal clear. You can't believe it. You can swim out 10, 15 feet and see straight to the bottom, no problem.
See, I've always wanted...
It's beautiful.
I've especially wanted to go to the Panhandle since Hurricane Michael decimated the area, because if there's ever an area in Florida that could use a boost of tourism and people coming back,
and
it would be those areas up there.
And I'll tell you something else, too. You go to the areas down Southwest Florida where Ross is from, Fort Myers, Naples, you're like, man, this is beautiful. These are beautiful homes. Man, you go to that area there, we talk about it because it's so far away for Central Floridians. We don't really talk about it. Man, you don't even. The resorts up there are next level. Next level.
We'll have to check
Beautiful.
it out. All right. A new study is ranking what state as number one in something that it should never be proud of?
New Jersey.
Good guess for your hometown, Jack.
Oregon.
No. Ross?
I'm going to go with California.
Give yourself a buzzer.
Oh, man.
It's Texas.
Oh, really?
It's Texas. Yes.
Wow.
According to the survey from Forbes Advisor, the Lone Star State has the worst drivers in the country.
Wow.
Turns out the report says Texas is in the top 3.
It's hard to drive and shoot.
In fatal crashes involving a drunk driver, a drowsy driver, or a driver going the wrong way.
I'll take D, all above.
Well, Texas has all of them.
Yeah, they win.
They win.
We do have a little bit of breaking news. I don't know if you saw that on the texting service. I guess football legend Jim Brown has passed away.
Yeah, he has at age 87.
There you go.
And social activist as well.
Yeah, for sure.
That news just passed.
Yeah, sorry about that.
No, not at all. Absolutely. It is the news time. So.
Okay, I don't like taking things from you.
No, it's all right. You know, don't worry about it.
Okay.
You do some heavy lifting for a while.
Okay, that's fine.
And now you all are officially woke, and Woke News is brought to you by Home Loans Radio with that mortgage guy, Don. Tomorrow morning when you're starting that honey-do list, make sure you tune in at 9:30 right here on Real Radio 104.1 to listen as that mortgage guy, Don, does a live radio show where he'll answer your questions live on the air. But if you're busy, don't worry. You can still listen to the past 170-plus informative episodes that pull back the curtain and really explain the mortgage business to you at thatmortgageguydon.com or wherever you download podcasts like the free iHeartRadio app. It's peace of mind at your fingertips at thatmortgageguydon.com.
Thanks, Deb. 407-916-1041. Text us 77031. Ember's only up next here on the Jim Colbert Show. Hang loose.
You text us at 77031 and we say it on the air. Sometimes we might even give you credit. Standard data and message rates apply. Real Mobile is powered by Orange Buick GMC and OrangeBuickGMC.com. We are professional grade.
This weather report is brought to you by Mills Air.
I'm Fox 35 Storm Team meteorologist Allison Gargaro with a look at your Central Florida forecast. Afternoon highs today will be reaching 92 degrees. Hot and humid, but by early afternoon, showers and thunderstorms will be moving in, bringing heavy rain, frequent lightning, and the chance for gusty winds. So make sure you stay weather aware. We're warm throughout the weekend, so stay hydrated and enjoy the Central Florida sunshine. I'm Fox 35 Storm Team meteorologist Allison Gargaro.
This report is sponsored by Wawa. Wawa's new Rechargers are handcrafted energy drinks to help you power through your day. Made the way you want, iced or frozen, with natural sources of caffeine. Get energy for every day. Gotta have a Wawa.
Hey everybody, Jim Colbert here. You know your eyes are the window into your world. That is why I never even thought, never considered a discount surgery center for LASIK vision correction. No way, not a chance. That is why I turned to the team over at the Filatowski Eye Institute. These guys are recognized leaders in vision correction surgery right here in Central Florida. I trust them implicitly. For my son and my father-in-law, both came to me and said, is there anything you can do? Do you know anybody? I said, just turns out I do know somebody. Dr. Filatowski's performed over 65,000 surgeries right here in Central Florida for 30 years. These guys have the technique. They know what they're doing. Plus, they have the great tech as well. State-of-the-art LASIK technology, fast recovery times. Most people return to work the very next day. Start seeing the way you were meant to. Just contact the Filatowski Eye Institute, simply texting 1041 to 868686. Schedule that consultation today. They even offer 24-month interest-free financing to qualified patients. Again, just text 1041 to 868686. It's the Filatowski Eye Institute, the smart choice, the only choice for LASIK vision correction.
The new lifetime warranty at Sutherland Nissan Orlando. Shop our huge selection of new Nissan inventory and get the best warranty with unlimited miles for an unlimited time. You have peace of mind for life. The lifetime warranty now at Sutherland Nissan Orlando. OrlandoNissan.com.
The places you drive past have a story to tell, and the Audio app brings those stories to life. Audio automatically plays narrated tales about the natural wonders, local legends, and fascinating histories right outside your car window. Featuring over 10,000 unique stories from coast to coast, many narrated by some of your favorite voices, including Kevin Costner, John Lithgow, and more. Make your next drive an adventure. Audio, the perfect companion for your next road trip. Learn more at AUTIO.com.
I had a radio listener call me after an accident. The insurance company offered him $700. He hired me that day and we were covered $100,000. Injured on the go? Just call Mo. Potential clients may not obtain same or similar results. Mo DeWitt, Orlando's injury attorney.
Hello, Floridians. Today is a good day to do great things. Yes! Like scheduling the dentist appointment you've been putting off for 2 years.
Oh, man.
Like finally fixing that creaky door that drives you crazy. Like getting that massage you definitely deserve.
Oh, yeah.
Or taking time to make sure that your air conditioner is ready to beat the heat all summer long. Do something great today, right now, by booking your $159 AC rejuvenation at CoolToday.com.
Call today, cool today, CoolToday.com.
Considering buying a lab-grown diamond versus a natural diamond? IDC owner Keith LeClaire says, be careful. These machine-made diamonds are being mass-produced, and the value appears to be dropping fast.
If they can create 130 carats per machine per day, and you've got 5,000 people that are growing at that level, do you know how much is already stockpiled? You're talking about millions of carats. Now you're talking about a product that was $5,000 just 3 years ago is now down to almost zero.
So, when trying to choose between a natural diamond and a lab-grown diamond, proceed with caution.
Why would you put your money in something that devalues faster than food you eat?
Before you propose, come to International Diamond Center and get the facts about diamonds from our non-commissioned experts. Learn how diamonds are priced and graded on the world market and educate yourself on the latest trend of lab-grown diamonds.
I want people to know that IDC is about protecting them.
International Diamond Center, 4 Orlando locations, and always at shopidc.com.
O'Reilly. Did you know 1 in 4 car batteries is weak and needs to be replaced? O'Reilly Auto Parts will test your battery for free. If your battery needs to be replaced, our professional parts people can help you find the best Superstart battery for your vehicle and budget. Don't wait. Get your battery tested for free today at your local O'Reilly Auto Parts.
O'Reilly Auto Parts. On the podcast That Moment with Damon John, the FUBU founder and star of Shark Tank speaks with business moguls, celebrities, athletes, and more to get their candid reflections on that moment, the event that shaped and redefined their lives.
You gotta have a little gangsters to survive in this business because they will also challenge anything they think won't fight back. Don't play me.
Listen to That Moment with Damon John on the iHeartRadio app or wherever you get your podcasts.
One day you're serving in the military, and then the next day you come home and you're dealing with an injury.
Britton is in recovery from an addiction to prescription opioids.
My opioid misuse and need got so strong. Addiction is hard. You're not going to fix it on your own. You have to reach out for help. The recovery side of it is amazing. You get to a place where you're proud of yourself again.
If you or someone you know is struggling, there is hope. Recovery is possible. Visit cdc.gov/RX awareness.
This hour is sponsored by Barks in the City, June 3rd at Apopka Amphitheater.
You're listening to The Jim Colbert Show, also available to watch. Yeah, we like it when you watch. At The Jim Colbert Show on YouTube.
Good afternoon, Real Radio. It's Bill Keevan, also known as the 5-Minute Professor. I'm reaching out this afternoon because I am the director of a show at this year's Fringe. It's called Covetous Sin, The Murder of Edgar Allan Poe. There are still 5 shows remaining at the Yellow Venue, and you should come out and see Covetous Sin, directed by me, the 5-Minute Professor.
Oh, there's a good voice. A little blast from the past. Oh, the professor's awesome, man. That was one of
He's a really good guy.
One of my favorite segments on the show from the file back in the day was Bill doing his whole thing, and like because he's a really knowledgeable, super smart guy. He also did a trivia thing with you guys too, right? At one point.
Yep, as the 5-Minute Professor, and then he did trivia around town. But he's always up to interesting stuff, and usually is involved with the Fringe in some way, shape, or form. And now as a director for that show, for all the shows on Fringe and all the Fringe details, you can go to orlandofringe.org.
There you go, 407-916-1041. Welcome back. I am Jim. Deb, Jack, and Ross are here as well. Quick thing, some people have asked me today, because I said I was going to make an announcement regarding the groomer thing.
Oh, yeah.
I got my email from Ray this morning. So I have to go over the timeline. Monday, I'm going to tell you everything you need to know about the case. So I have to go over it to make sure I have my S together. I don't want to get in trouble for this.
Yeah.
I don't want to get the station in trouble for this. I want to make sure I have it exactly right. So Monday when you tune in, I'll let you know everything that happened with the groomer, and I will tell you the name. I will tell you all the stuff that went down, and then that's it. I'll just tell you the true story of what happened.
Well, this is about you're not making any recommendations. You are just going to tell what happened to you.
Look, you can do whatever you want with your dog. You could take him to that place the minute after I say it. If you but I will tell you what happened to us and what made it such a big deal to my wife and I. And when Ray sent the timeline over, I actually read the timeline back over and got just as pissed off reading that as I was that day.
You're having a day, man.
Because it just reminded me of how completely insane that entire interaction was with those people. It went from being perfectly cool to 3 hours later, like you need to get an attorney. And we're like, what the F? What? Hold on, what?
What came first, the email from Ray or your letter with your new homeowner's insurance?
No, it was the letter from Ray first. That set the tone. And then right into that. All right, 407-916-1041. Of course, you can always text us at 77031.
We do have a little bit of breaking news as well. This one is a car crash has shut down multiple lanes of State Road 417. Happened near exit 17A, and all southbound lanes are currently shut down.
Does it say what road that is other than the exit?
It does not. Let me see if I can find it.
17A?
Yeah, you guys find that for us, please, because it's just so much easier when you say the crossword.
I know.
Yeah, but what, last night they had that whole I-4 shut down?
Yeah.
So that was probably storms because
yes,
that's what
where
happened.
we are, we didn't get rained on here, did we?
We did a little bit, but my wife, and you got to remember, that storm that blanked up Osteen and came across there went right through Geneva.
Yeah.
My wife, when she texted me yesterday, she goes, it's raining so bad. Like, the weather is so bad. And then when I told her about the wreck, she said it had to be because of that weather.
Well, yeah.
And if you look at the timeline, that storm would have come over I-4, Osteen, and then hit us. The timeline would have been perfect. So that had to have been what it was.
And it was, 10 vehicles spread over 2 miles?
Yeah. Oh, man.
So let me, I'll continue to look at this.
Have you ever been in a car crash?
Yeah.
Like a bad one?
Not a bad one, but I was a kid, and my mom I think she hit the car in front of her, and I wasn't wearing a seatbelt, so I just smashed my face up against a car seat.
Time out. Her arm didn't save you?
No, I was in the back seat. I was in like the back seat.
Yeah.
So on 417, exit 17 is Boggy Creek Road exit.
Out by the airport.
Yep, up International Airport.
Yeah, and that's important, though, because if you're headed out for a flight, you want to make sure that you get an alternative route, because if that's shut down out there, you need to get off a little bit earlier and wiggle your way around down through Moss Park in that area.
The one good thing, I'm sorry, Deb, in that area, you do have other options.
Yes, for sure.
It's not like I-4 yesterday where,
Right,
this is the only road.
We're stuck. We're stuck. Yeah, Boggy Creek to Landstar.
Yeah.
And I acted like I wasn't hurt to my mom.
Oh, yeah. But
you're a big boy.
I was hurting.
Have you ever been in a bad car wreck?
Not a bad one, but yeah.
Jack? I mean, that thing that...
that was traumatic.
Yeah, come on.
Is that for a while?
Have you ever been in a bad one? I've been in a couple pretty
I've
good
been
ones.
in a couple. Nothing...
I got thrown out of a car when I was a kid and spent 2 months in a body cast.
That's a wild story. Yeah.
I don't even remember it.
Yeah.
But my mom, down here, oddly enough, my dad helped build Disney.
Right.
Like, matter of fact, if you go to Disney and you go to the Main Street, my dad drove in the survey tack that they use to survey Main Street. He used to take us to it all the time. He said, "You see that right there?" He goes, "I drove that in the ground." That's what they use to survey the entire Main Street, right?
Do you know if his name is up on any of the windows?
I don't think so, but I'm not 100 on that.
That's worth checking, because all of those names on the windows along Main Street were an ode to the people who helped build Walt Disney, the Magic Kingdom.
He was out there for a little bit, but my mom, we were driving either to drop him off or to visit or something, and on the way back, that stretch of I-4 that goes out to Disney now, on both sides of that, there was nothing. There was no LBV. There was just cow fields, right?
Right.
This is 71 or 70, actually. And my mom was riding a VW Bug, and I was standing in the passenger seat, where every good mom wants their kids.
Again, this was 71.
It's a blowout.
Oh, no.
Blowout. Goes off the road. I am ejected out of the car, and then the car rolls over on top of me.
What?
And it breaks my pelvis and my legs, and I'm in a cast from my boobs down for like 6 or 7 months or something.
How old were you? You were like, what?
2 or 3. I don't even remember. Yeah, 2 or 3 years old. And then I got in a pretty good car crash when I was really young. ran into somebody who T-boned somebody who got in front of me. Let's do Embers Only.
Now, it's time to explore the world of cigars, spirits, and other things that make life worth living. This is Embers Only.
Embers Only brought to you by our good friends over at Corona Cigar Company. 3 of these lounges here in Central Florida, 1 in Tampa, 1 on the way in Sarasota. And, of course, they're always online at coronacigar.com. I say lounge. It's more than just a store. It is a lounge. If you go to the one downtown, you'll see exactly what we're talking about. Giant leather chairs, places to chill out, tons of premium cigars, tons of premium spirits to enjoy those with, and of course, tons of great employees to point you into the cigar of your dreams. Whether you're a beginner, a seasoned smoker, it does not matter. They have everything you could possibly want, plus and including pre-embargo Cuban cigars, which are really hard to find. Giant collection of those. All the humidors, lighters, cutters, ashtrays you could possibly want. All at these great locations, downtown Heathrow, Sand Lake, and of course always online, coronacigar.com. Your cigar of the week is the Corona Nicaraguan Selection Maduro Robusto. That's a lot of words. What it means is this is a little cigar with a real dark wrapper. All right, so what you get here is you get a cigar that's about 5-6 inches long. The ring gauge is about the size of your pointer finger. All right. Jack's got it up on the screen right now. If you go to check it out at JimColbertLive.com. Now, what you see here is a relatively small cigar. Like I said, it's about 5-6 inches long. But here's the deal, right? This thing is genuinely great. I haven't had one of these in about 2 years. And I got this box this morning. I've had a box of these before. And I told my wife this morning, you know what? I don't smoke enough of these cigars. I have so many other cigars. I don't usually reach for one of these. I'm going to go outside and smoke one this morning. Got a cup of coffee. I like nice, strong coffee. Went outside on my front porch with my beautiful wife. Lit that thing up, and after 4 puffs, I'm like, what am I doing with my life? Why am I not smoking these things every day? This thing is a treat of a cigar. It really is. And what you get here is some beautiful Nicaraguan tobacco. You get some Cuban master cigar makers that put these things together. You get a beautiful dark Maduro wrapper grown right there in Panama, and you get that Sumatra grown Indonesian tobacco inside. And these blends of tobacco give you what is one of the most enjoyable, sweet, not sweet to the sense like sugar sweet, but like tobacco sweet. It's so medium to almost medium light, even though you see that dark wrapper. Imagine like what dark chocolate is like when you see dark wrappers like that. It's not like it's stronger or anything like that. It just has a more complex flavor. And this thing is so wonderful. I kept telling my wife this morning, I can't believe how good this is. I can't believe I haven't been smoking these things, and went down and had another one today and said the same damn thing. I'm like, why am I not smoking these every day? They're that good.
I'm smoking one tonight.
And not to mention, brother, they're very affordable. I think a box of these things is like under $80. It's ridiculous how affordable they are. You can buy them single. You can do that for sure if you want to, but get a box. It's the Corona Nicaraguan Selección Maduro Robusto. It is your cigar of the week, and it is a stone cold winner. Buddy, I got to tell you, I'm dying to have you smoke this and tell me what you think. You've never had one of these.
No, I have not.
Yeah,
This is what I'm doing over a glass of tequila tonight.
And it's going to be perfect with that because the tequila has a little bit of smoky in it.
Oh, yeah.
That's why I love this with coffee. It just blends so perfectly with coffee. Try one today. You're going to love it. Pick it up at Corona Cigar or have them delivered at coronacigar.com. They'll ship them anywhere in the U.S. And we thank these guys for sponsoring this segment. We love Corona Cigar. You will as well. That's coronacigar.com. Back in a sec with more of The Jim Colbert Show.
You're listening to The Jim Colbert Show. Hear and see the monsters like you never have before. The Monsters Live at Night, rated RRR, June 2nd at Mount Dora Music Hall. Sponsored by TK Law, OneFirmForLife.com. Get your tickets now, online at monsters.fm.
From the Goldsmith Jewelry Shop Traffic Center. Lowest prices on the highest quality jewelry. GoldsmithJewelry.com.
Normal afternoon delays continue on I-4 in the Orlando area as you travel east and westbound near the major Disney exits. Looking at a crash blocking the right lane westbound on Curry Ford this afternoon at Gaston Foster Road. No major problems or delays to report for those taking the Turnpike or the 408. If you see traffic problems, call the Safe Touch Security Traffic Tip Line at 866-676-8477. From the Traffic Center, I'm Samantha Canning.
This report is sponsored by SeaWorldOrlando.com/jobs.
Lifeguards can earn a $1,000 sign-on bonus at Aquatica. Come to an open call swim test every Thursday in April from 5 to 7 p.m. and Saturdays from 9 a.m. to 11 a.m. Visit SeaWorldOrlando.com/jobs to apply today.
You feeling stretched thin by the pressures of growing your business? A lot of people are, man, because retaining top talent and staying compliant in changing times is difficult. Fortunately, there's Insperity. These guys put 35 years of HR experience to work, offering your employees competitive benefit options while providing the HR support you need to thrive. With Insperity, nothing seems impossible. Scalable HR, employee benefits, HR technology, that's Insperity, HR that makes a difference.
Who's ready for a new sensation? All over the nation, everyone's seeing inflation. In fact, RC Hill Mitsubishi is just about the only place prices are going down. It's my deflation celebration event, and it means you could drive a new Mitsubishi for just $5 down, and that's less than a carton of eggs. For your peace of mind, all new Mitsubishis come with a lifetime limited warranty. Listen closely to my declaration and join my deflation celebration, because you could ditch your current ride and drive a car you love for just $5 down. My dealer next door credit approval process is free of frustration because we work with the lenders who want to approve your application with rates as low as 1.9%. Right now, you could drive a nicer, newer car for just $5 down. Come to my deflation celebration. But hurry so I can help you beat inflation today. I'm RC Hill Mitsubishi. 2 locations, DeLand and Ocala. Central Florida's first choice for new Mitsubishis. Visit me at rchill.com. That's rchill.com.
Credit requires bank approval. Vehicle purchase price determines actual trade allowance. Negative equity may be refinanced. See dealer for details.
Join Jim Colbert on The Jim Colbert Show for his Cigar of the Week segment every Friday afternoon at 3:45. You can pick up these featured cigars at all 3 Corona Cigar Company locations, Dr. Phillips, Heathrow, and downtown. Learn more at coronacigar.com.
Wake up, people. You're optimizing every waking hour of your life, from carpooling kids to work to friends and everything in between. You have to get sleep and a bed that can perform as well as you do. Meet the next generation Sleep Number Smart Bed. It effortlessly adjusts to your shape, position, and movements, learning how you sleep so you learn to sleep better night after night. Sleep next level, only from Sleep Number. Save 50% on the Sleep Number Limited Edition Smart Bed, plus special financing. Ends Monday. To learn more, go to sleepnumber.com. See store for details.
The way healthcare works today can be frustrating. So many different doctors to keep track of, different tests, different medications. It's a lot. Welcome to Village Medical, a whole new kind of primary care covered by most Medicare plans. Here, your own doctor coordinates all of your care for you, even talking to your specialists and your pharmacist to manage prescriptions. There's a lot more about Village Medical that we think you'll love. When's the last time you said that about healthcare? Go to villagemedical.com and become a patient today.
I'm Martin Hoke, the inventor of Navage Nasal Care, and I love Navage. I've told you about how your nose is the body's air filter, that Navage's powered suction will help flush out allergens, viruses, mucus, and germs, and that Navage will help you breathe better. But what do other people say about Navage? Like Haley, quote, "Navage is the best thing I bought. I love it. My nose feels so clear now and I can breathe. I've been struggling with a stuffy nose for weeks. I bought Navage and it's amazing." Or this one. "I use Navage every night, could not imagine life without it. I have 5 cats, and before I found Navage, I was a clogged mess. Now I breathe so much better." Unquote. Those are 2 of over 100,000 online reviews praising Navage, the all-natural solution trusted by over 3 million people to help you breathe better, sleep deeper, snore less, and stay healthier without drugs. Navage is available at Walmart, CVS, Walgreens, Target, Rite Aid, and online. Navage, Navage, clean nose, healthy life.
One day you're serving in the military, and then the next day you come home and you're dealing with an injury.
Britton is in recovery from an addiction to prescription opioids.
My opioid misuse and need got so strong. Addiction is hard. You're not going to fix it on your own. You have to reach out for help. The recovery side of it is amazing. You get to a place where you're proud of yourself again.
If you or someone you know is struggling, there is hope. Recovery is possible. Visit cdc.gov/RxAwareness.
If you ride a motorcycle in Florida, someone can hit you and hurt you and legally not have insurance to pay you. Uninsured motorist coverage can help save you from financial ruin. Injured on the go? Just call Mo. Mo DeWitt, Orlando's injury attorney.
Mills Air in business since 1992. That's over 30 years here in Central Florida. They're not going anywhere. Carrier factory authorized dealer. You can always turn to the experts at Carrier. Equipment change-outs and upgrades right now with up to $1,275 in rebates. Visit millsair.com.
This earful of Real Radio is sponsored by Wass's Meat Market, the best place to buy a big green egg.
As America's largest injury law firm, size is our strength. Morgan & Morgan.
Broadcasting live from the injury law firm of Kaufman and Lind Studios. Why Kaufman and Lind? Because you deserve better. Contact them at whenyouneedus.com or dial pound 546 on your cell phone. This is WTKS FM HD1 Cocoa Beach, Orlando. Listen on your free iHeartRadio app for all your music, radio, and podcasts. You're listening to The Jim Colbert Show.
Welcome back to the Jim Colbert Show, Real Radio 104.1. Thank you so much for listening on this beautiful Friday afternoon as it pours rain here in Maitland.
We could use it.
We can, always.
Yep.
Welcome back. I'm Jim. Deb is here.
Hello.
And Jack is here.
What?
Ross is as well.
Is it good that it's raining as I just mowed my yard?
Yes.
That's ideal,
Yes,
right?
absolutely.
That's a great feeling,
All right,
isn't it?
It is.
You cut it and then it's drinking.
I gotta. Yeah, you're right. I gotta throw some sod soon. You know, I gotta ask you a question.
Let me get some.
What is the proper thing to offer when
Milorganite.
Hold on, stop for a second.
Goat.
Black cow.
So when I lived up in North Florida, we moved onto a piece of property that had to be cleared, at least a couple acres of it, because we had to put our mobile home there, like everybody does. Everybody knows. And what you would do is you would throw a big old barbecue and invite friends over, and they're, for a few hours work, you would feed them barbecue and stuff like that. Will that work in modern day times with friends? In other words, I'm going to have about 6 pallets of sod to throw.
Ooh.
Now that's not that much, really. It really isn't that much. I mean, with 5, 6, 7 people could throw that out in no time. What is the proper thing to offer when I ask you and Ross to come help me?
All right.
What is the proper thing to offer?
Right.
And let's say, here, I got to tell you something, just from me to you. Your jobs aren't on the table as far as you know.
Good to know.
Right.
Good to as far as I know.
Okay.
This is what I'm asking for payment.
This is the corporate equivalent of me telling you to wash my car.
Yeah.
I'm just giving you a heads up.
I'm a cheap date here. You can get all of this labor for just a pallet of sod.
A pallet of sod is all?
Yeah, you just order one more pallet.
Have them bring it to your house?
I'm there. I'll bring it. I'll throw it in the back of the Nissan.
And we're throwing Bahia because we just need
you go.
We just need a good root grass that doesn't require a lot of upkeep. We're trying to keep it as environmentally friendly as possible and try to keep our water bill down. And we get quite a bit of rain, and we know Bahia is really tough grass and it roots real well. We want to create a good topsoil or a top cover, for erosion. So that's going to be happening in the next few weeks. I'm just giving you a heads up. You too, Deb.
I'm out of town.
You don't even know. I didn't even tell you what the day was.
I'm out of town.
I'm hitting Code Black up. All my friends, I'm doing air quotes. They don't know it yet. And here's the thing. Code Black will go out there and cut a tree down with a toothbrush and will not call me. And he went, hey, man, come help me. Will not do it. I'll go outside and see all this. His entire yard is perfectly bound up yard waste waiting for the people to come by. He takes an odd pride in that. Like binding up all the sticks perfectly so they look like the cover of a Led Zeppelin album?
Well, if you've ever been passed over by your yard waste guys and then been given the stink eye.
Oh, man.
And then they go by 2, 3, 4 times without picking your stuff up. Then you know you've really pissed someone off.
But my God, dude, I don't have to wrap it up like a soap opera Christmas present.
Sure you do.
It should be bundled. That's why I keep extra garbage cans around. You fill that. If you have more yard waste than you do extra garbage cans, you're doing too much yard work at one time. You waited too long.
I got bad news for you. Yeah. Code Black has an odd obsession with yard work, and I've come by there and seen him glowing red on the verge of heat stroke and him as happy as he can be as a human being. I do not get it, but he hates slinging a hammer. I don't get that either. But you will go, and when he does his trimming for the spring, it looks fake. It looks like somebody's doing a photo shoot for the county of how they want their yard waste bound up when you put it out there. I'm not joking.
How's that?
It is. It's beautiful.
And does it make you upset?
No,
obviously.
Yeah, because it really sounds like somebody being a good community member.
And somebody else getting pissed off about it.
He's a better person than I
You
told
make
you.
me look bad again.
100 times. So I'll call him. People are on the texting service are saying just a case of beer. That ain't gonna do it. My guys are gonna have to. It's gonna be a little bit more than a case of beer.
Just give me some sod, dude. Grass for grass.
Buffalo Trace.
Did you say grass for grass?
Yeah.
See, we all have our own price,
I mean,
our
look,
own vice.
I've got a very stocked bar. You're welcome to just have at. I mean, it's got great tequilas, incredible bourbons and scotches.
Man, you're really pushing for us to do a.
I need this help.
We need a take-home prize,
Oh,
you know,
get
for
out of
later
here.
that night.
Like an Oscars bag?
Like a memento.
Yeah.
Yes.
Give us some Oscar swag.
Yes.
Didn't it come with a new car,
Hey,
a
honey.
new house, a yacht?
Hey, honey, I scored. The guys are going to come help me do this. Awesome. What's it going to take? iPads for everybody.
Yeah. I'll even get you some Real Radio T-shirts
Oh,
you can
yeah,
stuff the bags in.
You're the best.
I think I'm
Tom and Dan
offering a good
koozies.
thing. How much is a pallet of grass?
How much is it?
$100?
Yeah.
It's
Oh,
100
it's probably went up, right?
No, 150. 150
Okay.
for Bahia, and that's if you buy like a couple. I think you get a little bit less if you buy more than like 5. You get it for like 140.
Yeah.
So 140, it's about 400 square feet of pallet. I figure that takes a person probably about maybe 30 or 40 minutes to throw. So for about an hour of work, and it's going to be not hard work because you're just lifting grass and throwing it down, but it's dirty and it's sweaty. But you would be able to hop right in the pool. I would be serving you some incredible food and cold-ass drinks.
Well, someone did just text us at 77031. Golf course superintendent here. I have a crew of Venezuelans that could toss that 6 pallets of sod in 2 hours.
Bro, I'm just going to be quicker than that. I'm telling you, man. You get about, I want to throw a big old party, poker, all kinds of stuff.
Have you prepped the area yet?
It's going to be,
Milorganite.
It's going to be where all you do is walk on, pick up grass, and throw it where I tell you. That's it. It is going to be that easy. No other work to be done. No raking, no nothing.
What are you laughing about?
Who words that question that way? Have you prepped your area yet?
Because you want your grass to work. You're throwing sod down. You have to put it. You make sure the ground is ready.
Put a good black cow on there.
Yeah, good black cow, a little Milorganite.
I don't know why you keep saying that. It's all.
It's a thing.
It's not a thing. It doesn't feel like a thing. It
It's
feels like
a thing.
It sounds like a country singer.
It sounds like an element.
It does. Does that hang from the cave or does it go up? But we're putting fresh dirt down. So 6-7 loads of fresh dirt. So we have
There
a
you
good
go.
base. All
Let's
patted
open
down.
it up to listeners.
No, we're not opening it up to listeners.
Party
God.
Mom, we need you.
Yeah, dude, we'll send Mike Larson over to your house.
Yeah.
Quaking ass Mike Larson dying on my property. My God, he almost died serving chili 1 ounce at a time. What's that? What's it gonna be? 4 pieces of sod before he calls the cops?
YouTube chat service. You go to YouTube. It's at Jim Colbert Show. Tammy wants to know, why are you laying Bahia?
Because I just said it. I need a good grass that roots in my backyard. Nobody sees it.
Oh, I'm sorry. Tammy, he just said it.
Yeah.
I have Floratam in my front yard because it looks nice, but in the backyard I don't really need that. I just need tough grass, and I have deer that eat everything, so I have to make sure it's, I can't really put nice landscaping because they eat everything.
Man, my backyard is looking rough.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is that where the sod would go?
Yeah.
Why don't you just get a pallet? It's $150.
Because I was waiting for this opportunity.
Yeah.
That's what it was.
RK with Captive Drones wants to know if you want drone footage of people throwing sod in your yard.
You never know. You never know.
Actually, on that one, I think I do know. I don't think you need that footage.
Yeah. You're right, I don't.
I think my All
right, just
we'll get some clicks.
Listen, let me a favor. Just keep your eye on your email. The invite will be going out soon. And I expect.
Oh, you can expect all you want. You expect away.
I was going to say, and expect an answer.
Oh, no problem.
Are you going to pre-answer for me right now?
Yeah, I'm out of town.
You would even come out and have barbecue? No, I wouldn't let you in. You'd have to throw at least 1 cube of sod.
What, like brisket, pulled
No,
pork? What are we doing?
I tell you get a bite for each piece of sod. You get a bite.
Oh, this sounds like fun, doesn't it, guys?
I mean,
Sign me
that's
up.
just you. These guys get it when they walk in.
Are we talking brisket? Or what are you doing? You smoking a butt?
Probably some ribs and a butt. You want a brisket?
I'll take ribs and a butt.
All right. No, you said ribs and a butt, not in, right?
And and in or
No,
around.
Stop saying that.
Gracefully touching.
Stop saying that.
Slowly, ladies.
Ribs in the butt.
That's what people are saying. I'm in.
And some sod.
We get plenty of volunteers in the chat.
I'll tell you what I'll do. I will give you what's left over.
But there's not going to be any left over.
Don't know that.
I've seen your house.
Stop. You don't know that because, to be honest with you, I don't know that. We're ordering what we think is going to take. We're ordering more. Whatever's left over, you can have.
Yeah.
And I will even drive it to your house for you.
And he agrees to only put it in the area that's prepped with Milorganite.
Oh, my God.
Black cow.
All right, 407-916-1041. Text us 770-315. Fia's car is up next with Primetime Kitchen. Let's find out what's good in Orlando.
Woo! Facebook may have changed how it looks, but we still remain your source for the content you never knew you needed or wanted. Real Radio 1041 on Facebook, powered by Anna Jar and Levine Accident Attorneys. Call 1-800-747-FREE. That's 1-800-747-3733.
Normal afternoon delays continue on I-4 in the Orlando area as you travel east and westbound near the major Disney exits. Looking at a crash blocking the right lane westbound on Curry Ford this afternoon at Gaston Foster Road. No major problems or delays to report for those taking the Turnpike or the 408. If you see traffic problems, call the Safe Touch Security Traffic Tip Line at 866-676-8477. From the Traffic Center, I'm Samantha Canning.
This report is sponsored by HCA Florida Healthcare.
Sharp stomach pain? Advice is here. Consult a nurse. Answers, advice around the clock. Consult a nurse. HCA Florida Healthcare. We show up for you. Call 844-70-NURSE. It's free.
And you know where I'll be cooking that pork butt? Right there on my Big Green Egg that I got for Tools Ace Hardware. These guys all have all the best brands in grilling and outdoor cooking. Traeger, Big Green Egg, Weber, Napoleon, even Uni pizza ovens. Those things are cool. Come check out the brand new Traeger Flat Rock Griddle now in stock at most Tools Ace Hardware locations. And this Flat Rock Griddle is no joke. Fueled with propane will open up an entire new world of cooking, griddling, frying, steaming, sauteing, while delivering the innovation and premium quality that Traeger is damn known for. These guys are awesome. And even better, previous Traeger model, Timberline model pellet grills, now $700 off while supplies last. Just visit one of their 12 Central Florida locations or shop online at acehardware.com. Get free assembly and local delivery on grills $3.99 and up. It's Tools Ace, the backyard place.
This earful of Real Radio is sponsored by Marco's Pizza.
Every morning, start your day getting caught up with West 2 News Sunrise.
I'm Meredith McDonough.
And I'm Jason Guy. Here for you with breaking news from around Central Florida.
We want to get back to that breaking news out of Orange County.
Giving you an accurate forecast to plan your day by.
We're also starting off with some cloud cover.
And steering you clear of the backups to make your commute a breeze.
Your travel times out the door are looking pretty good this morning.
Wake up knowing you're ready for today with Jason, Mare, Kellyanne, and Megan. Wake up with West 2 News Sunrise. Weekdays starting at 4:30 a.m.
Kelly's all new.
Hello, Clarkson.
Every weekday.
Let's do it, Kelly.
Give your day a little love. Oh my gosh. A little joy.
Happy puppy day.
A little laugh.
Well, I'm really hard of hearing. I can't hear that well.
You're going to fit right in on this show because I'm loud. Give your day a little Kelly.
It's this. This is her name.
Oh, yeah. Weekdays at 3 on West 2, followed by West 2 News at 4.
Classic Albums Live. Tom Petty, Damn the Torpedoes. Saturday, May 27th. Hard Rock Live, Orlando. Tom Petty's Damn the Torpedoes. Live, note for note, cut for cut. May 27th. Tickets and info at hardrockliveorlando.com and Ticketmaster.
It happens in a matter of seconds, but the aftermath can last a lifetime. Car crash, slip and fall. There's only one Mo you should call. The Mo you know. Injured on the go? Just call Mo. Mo DeWitt, Orlando's injury attorney.
This Saturday and Sunday only at Old Navy, get summer ready with these hot deals. Get $3 tanks for women and girls, $5 women's jelly shoes, and $7 beach towels. Hurry, it's this weekend only at Old Navy. Valid 5/20 and 21, select styles only.
At GimmeTheVin.com, it's all digital. We have a 45-second offer online. It's fast, it's easy, and we have the best online reviews on the planet. Sell me your car.
Sell us your car. GimmeTheVin.com. So easy you can do it in your underwear.
Do you find
find yourself stuck in a timeshare? Get the real facts about the timeshare industry and your options for cancellation. Chuck McDowell, founder of Wesley Financial Group, has put together a free information guide that reveals the secrets the timeshare industry doesn't want you to know, including the 5 ways to get rid of your timeshare. Call now and get this timeshare cancellation guide absolutely free.
Call 800-334-2266. That's 800-334-2266. 800-334-2266.
Hello, Floridians. Today's a good day to do great things. Yes! Like scheduling the dentist appointment you've been putting off for 2 years.
Oh, man.
Like finally fixing that creaky door that drives you crazy. Like getting that massage you definitely deserve.
Oh, yeah.
Or taking time to make sure that your air conditioner is ready to beat the heat all summer long. Do something great today, right now, by booking your $159 AC rejuvenation at CoolToday.com.
Call today, cool today, CoolToday.com.
Mills Air has been in business for over 30 years. On behalf of iHeart's Access Day, they'll be offering our listeners a special offer of up to $3,500 off new AC units. A Carrier factory authorized dealer. Turn to the experts. For more information, go to millsair.com.
Best price the first time. OrangeBuickGMC.com. We are professional grade.
That's right, guys. Another edition of Primetime Kitchen coming your way featuring Fayez Cara, restaurant critic for the Orlando Weekly. First things first, though, Tools Ace Hardware. Love these guys. You like cooking outside? They have all the fun stuff to make it work for you. We just did a Big Green Egg, Traeger, Weber, Napoleon grills. These are all the top-level grills. If you go search right now in Google, best grills, those names you will see over and over and over. There's a reason. They build them well. They last a long time, and Tools only sells the best stuff out there. It's Tools Ace Hardware. Not only do they have the grills, all the great cooking woods and fuels, and all the implements you need to make your food the best outside every single summer and spring right here in Central Florida. ToolsAceHardware.com. Good and loud for Fayez Cara, guys.
Yay!
Hello, everybody.
Baby, we did it. He's back.
Look at this guy. Will you look at this guy? How you doing, buddy?
Look at this effing guy.
Look at this guy.
Radio talk.
I don't know. I don't know where you want to start today.
I don't really.
I
have to.
But I know that you texted me the other day, and I know that you had a great restaurant premiere from a very, very noted chef. I mean, I would think, wouldn't you say that Norman is a nationally recognized, maybe globally recognized chef, Fayez?
Certainly, yeah. He's a James Beard Award recipient. Norman's is probably one of the most well-known names and restaurants in town. And yeah, they celebrated their grand opening on Wednesday with Iron Chef Ming Tsai and Dean Fearing, a couple of big heavy hitters themselves. Dean Fearing, I believe, also won I think both of them won James Beard Award. So yeah, it was a fun night celebrating Norman's, the grand opening. If you haven't been out there, it's on Sand Lake Road where Bravo Cucina used to be.
Yeah.
So Dr. Phillips Boulevard, Sand Lake Road in that area.
And that Delagio,
lovely terrace,
like that Delagio Plaza, or in that area there. Yeah.
That is it exactly, Jim.
Delagio. Simply beautiful, and isn't Norman? Correct me if I'm wrong. I know you will. You love it. Isn't Norman like the father of fusion? Didn't he coin that term or no?
Yeah. He actually coined a new world cuisine, which a lot of people at the time were synonymously, I guess, using the word fusion as well. He doesn't really like the word fusion for whatever reason. You know, for a while there was sort of like a dirty word in the culinary world, because it sort of implied that the chefs appropriated the cuisines from another culture without paying due respect to that culture. They just kind of put their own sort of frivolous spins on a nation's cuisine, and there was like a modicum of disrespect there. So he's coined the term New World Cuisine, and he has a chef there, a Puerto Rican descent, Chef Carlos Robles Molina, who's a great chef. He was the sous chef when Norman's was at the Ritz-Carlton, and he's taken over the kitchen duties there. And definitely go check it out, because they had some issues in the first couple of months they opened, but they've since everything is stabilized, and it's really an impeccable an impeccable presentation of food and a really great dining experience.
And of course, anybody who ever ate at 1921 when it was Norman Van Aken's 1921 understands the level of cuisine we're talking about. You're talking some really, really unique flavors, masterly crafted, and they almost always have a great wine list and cocktail program as well.
One of my favorite restaurants.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So what do we have on tap here, buddy? I know we were talking a little bit about it, maybe some beach food and some other stuff. What's going on today?
Beach food, yeah. So summer is nearly upon us, and this week's Orlando Weekly, we published our summer guide. And in the summer guide, I wrote a little piece about my favorite seaside and seaside adjacent eateries. And, I'm sure your listeners in Flagler and Volusia and Brevard will probably have something to say about this. But I just came up with 5 restaurants that I thought were great stops. The first of which was Spanish River Grill.
Yeah,
and
legendary.
If that name sounds familiar, it's because it's run by Henry and Michelle Salgado, who were also James Beard nominees back in the day. And they had a restaurant called Chocos in East End Market. It specialized in Basque and Spanish cuisine. And so they've resuscitated the restaurant that sort of started it all for them, called Spanish River Grill, version 2.0. And they're serving the same sort of like Basque Spanish stuff, the pinchos and tapas and raciones and stuff like that. But 2 of my favorite dishes were the pulpo gallego, which is octopus that Chef Henry serves with a salsa vizcaína, and a salsa vizcaína is essentially like a Basque sauce of red onions, garlic, and choricero peppers. And if Ross is about to ask me what's the difference between Basque and Spanish cuisine, I would counter by saying that Basque cuisine are made by separatists.
Okay, well, it's good to know that I don't have a question anymore.
Yeah, very good. Now, hey, correct me if I'm wrong. Wasn't Spanish River Grill like a mainstay in the New Smyrna area for years?
For years. And then, like I said, then they went and opened Chocos, and now they've gone back to their roots, and they've opened in a different location, very close by. And the food is, again, just solid, great food. If you're ever in New Smyrna Beach, do pop by.
Really good, huh?
It's really good. But, there's 4 more I got on this list.
Yeah, shoot, and we're ready.
Yeah. So what the next one is called JT Seafood Shack. I don't know if you guys have been there, but it's in Palm Coast. And the only reason we came by this place is that, my wife and I were headed to one of our favorite seafood shacks called the Matanzas Inlet Restaurant. And it's right underneath that Matanzas bridge.
Right.
And we go there, I think it was like 2019 or something, and it's not there. Evidently Hurricane Matthew, I think, kind of just took it out.
Oh.
And we were like totally bummed. And we just started driving south to, back home. And right off of US 1, I believe, was this place called JT's Seafood Shack. And we'd pop in, and they have like an amazing seafood boil, of like snow crab and shrimp and clams and mussels and sausage and potatoes and corn and the whole bit, And then they have like this outdoor area where they have live music under these really big giant oak trees, and it was such a cool place that we just happened upon, and it satisfied that that little sort of day trip seafood outing that we were looking for.
And look, Floridians have been doing this forever, going up and down the coast on motorcycles, bicycles, just on the weekends, looking for these little clam shacks or oyster shacks or shrimp shacks to find the next good fried basket of shrimp or perfect thing like that, and to find a boil they do right. It's really cool to find something like that.
Thank God for Hurricane Matthew.
Yeah. Thank you, Hurricane. No.
Well, very cool. Did they had some live music and everything as well?
They have live music there as well. Yeah. So the next place I wanted to mention, and this is another place that I think a lot of your listeners will be familiar with, is Wild Ocean Seafood Market, because the Wild Ocean folks, they usually attend the Audubon Park Community Market every Monday night. They're selling their fresh cut Florida water seafood. And if you go to their facility in Titusville, it's not in the most picturesque locale. It's a pretty large facility, but you go in and the market is awesome. And they have like an unbelievable seafood market, and they have like this little eat-in area as well where, you can have like rock shrimp and fried blue crab. And it's just like it's really cool place. If you just have a seafood craving, you don't care about the view, this is the place to go.
And is that where the Sandoval, is she still there? Do you remember?
Yes, she is.
Yeah, that's funny because I remember doing interviewing Cynthia Sandoval, I think is her name, and the reason why it was so interesting, it was the first time I interviewed anybody who was an actual fishmonger. like, whose total job is to find and sell fish, and that's what she does. And when you wouldn't think a young lady who looks like that, would be a fishmonger, because she's a beautiful girl, but like her family's in it and she loves it. She's been doing it for years.
Like my father before me.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, for sure, 100%. And then, but if there's a place that you want that does have a view, I would suggest Rusty's Seafood and Oyster Bar, and that's in Port Canaveral. And you can eat all the seafood. They have like an enormous deck out there as well with live music, like it's giant, and you can sit out there and watch these like floating cities, go
the
by
cruise
while
ships
you're
go by,
eating
right?
your oysters or whatever. Yeah, and they have a really cool outdoor deck, and they have one of the best key lime pies, if anyone's into key lime pie.
Really?
Yeah, baby.
Really? God, you would think of all places that would have good key lime pie would be with Rusty's, where you go get where you go get wrecked on light beer and watch the cruise ships go by.
And oysters.
Yeah, that's exactly it.
I will do bad things to key lime pie.
We got over there to go to a cruise early one time, because we thought there was gonna be traffic and we had time to kill. Like, Rusty's, here we come, and man, you can get bent up out there having a good time and eating good food.
Like, I would American pie, key lime pie.
Oh, nice.
God. Okay, sorry.
Nice.
I'll work on the wording.
Forget he said that.
But you get it.
Yeah, we get it.
All right.
It's forever in my head. But I'm glad you guys are very familiar. You guys seem more familiar with Rusty's than I am, frankly.
Not for the right reason, buddy. I mean, you went over there looking for good food. We went over there looking to fall in the water and not come back out. I mean, it's a totally different machine. You went over there with integrity.
Become seafood.
Right, exactly.
Exactly.
What else did you find over there?
And then the last place I mentioned in our summer guide is a place called the Burger Inn. It's in Melbourne. It's right off of US 1 as well. And it's called the Burger Inn. And it's one of these places that's been around forever. I think since 1952. It's like this old time sort of burger stand. And they offer like curbside service. They were offering curbside service long before, it was like a pandemic era thing. So you just pull up, you turn on your headlights. That's sort of like the signal. You roll down your windows, and then you just wait for the most smashing, smash burgers and shakes to be delivered. It's such a cool. It kind of reminds me a bit of Cappy's, except it's larger, and it just has all the nostalgic feels,
Yeah, it's very cool. By the way, somebody had texted in and said the one place is on A1A, not US 1. That's JT's.
You're right.
JT's is on A1A. Just a little mix up
JT's is
there.
A1A. Yeah, I knew your listeners would correct me.
I just want to make sure that if they go looking for it, because what they will do is they'll take all this into consideration and go visit these places. I mean, they will do that.
That's it is on A1A, and that's a great place. Definitely check it out. Yeah,
very cool.
Forgive me, that was A1A.
So it's so funny you're talking about seafood places, but you wound up getting a smash burger.
Yeah, I mean, this is another place I just happened upon. We were heading out that way, and we just happened to pass this stand. I'm like, what the hell is this? We have to stop here. So we stopped there, and the burgers are great. And again, the view, it's not really you don't really go there for the view.
Sure, yeah.
It's just like one of those places where it just makes you feel good eating that burger.
Oh, yeah. 100%. You know what the funny thing is too, back in the day when I used to go surfing up in St. Augustine, over there on I think it was First Street, right over there, they had a little place called the Beachcomber. And St. Augustine is littered with these little shacks, like Mangoes is another place over there that's really, really good. They do these corn pies, which they make a corn cake, and then they pile it up with like pulled pork and red onions, and it's just, they're freaking awesome. But it's littered with those. But that Beachcomber place, because we were dead broke as kids, we would finish surfing and go over there and get one of their burgers, which was one of the best smash burgers of all time. It would be like $3. We'd cut it in half and split it. But you can find those places all up and down the coast, which is very cool.
I'm just trying to picture you in Ponce de Leon surfing.
Yeah, no. Yeah. Fat with a mullet and chipped tooth. Not a good look, buddy. I didn't say it was a good look. I just said it happened. Would you find anything else that they're really good today or this week?
So, okay, well, so beyond all the summer guide stuff, the other big piece of news this week was that a much venerated French restaurant in town closed.
Yeah, that's right.
Le Coq au Vin. It was called Le Coq au Vin. And I, for one, couldn't be less lugubrious about its closure.
Okay, you're going to have to help us out with that one.
Let me, if you just indulge me for a second, because I reviewed the place in 2018, and it was a less than laudatory review.
Okay.
So I'm not surprised that that they closed. But if you allow me just to read a few things from this review, I think it'll give your listeners a sense of how I felt about.
Okay,
the place.
good. Yeah, no,
I know a lot of people are mourning its loss, but not me. So here's what I said. About the pedigree of chef owner Raymond Pitts and former chef owner and partner Louis Perrot, I said that their creds are as heavy as a bechamel, and among industry insiders, the pair draw veneration for their skill technique, mentoring of young chefs, and involvement with the American Culinary Federation. So that's
so far so good.
So far, so good. But then I go on to say about the seafood crepes Britann, I said that they couldn't have been presented in more sullen a fashion. The pair of pustuled and overbroiled cylinders embalmed in a heavy sauce mousseline was anything but the delicate crepes the menu promised. They died a slow death, and the kitchen morticians saw past the need for any cosmetic touch-up.
Wow.
Oh, it goes on. It goes on, boss.
Oh,
it goes on. Please allow me.
Okay.
Allow me, if you will.
Okay, sure, yeah.
About their $25 veg platter comprised of steamed broccoli, carrots, and greens, along with cheese, tomatoes, a mound of beet tartare, some ratatouille, and a sweet potato parsnip pie, I said, the only astonishing thing about this dish, apart from the complete lack of imagination or creativity that went into it, was its price. You can call it rustic or Provençal or whatever you want, but it seemed more like a middle finger salute to meatless dining.
Oh, man. God damn.
Oh,
came in hot.
And if you will, just one more.
Oh, sure.
Yeah, he's not done yet.
I apologize.
I suppose mentioning an utterly and curdled chocolate souffle and crepe Suzette with burnt ends and a chintzy Grand Marnier drizzle would be pointless, but nevertheless, there it is. And I, if you want me to sum up this whole place,
Sure.
it's this.
Don't let me stop you.
Please don't. But what we were experiencing was an impassive kitchen leaning heavily on its reputation, content to go through the motion. So I am not surprised they closed, because I really felt that maybe for the last 5-10 years, they were just sort of dialing it in, they were using their longevity as as riding the coattails of the longevity, if you will. So a lot of people are mourning this place. I definitely am not.
I will tell you,
I think they deserve better.
So oddly enough, Le Coq Vin and this radio station have a long relationship. Back in the day, Jim Phillips.
It's great to be here.
Yeah, Jim Phillips. Jim Phillips had a great love affair with Le Coq Vin, and he knew the owners, Mr. Perrot, quite well, and he would talk about them all the time. And that was 20 years ago.
To 25 years ago, though,
Yeah,
where Fayez saying they were in their heyday.
Well, let me finish, because here's the thing. This past season for Orlando Magical Dining, my crew happens to love French food. We wind up at Dovecote occasionally for the good food there back in the day, and we decided, well, let's go to Le Coq Vin. We haven't been there in a while, and we love their desserts. My wife is a dessert person. She's like, well, the desserts are good. We can figure something out to get to dessert. And I have to tell you, we got there not long before they were going to close. We were like the last people in. And when we walked in, it had a noticeable lack of vibe. It was like the soul of the restaurant had left, and it was just the shell of it left over. We had our dinner. It was okay. It was good enough, I guess. We were, we just kind of did it and walked out and said, well, that's probably the last time we'll ever visit Coq Vin. And then we hear this. But that was my last experience, and it was just months ago. I would agree.
How long, when did the restaurant open up?
1976.
Wow.
That's a pretty good run, though, buddy.
It's a good run. But, just because it's old doesn't necessarily mean it's good. And I'm not saying that they weren't good at one point. I've been there numerous times, but the last couple of times they were really dialing it in. So I'm not surprised. And I wish the owners well,
Fayez, when you have an experience like that, before you write about it, do you give it a second try? Do you go back before?
Of course.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we have our policies of reviewing restaurants. We don't review restaurants unless they're open for a minimum of 6 weeks, but usually we wait 3 months. And we try to visit numerous occasions, because one visit does not tell the whole story, And so, that's our policy. If not twice, at least, I like to visit more than twice.
Right.
But 2 is the absolute bare minimum that you would go and visit a restaurant.
Let me ask you, man, this is interesting. I've never actually asked you this before. Do you feel weird when you give an overboard good review to a restaurant that it may lose its luster after you've given your good review, and then somebody may read it 2 or 3 months after you've written it and say, hey, that sounds good, we'll go try that. And, of course, maybe it's lost its luster. Have you ever had anything like that happen?
Yeah, from a good review?
Yeah. Where you reviewed something and then realized maybe the chef left or the staff changed, ownership change, and then it kind of went downhill from there, and then it kind of turns out.
Well, I try, when I write my reviews, I try to come at it from a very fair and even keeled sort of standpoint. I'm, there have been times where I've gushed over a restaurant, but then, like I say, I think most of the restaurants fall into that, decent sort of category.
Right, yeah.
It's good.
Okay, so let me ask you, as we get out of here, I want to ask you, this is interesting because we talked about them being open since the 70s. I mean, that's a really long run, 30, 40 plus years here in Orlando. For you right now, what's the best, longest established restaurant in the city? You don't have to say best per se, but when you talk about restaurants that have been around in Orlando for a long time, they have to offer something good. Do you have one that kind of sticks out to you? That's been around a while?
I'm going to say what Ross would say, Beefy King.
There it is. There it is, dude. All day.
I may not necessarily believe it. That's the first thing that came to mind.
Yeah.
What's coming up for this week for you, buddy? What are we looking for next week? What are you reviewing? What's going on?
Well, next week I review Otto's High Dive.
Oh, I'm invested on that one. Oh, man, I'm rooting for him.
Ross is a big fan of their cocktails, so that'll be next week's review.
Get the fruit back.
And then just want to prep all your listeners for Bite 30. That's going to start June the 1st. So we'll have those menus presented on bite30.com and all the participating restaurants, $35 for a prefix meal. And should be fun.
Yeah, and you guys do a really good job at it, by the way. And I think where you really win, too, is when you go to OrlandoWeekly.com, they have one of the best interactive websites. I'm not joking. It's so freaking easy to maneuver around. And when they start Bite 30, you'll see when you go and click, and you'll be able to kind of quadrant-wise figure out where you want to eat, what kind of food you want to eat, where it is and stuff. They'll give you all the information. And, of course, like Kafaya said, it'll be a preset menu, $35. You'll even be able to see what menus are being offered before you get over there. That way you can find out if you like something, if you have allergies, whatever the case may be. You'll be able to build a plan. How long is it going to run, Fayez? 30 days, 15 days?
Yeah, something like that. June the 1st to something.
Okay, very good.
Bite30.com.
There he is.
Bite30.com. All the details are on Bite30.com.
There he is, journalist.
That's how you do it.
Journalist. Where can they find you online, buddy?
You can find me on Instagram at It's Fayez Kara. That's FAIYAZKARA, and on Facebook and Twitter at Fayez Kara.
Very good. We'll put all that up at JimColbertLive.com. That way you can go and just click right through, find Fayez's reviews. Go back to the Orlando Weekly and look at reviews he's already done. Maybe you find a restaurant you love and see what he thinks about it.
Yeah, if you go to JimColbertLive.com, at the top, click Primetime Kitchen. It has all the contact information for Fayez, and also you can hear the latest segment of Primetime Kitchen, which today's segment will be posted probably in about an hour.
By the way, how long did it take you to find lugubrious so you could use it today?
Oh, lugubrious is a word I've used a lot. Just search through my old reviews.
I got a quick recommendation. Get the fruit bat at Otto's High Tavern. That's they're one of their mixed drinks. It's almost like a Thai tea. It rattled my slacks.
I've had so many there, and they're all really good.
Yeah, I'm pumped.
That's what I hear about the place. I haven't heard one peep about their food, but I hear their cocktails are bananas good.
Well, you see, the food is simple. I think it's pretty simple Cuban-leaning fare, but I think you really go for their cocktail and the vibe.
Yeah.
And the ambiance.
Very cool. Well, buddy, great job as always. Big round of applause for Mr. Fayez Kara.
Yeah, baby. Woo!
Hey, and if you go visit OrlandoWeekly.com, they're doing the best of Orlando right now. If you click at the top, you can see where you can nominate us. Find the appropriate categories to nominate us in: radio, people, stand-up, stuff like that, and give us a nomination. It's a big deal for the magazine, for the paper. They do it every year. It's one of their most read issues all year long. Yeah. Oh, you son of a bitch! How dare you? Have a good one, buddy. Thank you very much. Have a good weekend. Hope I don't see you.
Thanks, everyone.
All right, see you, buddy. All right, 407-916-1041. Back in a sec with more of the Jim Colbert Show. Thanks for joining us for Primetime Kitchen, brought to you by our friends over at Tools Ace Hardware. Look, guys, when you're dialing in your backyard for those special days, Tools has you covered with the best grills out there, Weber, Traeger, and of course, Big Green Egg. All the accessories you need, all the smoking wood you need, rubs, marinades, everything to make that outdoor experience amazing. You know, those family experiences are extremely special. Make sure you're doing it right with one of these great grills from our friends over at Tools Ace Hardware. With 11 locations in Central Florida, chances are you're right around the corner from your next dream grill. Find yours today at toolsacehardware.com.
From the Rude Air Conditioning Weather Center, powered locally by Ferguson HVAC.
I'm Fox 35 Storm Team meteorologist Allison Gargaro with a look at your Central Florida forecast. Afternoon highs today will be reaching 92 degrees. Hot and humid, but by early afternoon, showers and thunderstorms will be moving in, bringing heavy rain, frequent lightning, and the chance for gusty winds. So make sure you stay weather aware. We're warm throughout the weekend, so stay hydrated and enjoy the Central Florida sunshine. I'm Fox 35 Storm Team meteorologist Allison Gargaro.
This report is sponsored by Marco's Pizza. Cravings are satisfied and pizza prayers are answered with Marco's new Magnifico pizzas, loaded with Old World sausage and pepperoni. Try all 3 Magnifico pizzas at marcos.com. Available for a limited time. Marco's, pizza lovers get it.
Man, inflation running high. Nobody really knows when this is going to level out. That's why you might got to make your move now at FAS Windows and Doors and lock in your price. They have the largest window and door showroom in all of Central Florida. 38 unique windows ready for you to operate and pick out your favorites. They're all built with impact-resistant glass for security, noise reduction, and maximum efficiency. They have a full selection of hurricane windows and doors. Perfect time of year to find those. Plus, estimates are free at FAS, and they always give you tons of options. All these products have a lifetime warranty, and if you act right now, you could receive rebates of $55 per window and $95 per door, plus no money down, no interest, no payments for 12 months financing is available for a limited time, and their showroom is easy to find. Fairbanks and I-4, go in, find your favorite windows, have them installed. Your house will feel better, your AC will work less, which means it'll last longer, your power bills will drop, and your house will be safer as well. It's FASWD.com.
At International Diamond Center, their diamonds don't just sparkle, they come to life.
If the diamond doesn't smile at you, don't buy it. The diamond's got to talk to you.
IDC owner Keith LeClaire says the reason his diamonds have this magical quality is because every diamond at IDC has passed through the highest possible quality control standards and chosen for maximum beauty.
You're seeing the brilliance and the scintillation. There's no obstruction in that diamond. There's no internal graining. There's no clouds. An IDC diamond is better because, pure and simple, we put the time, the effort of selecting only the best. Every diamond's going to be handpicked by us. We're looking for nothing but the top percent.
So there's never any cutting corners, no compromising, no settling for an okay diamond.
Let's be critical. Let's pick the best and deliver the best we can. We do all the hard work in the beginning.
Is that diamond you're about to buy just okay, or does it speak to you? Come to IDC and listen before you buy.
Anybody that sees it on her hand, they're going to be on, where'd you get that diamond?
International Diamond Center, 4 Orlando locations.
If it's a day that ends in Y, you're probably stuck in Florida traffic. So turn that AC up one more notch, aim the vents toward your face, and think of a better place, like the cool, colorful produce section in your favorite grocery store. Why? Because that's where all the cool, colorful, fresh from Florida produce is. Produce just tastes better when it's grown closer to home. And when you buy fresh from Florida, you're supporting local farmers and jobs in our communities. So after you're done being stopped in traffic, pick up some fresh from Florida on your way home.
Get this. Joey and me were supposed to go to this concert next week, right? But then something terrible happened. Joey was driving without a seatbelt. But he didn't wreck. No, he got pulled over. Now Joey has to pay for a seatbelt ticket instead of a concert ticket, and I have to go by myself. How lame is that? So Joey, if you're out there, you're an idiot. Wear your seatbelt or you'll get a ticket.
All across the country, cops are cracking down. Click it or ticket, day and night.
Funded by the Florida Department of Transportation.
Hear new music first on your free iHeartRadio app.
This is Lars.
James from Metallica here.
And this is iHeartRadio.
What's up? This is Mike Shinoda from Linkin Park.
We're the Red Hot Chili Peppers.
Yeah.
The free iHeartRadio app is where the biggest stars in the world connect with you. Download it today.
At SimpliSafe, we know during a break-in, every second counts. So our home security system is powered by 24/7 professional monitoring agents who use Fast Protect technology, only from SimpliSafe, to capture video evidence and verify a threat for fast police response. Now, install SimpliSafe your way. Do it yourself or have an expert set it up for you with new Pro Install. Get 20% off any new system with interactive monitoring at simplisafe.com/radio. There's no safe like Simply Safe.
Do you find yourself stuck in a timeshare? Get the real facts about the timeshare industry and your options for cancellation. Chuck McDowell, founder of Wesley Financial Group, has put together a free information guide that reveals the secrets the timeshare industry doesn't want you to know, including the 5 ways to get rid of your timeshare. Call now and get this timeshare cancellation guide absolutely free.
Call 800-334-2266. That's 800-334-2266. 800-334-2266.
Life is great when you get a VA home loan with Navy Federal Credit Union. Like having expert guidance through the home buying process kind of great. With other lenders, life is okay. Like figuring it out for yourself okay.
What do ARM, DTI, and PMI mean?
I don't know. Too many acronyms.
Luckily, when you're a member, life is better. Like getting expert guidance from a top VA home loan lender kind of better. Learn more at NavyFederal.org. Navy Federal Credit Union. Our members are the mission. Insured by NCUA, Equal Housing Lender.
Films to be Buried with Brett Goldstein is a podcast about movies. And yes, a bit about death. Each week, join Ted Lasso star Brett Goldstein as he speaks with guests about the films that shape us.
Well, I got news for you, buddy boy. Send to heaven. It's filled with movies. It's like a blockbuster video.
Listen to Films to be Buried with Brett Goldstein on the iHeartRadio app or wherever you get your podcasts.
This Earful of Real Radio is sponsored by Insperity, HR that makes a difference.
Real Radio 104.1.
You're listening to The Jim Colbert Show.
All right, welcome back to the Jim Colbert Show, Real Radio 104.1. 407-916-1041. Text us, 77031. We'll have Rich tips here at the top of the hour. Candace Rich comes by to share some financial tips, some ways that you can maybe take advantage of the system or maybe use a certain credit card because of a certain interest rate. I got my Apple card this week. Ross was telling me all kinds of cool stuff about the Apple card. I've yet to use it. We're June 1st going to switch over to that program where we put all of our money, all of our monthly bills on the one thing and then pay it off and take advantage of that savings. I'm looking forward to it. Ross has already made a ton of money with his.
Yeah, credit cards, I've always been so scared of them. I've been terrified of them because my mom didn't do, I saw the cons of a credit card growing up, so I always avoided them. Yep. And then I started playing the game, was still skeptical, and then I just paid for 2 flights to Lake Tahoe free.
With the money that you made with your cash back from the Apple
I'm not sure if you know about Tahoe tickets.
Yeah.
They're not cheap.
Yeah, it's like flying to Vegas, right?
It was, I think all in all, it was like $5 and some change.
500?
500 per ticket.
Yeah, per ticket. Yeah, exactly. That's about right.
Oh, man, that stung.
Yeah,
but it was nice to be able to pay for it with a fictional currency called points.
Yeah, exactly. That's the whole point, though. That's the deal, right? I mean, I learned this from Code Black when he got those Southwest cards back in the day. And, man, he was doing this a long time ago at a different level. But, I mean, he had so many points. He was buying tickets for, like, friends. I mean, he was just gifting points away because he had so many of them. I'm serious.
And also when you, at least for me, because this was off of my Chase Sapphire card, with those points, so sure, it easily translates to USD, to U.S. currency. However, when you use your points to buy those tickets, they are giving you a better deal.
There you go. Yeah.
Even if you just transfer the points to cash, you're getting a way better deal just using points.
Exactly. Same thing with the Royal Caribbean card. If you use that and build up those points, it's not a dollar for dollar match because you get bonus stuff from the cruise line for using their card. Maybe early onboard boarding, maybe free drinks, onboard credit for the casino, whatever the case may be.
The catch is it's just paying your entire credit card bill every month.
At once. You got to be able to do that.
If you leave the revolving charge, then the interest will eat up any benefit you're trying to attain.
And it only takes one time for that to happen. You got to pay that thing on time. Matter of fact, you just set it up for auto pay so you never make that mistake.
Yep.
407-916-1041. The invasion is on, guys. There is an invasion of a certain insect that's happening here, and it happens every year around this time.
Love bug?
No.
Those
grasshoppers.
No. Yeah.
Lubbers?
No, it's not them.
Luba. It's not a luba.
You may have to live near water to really experience them.
Bufo toads?
I don't know what a bufo toad is.
They're like sugarcane toads?
No.
They're huge?
Not a toad. It's an insect.
Mosquitoes.
Snail. No, you said
African mosquitoes.
No. There's a name for this.
Zebra.
Does anybody know?
Zebra mosquitoes.
Stop it. Does anybody know what a midge is?
Don't know if we can say that.
Before. Yeah.
What's a? Well, okay, don't tell anybody if you know what it is. What's a midge? There's another 2-word term for it, and the word's been said today already.
No-see-em?
No.
I don't know.
It's weird that you say that because it kind of fits.
I don't know what a midge is. I don't even feel comfortable saying it.
You don't know what a midge is?
I think it was a nickname for Gidget.
A midge, have you ever heard of a blind mosquito?
No.
It's a mosquito that doesn't bite. It's actually not a mosquito at all. It's a fly. But if you've ever been on a golf course for sure or near a lakefront,
Ross,
namely Sanford and Lake Monroe, where there's shallow bodies of water, the midge loves to use that for birthing purposes, for laying eggs. But inevitably, when they give birth and those things come alive, you can go through swarms of midges that you will have to cover your face or you will inhale them.
Yeah.
They get that thick, like they are the air. I remember playing golf at a place called Rosemont Golf Club, which is in like downtown Orlando, the weirdest place to have a golf course. It was changed to Lake Orlando and then closed down. It's where they want to make that big, that thing I tell them how stupid they are to build over there in that Rosemont area, that giant complex.
Oh, yeah, the $1 billion thing.
And how dumb it is because there's nothing around there worth a damn. It's like an industrial area backing up against one of the worst parts of Orlando. There's nothing, no reason anybody goes over there for anything. And they want to build it there, but that golf course was right on a lake that wasn't navigable by boats. They wouldn't let anybody on there. It was like a preserve, right? And we would tee off, and when you would drive your golf cart, and the cart would splash water like toward the lake or whatever, these things in a swarm, like it would be like, you know, in The Mummy, when the mummy would be made of sand and it would just come to life from the sand and then form into a mummy. That's what it was like. Like there was no place that they weren't. You'd have to get down the fairway and literally take your towel and then brush them off of you. Ugh. That's how many there were. But apparently this is the time of year for them. So if you live near a body of water, get ready. The midge invasion is on the way.
We got a midge invasion. I'm not scared.
Well, you shouldn't be. They're not going to hurt you.
We got to call it the midge apocalypse or something.
It says they come out earlier and greater this year because it's gotten warmer faster. And, of course, when you get that rain, they love that shallow water. So any puddle or any area where the water is like right up to the lake where that water gets real warm, the same kind of incubation that gives us that beautiful encephalitis we love so much here in Central Florida. But if you're walking along a river or a water walk, just be aware.
Hold your breath.
If you get swarmed with these things, just cover your face and get out of there. I mean, they're not going to sting you or hurt you or anything, but they can be overwhelming. And the thing is you might not, like you would be running.
Yeah.
And that you run around like a little lake, right?
Yeah.
Well, certain times of year, if you're running and you like disturb them, let's say you just stepped off to the side or whatever, they don't just lift up at one. Like they seem to like signal everything. And we've seen swaths of them lift up and it looks like a cloud.
Just remember to chew.
Millions of them. It's insane.
So water is kind of like the heart-shaped bed for them.
Yeah, exactly.
Right?
Texter Real Mobile 77031 says they work at a restaurant off of Lake Weir, and it gets so bad they have to actually close down the outside seating at those times.
Wow.
Oh, wow.
Somebody just saying right here, if you drive across Lake Jessup at night, they were so thick, it was like rain hitting the windshield. Yeah. You have to wipe them off or you can't see. Somebody else was saying you have to pressure wash your truck after going across Lake Jessup because Lake Jessup is a real shallow lake. And on those edges of that lake, nobody goes over there. Those things just swarm like crazy.
And 417 goes right over it.
Yep.
Right over it. Right through the middle of it. All right, 407-916-1041. We'll take a little break. Rich Tips up next with Candace Rich.
It's back. The 2023 Orlando International Fringe Theater Festival, May 16th through the 29th in Lock Haven Park. Tickets available now at orlandofringe.org.
From the Goldsmith Jewelry Shop Traffic Center. Lowest prices on the highest quality jewelry. goldsmithjewelry.com.
Looking at some slowdowns on I-4 this afternoon due to a crash reportedly blocking the left lane near Cayley Street. Another crash causing some problems westbound on 434 this afternoon. That is between Ronald Reagan Boulevard and Range Line Road. The right lane is reportedly blocked through there. Looking at a crash blocking the left lane northbound on the Turnpike between the Oakland Exchange exit and Mineola. If you see other traffic problems, call the Safe Touch Security Traffic Tip Line at 866-676-8477. With traffic, I'm Samantha Canning.
This report is sponsored by Staples Stores. Now during Staples Small Business Deal Days, when rewards members spend $100 or more, they get $20 back in rewards, plus another $10 back with a Staples Connect app. Rewards offer ends May 27th, limit 1, redeemable in-store only. Save big for your business at Staples.
And let's get you a new bathroom. Rebath of Mid-Florida can do that for you. They've been doing it for almost 10 years here in Central Florida, providing beautiful, affordable bathrooms that will last forever, and they do it quick, too. That's the difference, right? Not only do you get beautiful products that are virtually indestructible, and they fit all those beautiful trends you see on television and in the magazines, but they do it quickly. 4 to 6 days is the average time of an install. That's days. Days, not weeks, not months. And here's the other best thing. They use their employees. So in other words, you won't see a bunch of ragtag subcontractors running in and out of your house, never know who's going to show up or not show up, and they give you a lifetime guarantee on the products in the install. That's how confident they are you're going to love this bathroom. Now, to the bathroom. 436 in Altamont, right across from Kobe. That's where their showroom is. That's a must. When you walk in, you can actually see and feel the quality of these products. And then you realize, wow, they do everything. Once I hire Rebath, I'm done. I don't have to shop for tubs or toilets or lighting or tile or any of that stuff. They have it all in-house, including cabinetry. Let their design team work with you and your ideas to come up with a bathroom you're going to love for years, and then have these guys install it. They do it all the time. They do a wonderful job, and they want to get you the bathroom of your dreams. Just log on to the website, look at the before and afters. You'll be convinced, and then book your appointment. It's Rebath, midfla.com.
Welcome to Pollo Tropical. Would you like to try our new coconut shrimp?
Coconut shrimp, shrimp and the coconut. Coconut shrimp.
Coco y camarón.
Pollo is serving up perfectly golden, sweet, and savory coconut shrimp in a bowl, platter, or on the side with our pineapple rum sauce. We're going coconuts for the all-new coconut shrimp, only at Pollo Tropical.
Coconut shrimp, coco y camarón.
I'm good at cutting hair, but I never cut my budget too close.
Amscott's installment cash advance from $100 to $1,000 could mean more money and more time to pay it back. And no credit check. Amscott, some restrictions apply, subject to approval.
Tobacco-Free Florida has many free ways to help you quit nicotine. From free 2-week starter kits of quit aids to free cessation services like Phone Quit and Group Quit. We're even trying out new motivational tactics.
You're the greatest quitter. He's tobacco's greatest quitter. He's tobacco's greatest quitter of all.
Or maybe we'll just stick to the ways we know work. Visit tobaccofreeflorida.com or call 1-877-YOU-CAN-NOW for free nicotine patches.
Steve Kramer here with the divorce tip. Inheritance isn't a marital asset unless you handle the money wrong or your divorce wrong. Then you can lose it to your ex. Call Trenley and Kramer, TK Law. We do divorce. One firm for life.
Your spark is all you need. And let's be real, you don't have time for smoke and mirrors anyway. So ditch all the pretentiousness and the lighter it rode in on with Blue. Blue e-cigs are available in a variety of satisfying flavors and nicotine strengths. Even better, it's odorless. When you're living unlit, you're comfortable being your true you. And no one will mistake ashtray for your signature scent. Blue. Get unlit. Warning, this product contains nicotine. Nicotine is an addictive chemical. Underage sale prohibited. Blue is a trademark of Fontum Holdings 4BV. Copyright 2022. Fontum US LLC.
Mills Air in business since 1992. That's over 30 years here in Central Florida. They're not going anywhere. Carrier factory authorized dealer. You can always turn to the experts at Carrier. Preventive maintenance on all brands, and that saves you money and can detect an upcoming breakdown. Visit millsair.com.
Hear that? That's the sound of someone experiencing Marco's new bold Magnifico pizzas. Enjoy 2 kinds of pepperoni on the Pepperoni Magnifico. Revel in Old World sausage on the new Sausage Magnifico. And rejoice in harmonious layers of savory pepperoni and sausage on the new Ultimate Magnifico. Try new Magnifico pizzas starting at $9.99 at marcos.com. Marco's. Pizza lovers, get it. Price and participation may vary. See store for details.
I'm Martin Hoke, the inventor of Navage Nasal Care, and I love Navage. I've told you about how your nose is the body's air filter, that Navage's powered suction will help flush out allergens, viruses, mucus, and germs, and that Navage will help you breathe better. But what do other people say about Navage? Like Tara, quote, "My doctor wanted me to do saline rinses for my allergies, but I've never been able to successfully use a neti pot. Navage uses suction power, so it's foolproof. There are nights when I'll have particularly bothersome allergies. I'll bust it out, and the results are immediate. It's such a relief. It's become a lifesaver." Unquote. She's one of over 100,000 online reviews praising Navage, the all-natural solution trusted by over 3 million people to help you breathe better, sleep deeper, snore less, and stay healthier without drugs. Navage is available at Walmart, CVS, Walgreens, Target, Rite Aid, and online. Navage, N-A-V-A-G-E, clean nose, healthy life.
Hello, Floridians. Today's a good day to do great things. Yes! Like scheduling the dentist appointment you've been putting off for 2 years.
Oh, man.
Like finally fixing that creaky door that drives you crazy. Like getting that massage you definitely deserve.
Oh, yeah.
Or taking time to make sure that your air conditioner is ready to beat the heat all summer long. Do something great today, right now, by booking your $159 AC rejuvenation at CoolToday.com.
Call today, cool today, CoolToday.com.
Get peace of mind for life with the new lifetime warranty at Sutherland Nissan Orlando.
Broadcasting live from the injury law firm of Kaufman and Lind Studios. Why Kaufman and Lind? Because clients and character matter. Contact them at whenyouneedus.com or dial pound 546 on your cell phone. This is WTKS FM HD1 Cocoa Beach, Orlando. Listen on your free iHeartRadio app for all your music, radio, and podcasts. Now back to the Jim Colbert Show.
G'day, this is Marcus Ryan, a stand-up comedian and storyteller all the way from Australia. I'm back with a brand new show, Eat, Pray, Walk. It's a travel storytelling comedy show all about the Camino de Santiago, a pilgrimage I walked across Spain. If you love travel, adventures and inspiring stories, come and check it out for a limited time at the Orlando Fringe in the Red Venue. Marcus Ryan, Eat, Pray, Walk. You're going to love it. It's toured around the world, great reviews, and it's on tour now.
Very nice. Good job, guys. I'm glad the word got out to all the Fringe performers who want to use our talkback system to promote their shows. Orlando Fringe in town to the 29th of May, an international festival. Orlando is one of the biggest in the world. Take advantage of some of the most creative, unique shows and experiences you will ever have. This is the most different thing you'll ever do. Stretch out your boundaries a little bit, buy a button and go see a show. They're pretty crazy. Some of them are simply amazing. You will never see entertainment like this anywhere. This is not something you'll see at the Dr. Phillips Center or any place like that. These are really unique, handmade shows that have toured the world and have done quite well. OrlandoFringe.org for all the information, buttons, and showtimes as well. 407-916-1041. Welcome back. I am Jim. Deb and Jack and Ross are here as well. Let's do Rich Tips.
Want to get rich? Of course you do. Well, Candace is here to give you a clue. These tips are for entertainment purposes and are not endorsed by the show station or company. That should cover our ass, right? Anyway, it's time for Rich Tips.
Good and loud for Candace Rich.
Yay!
Oh, yes, baby!
Woo-hoo.
Thank you.
See money. What's going on?
Hey.
Oh, man. A lot. And I feel you on the homeowners. Oh,
You got yours too,
it
huh?
doubled. Oh, it doubled.
Did it really?
Yeah.
Yeah, we got lucky. I'm telling you, when my wife told me what the increase was, I mean, I was shocked because it's a lot of money. But in that same sense, I've heard way worse stories. I think even her mom's
Right.
is worse.
Yeah, no, I've heard worse too, but it's still it's disgusting.
Yeah,
so
yeah.
whatever. And then Ross, you got the plane tickets. I'm so happy for you.
Yeah, I did that.
actually just did that the other day too. I booked with using my Delta miles to go to Mexico.
Wow.
In October. Deborah, why do you think I'm going?
It's got to be
Michael Bublé is playing in Mexico.
Bubbly water.
Yay! Look, I have the
Ugh.
bug, and he's not been in the States, bro. Who said you'll?
Jimmy, but he says that about Jack going to go see Springsteen. Jack, when's the next time you're going to go see Springsteen?
It's like in 2 months.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, yeah.
He's done it more this
He
year
has.
than I have.
Look, it's worse. He's worse than you. Let me just say that right up front. It's way worse. Let me ask you,
In everything.
Is he playing Mexico City?
Yes.
Have you ever
That's
been
where
there?
I'm going to see him. No.
I had some.
It's
I
like the 5th most popular city in the world or something.
I had some friends that just came back from Mexico City, and I have a bunch of friends who go to Mexico City because actually a lot of the taqueria owners, Joseph Creech and none of those guys, they get together, Jason Chen and Sue Chen, who own Reyes Mezcaleria and the other, and they go to Mexico City, and let me tell you, they apparently have like the best time in the world. Like, I mean, Ray just went, I believe, and they just go walking around, drinking and eating, just crazy. And they said it's amazing. And I'm like, is it dangerous? It seems so dangerous. We get told how dangerous it is. It said when you go into the city, if you stay in the right places and look
Right.
where you go
Yeah.
and stay as an American is going to be different than some of the places that that you're really well insulated, and it's a pretty
really
amazing
how you
spot.
Act too.
Yeah,
It's really how you act too. I mean, some tourists just like they might as well have a blinking sign that says "I'm a tourist."
Right,
but,
right, right.
You know, just have to know, and you already do part of it. You keep your money in your front pocket, and that's really hard to pickpocket.
Yeah, don't wear jewelry. Don't use your phone out a
yeah.
lot.
So, and for the most part, you just keep your head down.
Kind of like you're going to downtown Orlando.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
Yeah, same. Yeah,
Or St. Louis, San Francisco, or New Orleans. Same exact thing.
act like you know what you're doing.
Yeah. Ross was just talking about that. By the way, that's kind of a cool thing. You start doing this segment with us, you drop a couple bombs on us, Ross uses it, and then like a few months later, it pays him back $1,000 just for doing what you said, and he basically gets to go to Tahoe for free to get there and back because of just what you said. Get the credit card, start using it, build up the points, and then start spending them. And that's exactly what he did.
It's amazing what you can do. I mean, just you're not really changing your habits. You just have to make sure you have that discipline to pay everything on time every month. But what you can do with your own money to make more money.
Yeah, and another thing too is if we've said this, and the people in the texting service keep reminding me, and I want to make sure I say this. If you can't do everything, like people are like, well, I can't afford to put everything and then pay it off at the end of the month. Well, you don't have to do everything. Make it your gas first, or your groceries, or maybe your gas and your groceries, and then build up to that where you feel comfortable writing a $1,000 check at the end of the month for your power bill and your water bill and things like that. But if you do that, that will really help you out. Now we're going to start with everything. Like I'm talking everything.
I mean, the trick is you're not really changing anything. You're just changing the card you swipe. So you're going to stop using the debit card and you're going to start using the Apple Pay and use that for everything. And so then you're just going to transfer that money. You're not spending anymore. You're not going to change your spending habits.
It's actually
you actually pay.
You're just getting credit for the money you would already be spending anyway.
Right.
That's exactly what it is.
I mean, doing your debit card, you're getting nothing, and they're definitely making their money on you.
So I know something cool about the Apple Pay, and I don't know if Candace knows about it.
Okay.
Because let me flex this. It's such a fun little detail. So when you have an Apple credit card and you are using Apple Pay and you are looking at the digital version of a credit card, it changes colors. The Apple Pay credit card will change color on what you're using your money on.
Like
so
if I buy dinner, it's like red or green.
Very much so. So at a quick glance, you can look at your credit card, see no numbers, and go, wow, I've been a real degenerate person this month. Or you can look at the color of your credit card and go, all right, I'm killing it.
Awesome. That's
and
very
I think
cool.
it's such a fun little detail.
I'm not sure what the colors are because mine went from all gold to now it's gold with a green splotch and a purple splotch.
Yeah, she showed us last
there
week.
There you go. Same colors I have, Jack.
Wow, look at that.
Had no idea.
Mine's black with a skull.
Yeah, that's very
That's a
appropriate.
selfie.
Oh, that's funny.
Yeah, so you were pre-planning your funeral services.
All right, so what do you have for us this week, kid?
So this is interesting. I'm going to kind of pull this into things I've said in the past and relate it all with manners, being polite when you're using the phone, and a little funny story that we kind of touched on last week. So I mentioned that I got pulled over taking my husband to the doctor.
Yeah.
And it's just kind of it was a funny story for me to hear him retell it to our neighbors, and his version was much funnier than mine. So what happened was, well, you have to understand, he can't drive and he has to keep his leg elevated. So not only am I chauffeuring, he's in the back seat with his leg propped up, and I'm in the front seat driving.
That's a vision.
Oh yeah, it's great. So I just turned right on a light that it says no right turn on red. I knew I did it, and the cop was sitting right there, and I went, getting pulled over. And he starts telling me what I did wrong, like he's correcting me before we get pulled over. So that's a whole nother. It was great.
That always helps.
And so I told him the same thing I told my kid when I got pulled over and he was in the car and he was little. I said, just be quiet and let me handle this, please. So I get pulled over and I talked to the officer and I gave him my license and I was going to get my insurance, and he reaches his hand from the back seat over my chest in the front to show him his wallet that he's already pulled out with the digital insurance card for me. I'm like, thanks so much for your help.
Yeah.
But so then I just said to the officer, and of course I don't know about you guys, but anytime I get pulled over, I turn on my yes sirs, my yes ma'ams.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Yes,
ma'am.
I turn on my yes sirs, and I also turn on my need for new pants.
Yeah.
Right. No, for sure. I mean, the kid could be 21. I'm a yes sir him. So
I just start putting on a lot of chapstick in front of him.
How's that working for you?
Yeah, no tickets.
So, hey, that's great. So anyway, he takes my information, and I had already told David, I said, I just have this feeling I'm getting a ticket. This is a traffic enforcement officer. He's out here teaching his rookies what to do. And so he's getting ready to walk away. And I said, could you please just be nice to me? And that's all I said to him. It was just like, could you please just be nice to me? And so when David tells the story, he's like, that's what we do now? That's what we tell the cops?
Yeah, you bet your ass. He needs to sit back there and be quiet, not getting a ticket.
He came, and then the officer came back and he was holding the paper, and I said, oh, he's bringing the ticket, because I could see him in my mirror.
Oh, yeah.
And he goes, well, I saw you have no tickets and you've never gotten a written warning, so here's a written warning.
Wow, look at that.
Wow. It's all the same, but it's that same theory about when you call and you want to be nice to something. So, because we had that question on a texting service last week, and it stuck with me about somebody asking, they've called, they said like 5 times and asked for a lower interest rate, and they haven't gotten anywhere. So I wanted to give tips on that. So number one was like, use your manners, be polite. These people have discretion in how they help you and if they can help you. One thing I don't know if I've ever said very clearly, though, if you're calling about a balance you already have and you're trying to lower your interest rate, is that you don't want to stop at the first no. Typically, the first person you speak to on the phone at a bank or a credit card company is not able to do a whole lot. They can do basic customer service things like you've never been late before, this, that, and the other. They may not have the ability to lower your interest rate. So if they say no, you want to ask, is there someone else I could speak to that may be able to help me? You have to be very direct with the question you ask.
And you have to be cool, because that almost sounds like you're going over their head. So you have to learn how to word that so it doesn't sound like you're saying, hey, you peon, you can't help me. Can you get somebody that can with a brain? Or, just don't want to make it like, hey, is there anybody I can speak to that could possibly help me beyond the situation?
And if that doesn't
you're
work,
exactly right.
If that doesn't work, you got to tell them, hey, man, I'm putting on chapstick.
Right, exactly. And then if that doesn't work, you just say, hey, look, here's your address.
Yeah.
Time out.
You know what that means.
What guy is going to say to the cop as he's walking away, please be nice to me?
Me. I am a super beta, and I will do anything it takes.
This is totally only a chick move.
Jack. I just let the watermelon chapstick talk, baby. Don't need to say a word.
I mean, I wasn't licking my lips or anything, and my husband was in the backseat.
Yeah, but what's he going to do? Going to hit him with his bad heel?
Hey, he's already got one leg in the air.
And boobs don't hurt.
Yeah,
boobs don't hurt.
Boobs don't hurt.
No, you're right.
Boobs are a big help.
Yes.
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 This is rich tips, though,
with a P.
Hey, what you got to do with your husband is you need to get a small ball peen hammer, and every time he starts to pipe up, you just grab it and look at his heel. Pipe down, buddy. I'll just push you over with 2 fingers and let you writhe on the ground for a couple hours. How's that?
He's getting a little too brave with the scooter lately, and I'm like, you need to stop. You're going to hurt the other leg. Oh, I can't.
Taking the corners a little too out. He's bored now is what's going on.
I know. And so, yeah, I'm bored with him. Anyway, let's go on. So, because he watches. Yay. Hi, honey. Happy anniversary tomorrow.
Oh,
whoa. All right. Good job, Jim. You made it weird.
Yeah. Hey, buddy, tips coming your way.
Yeah, there you go. And he's already
23 years.
Oh,
wow.
Congratulations.
And he's already half immobile.
Yeah. Hey, look, he hurt himself trying to run from you. So.
Oh.
Jim, you saw the video.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Well,
so let's moving on. Just don't want to take that first no, and even a second no, you don't want to take it. And remember that if you get 2 no's, that it's okay to call again. It's okay. These people are not going to remember you once your call disconnects.
Yeah, they will not.
Man, they're not going
to. We might. Sometimes they talk about you and mute the phone, but half hour later, you're forgotten unless you made a really good scene.
By the way, people are also saying their family made the switch a couple years ago to this the program that you talk about, and has paid for 2 family vacations just simply by paying for stuff that they would already be paying for, just using the credit card and paying the bill off totally and getting those points every single month. That builds up. They take their year-long vacation, and it's completely paid for. That's a Hilton vacation, too. It's not like they're going to some,
We did that with our family vacation every year, and that's how we paid for taking the kids on a cruise and us. And I mean, that was part of the budget, was doing it that way, and it works out if you just use it for your normal spending.
Candace, we did get one question before we get you out of here today. It says, and we get this a lot when it comes to repairing credit, because we know for what we're saying, this is for people who have credit cards who want to take advantage of a system. Some people are still kind of working their way back to that scenario, and they ask questions all the time. And this one wants to know, how long does it realistically take to repair your credit? Let's say if you're starting at like a 650 score, maybe you've had some late payments or something like that. how long does it realistically take for you to get something back into the sevens where you can kind of start feeling like maybe you're making some progress?
So you really want to think of it this way. That credit score is basically your report card, letting the other banks know and financial institutions know, what kind of grade you are, what kind of student you are. So it takes a while to move your grade. It doesn't take that long, but you have to be consistent because that's what they want to see, is that you're consistently now improving or changing that behavior that you had before. So you have 2 late payments in a row. Well, now everything's on time every month. I would say it takes us sometimes 6 months to see a good movement. But Credit Karma it gives you a great idea of those things, and it gives you great pointers on what you're lacking. If you scroll down below your scores, it tells you need to make more payments on time, or you need to pay a higher percentage of your debt off. It gives you great pointers.
And with much of everything that comes good to you, it takes a little work. A lot of people believe that, unfortunately, you don't have to put a lot of sacrifice into things like that to make it happen. But, if you're sitting there, you got a 640 credit score, 650, 700 credit, you're trying to get it back up. It does take sacrifice. You're not going to be able to live the same life you've lived and have that happen. You're going to realize for 6 months to a year, you're going to have to buckle down and make some sacrifices. It's just what you got to do. And make good decisions while you're doing that.
Yeah, a big thing is, I know we have friends, very good friends of ours, that are just now buying their first home. And, we always kind of I bought my first home when I was 19 and I was still in college, but I hated the idea of renting. That's something huge for your credit, though, is to have a mortgage on there that you take care of.
Yep.
That is monumental. And so for a lot of people that think they can't buy, really look at, if you've never bought before, look into those first-time homeowners assistance programs.
Absolutely. And another thing, too, is if you have a car, you got to make your car payment on time. It's that simple.
For sure.
And like she said, 40% of your credit rating score comes from payments that are late, or, that's how you get wrecking it quickly.
Payment histories.
Everybody thinks, it's a bankruptcy, or it's it's something, something getting repoed. It's not that. Simply making your car payment a day late, 2 days late consistently, that tells the bank that you don't have your S together and you're struggling to make these payments all the time, and your credit score is going to reflect that. You just gotta buckle down and do it, man. Thanks as always.
And it usually is a pretty accurate score.
Yeah, exactly.
On your life.
Always good seeing you.
Thank you.
Have a great anniversary. Congratulations.
Yay.
And tell your husband we said hi.
Well, I will do so.
You got it. All right, give it up for Candace Rich.
Yay.
Candace, have a great weekend. We'll see you next week, honey. All right, goodbye. 407-916-1041. Text us 77031. Back in a sec with more of the Jim Colbert Show.
Real radio is Real Music Weekends. Real Music Weekends. This weekend on Real Radio 104.1. Brought to you by attorney Mo DeWitt. Injured on the go? Just call Mo.com.
From the Clausman Law Traffic Center, car crash, call Clausman Law. ClausmanLaw.com.
Normal afternoon delays continue on I-4 in the Orlando area as you travel east and westbound through downtown Orlando and by the major Disney exits. Still looking at stop-and-go delays northbound on Florida's Turnpike due to a crash partially blocking the left lane between the Oakland Exchange exit and Mineola. Looking at a crash right now causing southbound delays on OBT blocking the left shoulder at O'Brien Road. If you see traffic problems, call the Safe Touch Security Traffic Tip Line at 866-676-8477. With traffic, I'm Samantha Canning.
This report is sponsored by ePass, the portable Uni by ePass, now available in black. A toll pass that blends into your windshield, finally. And Uni works on toll roads in 19 states. The portable Uni by ePass. Get yours today on Amazon or at gowithuni.com.
Jim Colbert Show question of the day. You're going to find it in 3 different places. It's on our YouTube page. It's on our Facebook group and also on our Twitter account for the radio station. It's all brought to you by myhomebuildersnetwork.com. That's Mike the Home Builder, and that is the call to make when it comes to a new roof. Maybe it's gutters. Maybe it's a door. Maybe it's new windows. Mike has seen it all. He's done it all. It's myhomebuildersnetwork.com. Great quality, someone local, someone you can trust, all at a fair price. Mike the Home Builder. Great guy. We've been working with him for years. He put the roof on my house earlier this year. Thanks, insurance company. Anyway, he can also work for you. You find him again at myhomebuildersnetwork.com.
Divorce? Call Trenley and Kramer, TK Law. OneFirmForLife.com.
Power through every season with True Fuel, the ready-to-use engineered fuel for outdoor power equipment that lasts for years and provides true convenience, true performance, and true protection. True Fuel is ethanol-free and precision engineered to improve performance and extend the life of trimmers, blowers, chainsaws, and small generators. With True Fuel in the tank, you're always ready for yard work and everything Mother Nature decides to throw at you. True Fuel. Empower your equipment.
It's the second jewel in the Triple Crown. So watch and wager the 148th running of the Preakness Stakes at the Orange City Racing and Card Club Saturday, May 20th. It's just like being there with great racing, great food, and your favorite beverages. The doors open at 10 a.m. to start the wagering and winning excitement. The 148th Preakness Stakes at the Orange City Racing and Card Club, just off I-4 exit 111B on Saxon Boulevard.
Quitting nicotine isn't easy, which is why Tobacco Free Florida offers free tools and services like free 2-week starter kits of quit aids. We're also trying out music to help motivate smokers to quit.
Not another cigarette would be lame. Now there's someone living tobacco free. It's you.
Wow. Okay. You know, maybe we'll just stick to the ways we know work. Visit tobaccofreeflorida.com or call 1-877-YOU-CAN-NOW for free nicotine patches.
The number one cause of accidents is distracted driving, like cell phones, eating, and playing with the radio. So leave it right here on Real Radio. Injured on the go? Just call Mo.com. Mo DeWitt, Orlando's injury attorney.
Mills Air has been in business for over 30 years. On behalf of iHeart's Access Day, they'll be offering our listeners a special offer of up to $3,500 off new AC units. A Carrier factory authorized dealer. Turn to the experts. For more information, go to millsair.com.
I'm Martin Hoke, the inventor of Navage Nasal Care, and I love Navage. I've told you about how your nose is the body's air filter, that Navage's powered suction will help flush out allergens, viruses, mucus, and germs, and that Navage will help you breathe better. But what do other people say about Navage? Like Haley, quote, "Navage is the best thing I bought. I love it. My nose feels so clear now and I can breathe. I've been struggling with a stuffy nose for weeks. I bought Navage and it's amazing." Or this one, "I use Navage every night, could not imagine life without it. I have 5 cats, and before I found Navage, I was a clogged mess. Now I breathe so much better." Unquote. Those are two of over 100,000 online reviews praising Navage, the all-natural solution trusted by over 3 million people to help you breathe better, sleep deeper, snore less, and stay healthier without drugs. Navage is available at Walmart, CVS, Walgreens, Target, Rite Aid, and online. Navage, N-A-V-A-G-E, clean nose, healthy life.
Hi, I'm Pastor Jeff Shreve, and I invite you to follow me as we pursue wisdom and peace through Pray.com's new podcast, Weekly Wisdom. Every week, we will embark on a journey through the Bible to discover encouraging truths and wisdom to last a lifetime. The Bible says wisdom is like a teacher standing at the gate, calling for us to hear her words before it's too late. Will you answer that call? Listen to Weekly Wisdom with Pastor Jeff Shreve on the iHeartRadio app or wherever you get your podcast.
At Morgan & Morgan, the fee is free. You don't pay us anything unless we win your case.
And we're back to the Jim Colbert Show.
Just saw Joe Biden on television, and I swore it was a shot from inside the Hall of Presidents.
You thought it was?
Yeah, I did. I swear they saw him up there moving. It was like kind of moving like an animatronic. I was like, oh, they put him in the Hall of Presidents. Look at that. It was really him. I swear, did you just see it?
No.
It looked, because it was weird. They had a blue light on him, and it kind of looked like it was like a professional background, and he was lit so perfectly. I was like, oh, I'll be down. Look at there, and it was really him. All right, 407-916-1041. Text us 77031. Welcome back to the Jim Colbert Show right here on Real Radio. Thanks so much for tuning in today. We appreciate it as we do always. I am Jim. Deb is here.
Hello.
And Jack is here. Hi there. Ross is as well.
Let's get it.
Let's get it indeed. We have trivia coming up in just a few minutes. And, of course, as always, we'll have those Sing Out Loud Music Fest tickets. Do we still have those, Jack, or that in yesterday?
We do not.
We do not.
No, we have a pair of tickets to see Orlando City versus Trash Atlanta United.
Yeah, I saw your video.
I love the love.
And that will be going down May 27th.
But we do have fringe buttons for sure,
Yes,
right?
we do.
All right, very good. 407-916-1041. Guys, there is a shortage in America.
It's cold out.
There's a shortage. Not that kind of shortage, buddy.
Never
It's a
mind.
shortage of a certain profession.
Hookers.
No.
Plumbers.
Your dad may have done this kind of. Your dad may have volunteered to do this.
Male hookers.
No, that's funny. And I know a lot of guys. This is crazy. Like we talk about side hustles all the time. This is a giant side hustle. Now I don't know if a lot of women do this, but I know it's heavily dominated by guys. And of course, this just made the news probably about 2 weeks ago.
Referees.
Umpires is the answer.
Really?
Yeah, there's a national shortage of umpires for little league and high school games and stuff like that.
I wonder why.
Yeah, exactly.
And that's exactly the story. Dude,
Yeah.
That's crazy. So we obviously just saw that the other day where that guy walks up after the game and sucker punches. And by the way, let me say something. If you're a man and you sucker punch somebody, you're the biggest bitch that ever walked. You should never, ever, ever, ever sucker punch another man. When I saw this big fat idiot walk up and sucker punch this umpire, I was like, I hope that guy gets up and straight up bust that guy's face wide ass open. That is the biggest bitch move you could ever do in your life as a man, is to sucker punch somebody.
All
God
right.
almighty.
No.
How less manly can you be than punch somebody that's not expecting and not looking at you? That is the most cowardly, spineless thing you can do.
All right, I want you to
I'm
rank.
done.
I want you to rank these.
Okay.
Number one
Is
being
this bitch ass man moves?
yes,
Okay.
yes. All right, all right. So you have number one as sucker punch.
Sucker punch is a pretty bitch ass move.
Biting.
Biting is not a bitch ass move.
Okay.
If you're in a fight with somebody and you don't think you can win, you got to do what you got to do to win. If biting somebody takes it, that's it.
Yeah, even if it's their ear.
Now, that's dumb to do because you could bring a lot of bad news in. You could win the fight and then come up with Hep C.
Yeah,
That's bad news.
Yeah,
you don't want to do that. You did not win that fight at that point.
You won the fight, but now you got bumps in your nether region.
The war is killing you.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Hold on. Throwing dirt in the eye.
What are we doing? Old 70s wrestling matches?
Some people still do it.
Again,
It's a classic.
If the guy's 6'10" and he's got a gun, I mean, I don't know.
Yeah, that's why. Then you throw some sand. Where is he aiming? Where is he
trying
shooting?
to win. I mean, if he's facing you, it doesn't matter.
All
I
right,
don't guess.
kicking him in the nuts.
Again, man. I mean, if it's a situation where it's the only way to get away from it, yeah. But I mean, that's not the first move you make. I mean, if you started talking smack to me and we were going to go at it, we would just fight. And if you whip my ass, I guess you just whip my ass. But if you're starting to hurt me, I think you're going to kill me. I'm going to do what I can do to get away.
Well, what if we start fighting and my opening move is a nut kick?
I think that's bad.
All right.
Okay, good.
Okay, all right.
All right, very good. Did we cover that?
Yeah, I think we covered it. Still, your number one is sucker punches, but I think a close second is the sand in the eye.
Yeah. Okay, very good. Well, baseball is having a tough time specifically finding umpires for their games. And one of the reasons is they're citing the fact that there is a lot. And you got to remember, we only see a couple of the videos. You know, what you don't see is parents verbally abusing umpires over and over and over for an entire game. And you think it's one game. Here's what you don't know about umpires, maybe. So my buddy up in P-Town, who is a chemical engineer, but he loves baseball so much, and he played baseball with me in high school, that on the weekends, he drives to these baseball tournaments all across the state, and he umpires. And he makes a side hustle. But you got to realize, they don't drive up there and umpire one game. These guys drive up and umpire from like 8 in the morning till 5 in the afternoon, 7 at night. They may do 4 or 5 or 6 games in a day, constantly getting berated by parents who don't think the call was right, who don't think the strike was a strike, who didn't think the ball was a ball, who didn't think the guy with the runner was out or thought he was out by a mile. It's over and over and over and over. This verbal abuse is finally taking a toll, and people are like, well, maybe I'll find another side hustle. And there's a shortage.
I think there was a great proposal, and I don't know who made it. I heard about it, but I just think it would totally solve the problem where parents have to volunteer and umpire at least a couple games a season.
Including the guy who sucker punched the umpire. That should be the first thing he has to do. The judge should order 4 weekends in a row. You have to go and deal with the same abuse you doled out.
It's why former service employees are better tippers.
Yeah.
They know what it's like
Exactly.
to wait on tables and just work in that business. I think it gives you an appreciation for how hard it is and how unbearable that these loudmouths are making it.
Well,
let alone assault, which is beyond the pale.
Shocks me that we've come to a place where parents have to be scolded for their behavior when they attend their kids' games. It's like,
My kids played sports, and I went to almost every single event they ever had. Wrestling matches, volleyball matches, and I was a boisterous parent. No question I was. But I would never come to the point where it was disrespectful. I mean, like, oh, come on, Blue.
Right.
Everybody, you kind of expect that as an umpire. You almost feel like you're not doing a good job if somebody's not razzing you a little bit.
But razzing is different from being assaulted.
And here's where it changes. Here's where you think that you know what you're talking about as a parent. Parents, listen, please. I was one of you guys. Trust me. I mean, I had kids that did this forever. You think that your kids look at you and go, look at there. There's my dad, fighting for me. There's my dad out there wanting me to get the right strike, or there's my dad wanting me to get to the base first. They hate it. They hate it. They did this, CNN did this interview, and they polled these kids for this story. The kids hate it when their parents are out there yelling and acting like fools. It's embarrassing.
Well, yeah.
And they're talking about when the kids get back to the dugout, all they can talk about sometimes is whose dad is acting like a complete jackass out there. So realize that. When you're out there screaming and yelling at an ump and making a complete douchebag of yourself, even the kids in the dugout think you're dumb. And they think you stupid, and you're embarrassing your kid by yelling and making an ass of yourself out there. Moms too, by the way, because you're just as bad.
Yeah, they get into it.
Them soccer moms.
Karen.
Oh, my God. Get out of here.
Yeah.
And
Put the wine.
cheerleading moms and volleyball moms. It says since 2017, the number of baseball and softball umpires in the Babe Ruth Youth Baseball League and Softball League has been on the decline, with 6,229 umps in 2017 falling to just 4,995 in 2022. Between 2018 and 2022, youth sports lost how many umpires at just the high school level? And this is from the National Federation of High School Sports. How many do you think they lost in the 4-year span, 2018 to 2022?
Is this a percentage?
No, it's a total number nationwide. How many umpires were lost?
Okay,
at the high school level.
Work off Ross.
3,500.
3,500. What do you think there, Deb?
7,000.
7,000. Gap?
I'm going to shoot it 5,000.
Shouldn't have. 20,000.
Oh, my gosh.
20,000 umpires they've lost at the high school level.
I think baseball, the sport itself, plays a small role in this. First of all, the parents are the ones that are at blame. But baseball, their rules, right? It's still like, well, a strike is right around here, and a ball is right around here. It's like,
yeah, but
it's a subjective thing.
It is, but they try and get it right just from the major league all the way down to the little league, but you accept it. That is part of the game. And for the people who've never done it, they don't appreciate how hard it is.
Yeah.
I did it once in a charity game, and man, the pressure's on. I had a called. I had to do a called strike 3 to end the game, but it was right down the middle. It's like, what?
Come on,
swing.
Bradshaw. That was way outside.
So it's like, sorry, you're out. Game over.
I'm going to follow you home and sneak a pickaxe into your front door.
That's how you told the player. That's how you told the batter.
Sorry, it's over.
Sorry, game over.
Sorry, sir, the credits are rolling.
And then they'd hit a foul ball, and we'd all stand around waiting and realize I'm the one who has to throw them the next ball.
like umps, their big thing, their big moment is when a big strikeout happens. They have that big strike. They do the fist pump, right?
Yeah.
Jack hits him with a, I'm so sorry.
Sorry, you're out.
I got good news. I got bad news.
Your dugout's right over there. But Coach, could you come get your player?
Howdy doody.
It says here there's an art to arguing with umpires. I agree with that 100%.
Yep.
I mean, there's a limit. If you see a strike you didn't think it was a strike, oh, come on, Blue. Yeah, what are you, blind? I mean, use the old school stuff. You don't throw a full can of beer at him or something, or don't meet him at his car after the game. It's a stupid baseball game.
What about
my God?
Here's one thing that I like to do at sporting events. I like to yell out, random things.
Okay.
Like, ref, you're acting like a real panini. And just everyone around me goes, yeah, what?
Have you ever heard the golf guy that does that? You should YouTube the guy who yells out random stuff at golf events.
Buttered toast!
Oh, my God, no.
It's
the best
great.
one ever is Phil Mickelson hits a drive and you hear in the background, give me back my son! fun.
Yeah. That's where I'm at.
That's what I would be doing too. Just say this: if you want to have some fun with it, when you see a strike you don't like, just yell out, "Give me back my son."
I bet your credit score is moderately responsible.
I think I'd watch more golf.
I would. I would watch more baseball if they let if they mic the heckling crowd. Oh man, that's great. That would be the greatest if they get professional hecklers and mic them up, and then every once in a while just bring their mic up to see what they're saying. Oh God, I'd pay good money for that.
I have a lot of fun in sporting events. A lot of fun yelling stuff.
I bet this works at soccer. Soccer's kind of built on that, right?
Yeah, they can't hear. They can't hear. The ref can't really hear. But there was one
let's
time
build on murdering the ref.
there was one time though. Orlando City was playing, another team, and I got the attention of the other team because I kept making fun of them. I forgot what I said. You look like you got web feet. What? Yeah, dude, I'm telling you, man. I say really random things at sporting events. Looks like I bet your mom wears male deodorant.
Oh,
Your
man.
socks are untied.
That's a good one. Years ago when I was younger and considerably more volatile, my sister played
More?
Oh God, dude. My sister played softball, and I remember going to her last game. Right, it was the last game in high school. She played for Evans High School, and it was a hell of a player, hell of an athlete, hell of a person, actually. And the other team was up, and the batter was 0-2. In other words, she had 2 strikes. Bottom of the, I think, 5th. They played 5 or 7 innings. I can't remember what it is. I think it's 5 or 7. Bottom, and it was like your scenario. It was all done, right? And I walked right up to the fence that separated, the back fence. What's it called? The backstop.
Yeah.
And I was from me to Ross from this girl, maybe even closer. And this is what I said to her. I go, "How's it feel to be the last out of the season?"
Oh.
She called timeout and backed out. The ref turned around and looked at me, and if his eyes would have been a gun, you'd be talking to somebody else right now. Oh, it was like the whole thing stopped, and I just kind of walked off. I didn't realize it was going to come off like that. It was like the record scratch, and then the world got quiet.
Yeah.
And then I just kind of walked to the parking lot.
Everyone's snapping back at you.
Oh man, it was not good.
Who invited Fester?
He had hair back then, son.
I didn't. Anyway. I did. Who's the guy with the chip tooth yelling and stuff? Who brought the mullet guy?
Sit down, Chipper.
Who brought Putnam County? All right, 407-916-1041.
I bet your sister was proud.
She was not. She was pissed off. She was not cool about it. And she shouldn't have been because it was a complete douchebag move.
Hindsight's always 20/20,
It's always
right?
20/20, yeah.
Always. It stays undefeated. That's the real weird thing about the past. You look back on it and go, "Oh yeah, wrong."
And she's impossible not to like. My sister is genuinely one of the sweetest human beings you've ever met in your entire life. Like too good of a person, and she didn't talk to me for like a week. I'm like, oh Christ, I did something really bad when Jen won't talk to me. All right, 407-916-1041. Text us 77031. Load them up. All lines are open right now for trivia. Let's change that. Get them full. We got some stuff to give away. We'll do that next.
Hear and see the monsters like you never have before. The Monsters Live at Night, rated RRR, June 2nd at Mount Dora Music Hall. Sponsored by TK Law, OneFirmForLife.com. Get your tickets now, online at monsters.fm.
This is Doug Gottlieb. Here's what's trending from the iHeart Sports Network.
Presented by LASIK Plus.
Are the Nuggets exposing the Lakers in the Western Conference Finals? Well, AD disappeared again down the stretch. LeBron continued to chuck up and miss threes and was worn out after 40 minutes, but I get it. He's older. They're not super dynamic. We don't necessarily on a nightly basis know who their best player's going to be, and now they head home down 0-2. We got no idea what to expect. I'm Colin Cowherd.
Do it. Take the first step towards LASIK and score a great deal at LASIK Plus today. Right now, LASIK Plus is offering $1,000 off their Wave Light Laser when treated in May. That's $500 off her eye with guaranteed financing. Visit mylasicoffer.com for details.
Tools Ace Hardware does have all the best brands out there in grilling. You plan on grilling this weekend? Maybe you're rolling out the old big green egg, firing it up for a pork butt, maybe some ribs, maybe the Traeger for some burgers and dogs, the Napoleon, the Uni pizza oven. They have it all at Tools Ace Hardware. Come check out the new Traeger Flat Rock Griddle. That's now in stock at most Tools Ace Hardware locations, and this thing is awesome. This Flat Rock Griddle from Traeger is fueled with propane and will open up an entire new world of griddling, frying, steaming, sauteing, the entire time giving you that beautiful innovation and premium quality that Traeger is known for. Plus, previous model Traeger Timberline pellet grills now $700 off while supplies last. All you have to do is visit one of their 12 Central Florida locations or shop online at acehardware.com. That way you get free assembly and local delivery on grills $3.99 and up. It's Tools Ace, the backyard place.
We have a prize. You have a phone. Get on board at 407-916-1041. Jim Colbert Show Trivia is brought to you by Cento Family Moving and Storage. That's CENTO moving.com.
Stop by your neighborhood Petco to save on all your pet's health and wellness needs. Petco has your pet's favorite food brands like Blue Buffalo, IAM's Wholehearted, Royal Canin, and Purina Pro Plan. And when your pet needs to see a vet, Petco Vet Services can take care of your pet's needs, such as vaccinations and flea, tick, and heartworm prevention and more. Don't forget your pet always wants to look their best, so make a grooming appointment while you're there. You'll get every 8th groom free when you unlock the grooming perk in our app. Visit your nearest Petco or go to petco.com to start saving on all your pet's needs.
In St. Augustine, Ponte Vedra, it might feel like there's not enough time to take everything in. Because once you're done exploring 42 miles of pristine coast, marveling at historical architecture, and enjoying world-class food, it'll be time to check out and head home. But that's okay. You can always stay just one more day. Visit FloridasHistoricCoast.com to learn more. It's about time.
I'm Rebecca. I was injured in a car accident and hired one of the big TV law firms. They sent me to an injury clinic that I felt just wanted to make money off me. I needed an attorney and doctors who cared about me. I called attorney Glenn Klausman, and he helped me get the best doctors who really helped me. I was extremely pleased with my settlement. He also got me $10,000 for vet bills for my dog that was injured in the accident, and he did that for free. Call attorney Glenn Klausman at 407-917-1718. Glenn Klausman, office, Winter Park.
So what could you do with 8 hours? With that much time, probably a lot, right? Or nothing at all sounds pretty good too. With an 8-hour battery life, a vape device from Blue gives you the freedom to unplug. So relax, disconnect, or just let yourself focus on getting your own stuff done with a full 8 hours of unlit you time. Blue, get unlit. Warning, this product contains nicotine. Nicotine is an addictive chemical. Underage sale prohibited. Blue is a trademark of Fonum Holdings 4BV. Copyright 2022. Fonum US LLC.
Hello, Floridians. Today's a good day to do great things. Yes! Like scheduling the dentist appointment you've been putting off for 2 years.
Oh, man.
Like finally fixing that creaky door that drives you crazy. Like getting that massage you definitely deserve.
Oh, yeah.
Or taking time to make sure that your air conditioner is ready to beat the heat all summer long. Do something great today, right now, by booking your $159 AC rejuvenation at CoolToday.com.
Call today, cool today, CoolToday.com.
No one does happy hour like Twin Peaks. Whatever your preference, we have everything from tequila cocktails and an extensive bourbon category to top shelf spirits and cocktails served over ice balls. Local craft beers and handcrafted whiskey cocktails round out an adventurous drink menu second to none. And don't forget about our 29-degree man-sized drafts.
Now open in Daytona. This Saturday and Sunday only at Old Navy. Get summer ready with these hot deals. Get $3 tanks for women and girls, $5 women's jelly shoes, and $7 beach towels. Hurry, it's this weekend only at Old Navy. Valid 5/20 and 21, select styles only.
Get this. Joey and me were supposed to go to this concert next week, right? But then something terrible happened. Joey was driving without a seatbelt. But he didn't wreck. No, he got pulled over. Now Joey has to pay for a seatbelt ticket instead of a concert ticket, and I have to go by myself. How lame is that? So Joey, if you're out there, you're an idiot. Wear your seatbelt or you'll get a ticket.
All across the country, cops are cracking down. Click it or ticket, day and night.
Funded by the Florida Department of Transportation.
The internet can be an all-you-can-eat buffet for identity thieves.
So full.
Too many maiden names.
And social security numbers.
Where'd you find those?
By the password bar. Can't miss them.
LifeLock alerts you to identity threats you could miss by monitoring your credit and bank statements. If your identity is stolen, a dedicated U.S.-based restoration specialist will work to fix it. No one can prevent all identity theft, but everyone can save up to 25% off their first year with promo code NEWS. Go to LifeLock.com.
This earful of Rail Radio is sponsored by RC Hill Mitsubishi, Highway 1792 in DeLand.
You're listening to The Jim Colbert Show, also available to watch. Yeah, we like it when you watch. At The Jim Colbert Show on YouTube.
Blacklist Babes Cabaret presents The City Beautiful, an original live band burlesque musical, all about the weird, the creepy, the queer, the BIPOC, the sometimes somber but never boring history of Orlando. Facts, folklore, original music, burlesque, and more for 4 nights only in the green venue, this Orlando Fringe. Why did they name it Orlando? Come and find out.
Great plug. Good job. These guys are killing it over there at the Fringe Festival. OrlandoFringe.org. Find all your show times and venue times and favorite artist. It is a great time to be in Orlando. This is one of the biggest fringes all over the world. It is internationally recognized, and some of the acts come from all over the planet, from Japan, Canada, tons of places, right? Australia, I think.
All over the world. When they say international, theater festival, they're not joking.
Yeah. All right, 407-916-1041. Welcome back. I am Jim. Deb is here along with Jack. Let's find out what's in the old sauce jar.
All aboard!
Chugga, chugga.
Choo-choo!
Clickety-clack, clickety-clack.
I have a pair of buttons to attend that festival that we were just talking about, the Orlando International Fringe Theater Festival. It has already started, and it's going through May 29th. I also have a beautiful pair of tickets to see Orlando City versus Atlanta United.
Oh, my God. Dude.
I'm sorry. I just really hate them.
Coming in hot.
Genuinely do not. I wish bad things.
Okay.
Orlando City versus Atlanta United,
Okay.
Saturday, May 27th at Exploria Stadium. Game time. Kickoff is at 7:30, and let me give you a piece of advice for all you Central Floridians. That's the game. That's the game you want to go to. It's always spicy. It's just different. And that is your Sauce Chart, which is always brought to you by
Cento Family Moving and Storage. Go local and support a family-owned and operated Orlando Moving and Storage Company. Just make sure you mention the Jim Colbert Show, because that's going to get you a discount. Book them today at CentoMoving.com. That's CENTO. Moving.com. Quick clickety-clack. Back to you.
Thanks, Deb. Appreciate that so much. You're the greatest.
Anytime.
Ross, who's first today, buddy?
That's going to be Michael.
Michael right there on top. Michael, how you doing?
I'm doing good, brother. How you doing?
Buddy, I am doing wonderful. Would you like to play a little game with us?
Yes, sir. Let's do it. Hello, Miss Deborah.
Hello.
Let's do it.
Want to play a game?
All right, Michael, this is a very easy game. Got a question here for you. 4 answers. One of them is a lie. If you can find it, off to the sauce jar you go. Orlando City or the Fringe. 2 good choices today. Are you ready?
Yes, sir.
Here we go. On this day in 1954, legendary drummer for the Australian rock band AC/DC, Phil Rudd, was born on this day. Here are 3 fun facts about the band AC/DC and 1 lie that's on the highway to hell.
No.
Number 1, AC/DC was the first rock band from Australia to tour the U.S. Number 2, the band's name was suggested by a sister of a band member after seeing it printed on a sewing machine. Number 3, Australians referring to... let me try that again. Australians refer to the band by the name Akadaka. Or lastly, every album AC/DC released has sold over 1 million copies. Which one of those is a lie?
You know what? I can't even eliminate one of them, so I'm just going to go with the sister in the sewing machine.
Yeah, no, that's absolutely true. The band's name was suggested by a sister as they were sitting around trying to figure out what the name was. She just looked over and saw AC/DC on the sewing machine and said, "How about AC/DC?" Angus Young says, "That sounds pretty powerful. Let's just do that." Boom.
Wow.
Legend born. Who's next?
That would be Dwayne.
Dwayne. All
Different
right
Dwayne.
there. Dwayne, how you doing, buddy? Dwayne.
Hello?
Dwayne,
Dwayne,
last call,
you're
buddy.
up.
Oh, Dwayne.
Dwayne.
That's it, buddy. Can't do it. Sorry.
Okay, Gojo is next.
Oh, I'm sorry. Hold on. Let me put Gojo is right. Oh, she's gone too. James, how you doing?
I'm good. How you doing?
Buddy, I'm doing great. We're talking about AC/DC. Which one of these is a lie? Number one, AC/DC was the first rock band from Australia to tour the United States. Number two, Australians referred to the band by the name Akadaka. Or lastly, every album AC/DC released has sold over 1 million copies.
Let's go with, Akadaka.
No, that's real, man. That's true.
No.
Australians call the band AC/DC Akadaka. ACCADACCA. That is 100% true.
Joe is next.
Joe there on line 4. Joe, how you doing?
I'm doing good.
Buddy, you got a 50-50 shot at some pretty cool tickets. We're talking about the band AC/DC. Which one of these is untrue? Number one, AC/DC was the first rock band from Australia to tour the U.S. Or lastly, every album AC/DC released has sold over 1 million copies.
I'm going to say the second one.
No, that's absolutely true. Every single album AC/DC released sold over 1 million copies.
Crazy.
That I believe.
That is freaking crazy if you think about it.
Cha-ching.
And Chris is going to be happy. Chris, how you doing, buddy?
Good, man. How you doing?
Buddy, you don't even have to work. You don't have to do anything. I'm going to read you this, and you tell me if this is a lie or not. This is the only choice. AC/DC was the first rock band from Australia to tour the U.S.
Yeah, that's a lie.
That's a lie.
Yay! Chris knows.
Enjoy your prize, buddy. We hope you have a good time at whatever venue you take, whether it be the City Game, of course, or those great Fringe buttons. Enjoy yourself solely. The band Oz was the first Australian rock band to tour the U.S.
All right.
A couple other things you may not know about the band AC/DC before we get over to Ross Thoughts. Lead singer Brian Johnson wrote the lyrics to one of their most famous songs the band ever recorded. Anybody?
Highway to Hell?
No.
No, Shook Me All Night Long.
That's right. You shook me all night long while sitting on the toilet.
Yeah.
Because he was shaking it?
I don't know.
He was trying to shake one out. It was 4
Kept
in
his
the
motor
morning.
clean.
How tall do you think Angus Young was?
5'2".
5'4".
I went 5'2".
5'2" is the answer.
Is it really?
5'2". His brother Malcolm, God rest his soul, was only 5'3". And I remember this, Pat Lynch, the great Pat Lynch, the legendary Pat Lynch from JRR, our friends over there at WJR, the rock station.
Yeah.
I remember about 10 years ago when they came through on that Black as Ice tour or whatever it was, that released album.
Yeah, Black Ice.
They came through, and Pat got to meet them at the meet and greet. And I remember Pat telling the story. He goes, when you walked in and met them, you could not believe how small they were. He said he just couldn't get over it. That the both of them, not only 5'2" and 5'3", but they both probably weighed 170 pounds together. That Angus was so small and his brother was so small that it was uncomfortable being around them. They looked like they were 13 years old
Wow.
with 50-year-old men for heads. Rock and Roll Ain't Noise Pollution, the song on one of my favorite songs, by the way, on Back in Black.
Yeah.
Was written in 15 minutes because the band needed one more song for the album Back in Black. They got to the end, they said, we need one more tune. So they sat and wrote a song in 15 seconds, and it's called Rock and Roll Ain't Noise Pollution. And then lastly here, Back in Black is the best-selling rock album of all time.
Well deserved.
Yeah.
Second best-selling album ever. Only beaten by Thriller by Michael Jackson. That's it. That's how good that album is.
Yep.
I personally believe it's the best rock album ever recorded.
So how important is it, like when you have a new singer coming on after the lead singer Bon Scott dies, they get Brian Johnson, and this is his first album with them, and then they drop that.
Yeah, incredible, right? Not only that, Bon Scott's mom was at the first concert that they did when he replaced Bon Scott and came into the band, and Bon Scott's mother met him backstage and gave him a big hug and told him Bon would be proud of him. How crazy was that? They knew who Brian was. It was kind of weird.
Yeah.
Because also, I remember that there was a story where Bon Scott, because he was in a band called Geordie, I think, and AC/DC went to see this band Geordie, and he told the other band members, if something ever happens to me, make sure you get that guy.
Right.
Crazy, man.
Yeah.
One of the great bands, I'll tell you, one of the few bands that you can say that didn't really lose anything when they gained a singer. I know that a lot of people, the old Bon Scott AC/DC is their AC/DC, much like the David Lee Roth Van Halen.
Yeah.
But one of the few singers that came in and really made the band the band didn't take a hit. I can't say it's better. That album was certainly better. But man, that band really didn't lose a beat when they changed singers.
No, I love them both.
Yeah,
before and after,
and that's rare. I mean, maybe. I mean, really, maybe Genesis and Van Halen outside of that would the only other bands that have done that?
I know Sammy Hagar has hits with Van Halen. I know
the most hits.
You can't deny that they were successful.
Not the
but
same
for
band.
me, Van Halen
not the same
was
band
that
hits.
70s, early 80s Van Halen with David Lee Roth.
Thoughts?
Yes. We all have something in our pockets right now.
Oh, do we ever?
And I changed something. It took, I don't know, like a minute. Completely changed my life. I'm about 8 days into this. All of our listeners can also feel it's very simple. I don't want to overhype it, but I'm saying a fact here. You spend 1 minute, you change this one thing on your phone, and it absolutely has made me a productive beast.
All right, we'll find out what that is next.
We know you're spending some of your work time on Facebook. Like our page at Real Radio 1041, and we'll keep your secret. Real Radio 1041 on Facebook. Powered by Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys. Call 1-800-747-FREE. That's 1-800-747-3733.
From the Goldsmith Jewelry Shop Traffic Center. Lowest prices on the highest quality jewelry. GoldsmithJewelry.com.
Heavy traffic reported on I-4 this afternoon in the Orlando area, both east and westbound through downtown and by the major Disney exits. Still seeing stop-and-go delays northbound on the Turnpike due to an earlier crash reported between the Oakland Exchange exit and Mineola. No problems at this time on the Beach Line or the Greenway. If you see traffic problems, make sure to call the Safe Touch Security Traffic Tip Line at 866-676-8477. From the Traffic Center, I'm Samantha Canning.
This report is sponsored by Marco's Pizza. If it's possible to have too much pepperoni on one pizza, then Marco's Pepperoni Magnifico pushes the limit deliciously. Order one today at marcos.com. Marco's. Pizza lovers get it.
Get this. Joey and me were supposed to go to this concert next week, right? But then something terrible happened. Joey was driving without a seatbelt. But he didn't wreck. No, he got pulled over. Now Joey has to pay for a seatbelt ticket instead of a concert ticket, and I have to go by myself. How lame is that? So Joey, if you're out there, you're an idiot. Wear your seatbelt or you'll get a ticket.
All across the country, cops are cracking down. Click it or ticket, day and night.
Funded by the Florida Department of Transportation.
It's Jeep 4x4 season. Make your next adventure epic and hurry in now for great deals. Now, while qualified returning FCA lessees get a low-mileage lease on the 2023 Jeep Grand Cherokee Laredo 4x2 for $369 a month for 24 months with $2,999 due at signing. Tax, title, license extra. No security deposit required. Call 1-888-925-JEEP for details. Requires dealer contribution on lease through Ally Financial. Current lease must end by 6/3/24. Extra charge for miles over 20,000. Residency restrictions apply. Take delivery by 5/31/23. Jeep is a registered trademark.
Every road trip is a chance to explore. Let the Autio app bring your next drive to life with fascinating narrated tales about the places you go. Autio features over 10,000 unique stories from coast to coast, tales of local legends, natural wonders, and history, with many stories narrated by some of your favorite voices, including Kevin Costner, John Lithgow, and more. Download the winner of the Webby Award for Best Travel App, Autio, the perfect companion for your next road trip. Available from the App Store and Google Play.
Sometimes the speed of life is too fast, and your budget needs a beat to catch up. Amscot Cash Advance, up to $500 fast with no credit check. Amscot, some restrictions apply, subject to approval.
Managing healthcare for yourself, your kids, your aging parents, it's a lot to keep track of everything. Now you have help. Welcome to Village Medical, a whole new kind of primary care that's a lot more caring. Here, your doctor really gets to know your family's needs and coordinates all their visits, labs, even prescriptions. Plus, you can make same-day appointments or schedule video or at-home visits, all covered by most insurance. It sounds different because it is different. Go to villagemedical.com and become a patient today.
At Jersey Mike's, watching them freshly slice the meat and cheese for my sub is a sight to behold. The layers of ham, salami, and pepperoni are even more glorious than the pink and orange layers of a sunrise. Yeah, the sun's pretty and all that, but in about 7 billion years, it's going to explode, obliterating the Earth and every living thing on it. And if there's no sun, there's no subs. Meanwhile, the only thing a sub ever obliterated was my hunger. Freshly sliced right in front of you. It's a Jersey Mike's thing, a sub above.
Eating good is about more than just tasty food. Eating good is about doing good, too. And that's exactly what Fresh from Florida is all about. Supporting local Florida farmers, creating jobs in our communities, and of course, making sure you can enjoy all the fresh flavors Florida has to offer. Because produce tastes better when it's grown closer to home. So eat good tonight. Look for the Sunny Fresh from Florida logo where you shop. Learn more at followfreshfromflorida.com.
When storms hit, we're here for you. With new grid technology that can reroute power to avoid outages, and better communication to keep you in the know. And as we transition to a cleaner energy future, we'll still be here for you, keeping your costs down even as we work to expand renewables and explore new energy sources. We're Duke Energy, and we're building a smarter energy future for you. Paid for by Duke Energy shareholders.
This earful of real radio is brought to you by JustCallMo.com. Injured on the go? JustCallMo.com.
Mills Air, in business since 1992 here in Central Florida. That's over 30 years. They are not going anywhere. Carrier, factory, authorized dealers always turn to the experts. As part of iHeart's Access Day, they'll be offering our listeners a special offer of up to $3,500 on new AC units. And as we head into summer, now is certainly the time to replace your old unit. And with these special discounts, you need to reach out to Mills Air at millsair.com. That's millsair.com. Offer good while supplies last.
If you suffered an injury at a place of business, dial Pound Law. That's all. Morgan & Morgan.
Portions of the following program were pre-recorded.
Broadcasting live from the injury law firm of Kaufman and Lind Studios. Why Kaufman and Lind? Find out at whenyouneedus.com or dial pound 546 on your cell phone. This is WTKS FM HD1 Cocoa Beach, Orlando. Listen on your free iHeartRadio app for all your music, radio, and podcasts. You're listening to The Jim Colbert Show.
Merkin. Merkin Sisters is live at the Orlando Fringe. It is probably the fringiest show in the Orlando Fringe Festival. And we can't wait to take a bite out of you.
God damn. Oh, okay.
Mm.
All right.
Nice.
Anybody got any underwear tomorrow? All right, 407-916-1041.
Sure, you can have my panties.
77031. Welcome back. I am Jim. Deb is here.
Hello.
Jack is as well.
Hello there.
Let's get some Ross thoughts.
Deb's panties is the closest thing Jim will ever get to having a bidet.
Weird. It's funny.
What?
Sometimes.
Because it's in.
Oh, gotcha.
It's Ross. Spelled like sauce.
How do you wear your panties,
It's
man?
Ross Thoughts.
I'm sorry, I was thinking about thongs.
That's good.
Ross Thoughts is brought to you by Persimmon Hollow Brewing, opening up the day with a joke bombing.
It's okay, buddy. Don't
Gotta
worry
love
about
it. No, but this is all one thing that you guys ever make a very small decision and then it absolutely, 2 or 3 months later, you look back on that decision and you go, damn, I should have done that earlier. I had that idea for a while. It took like 2 minutes. And next thing I know, looking back in the rear view, I'm like, oh, what a great decision.
Inevitably, isn't that everything you put off for a while because you're scared of the outcome of what it's going to be? And the next thing you know, like, what the hell?
Yeah. I kind of felt that this morning when I looked at my yard and I was like, oh my God. I go, oh man. And then I did it and I looked at it and I was like, all right, it's beautiful.
That's right. You get a little chest pump.
Yeah. You get a little, those little tiny decisions that if you make them in the now, they can really send you on a different trajectory, months down the road.
I agree.
And there's one, in fact, that's the whole theme of the book that your wife had us read. Of Atomic Habits.
Yeah, Atomic Habits.
That book ripped me, dude.
Yeah.
It hit me hard. I'm trying to make small incremental decisions now that are going to help you as you stick with those habits 2, 3 months, 4 months down the road, and you look back on it and go, man, that wasn't that hard, and now I'm really paying, getting the fruits of that labor.
I will tell you a super stupid one for me is making the bed.
Yeah.
That's a very dumb one, but for some
No,
reason,
it's not.
when you start the day off with an accomplishment as silly as making your bed, and you walk back in your bedroom when you go to get ready for work, you're like, oh, be damned, bed's made. Awesome. Coming home to a nice made bed, great. I get that 100%.
Yeah. Jack,
super small.
Do you have any small decision that you made that you kind of stuck to, Deb? Start brewing one up?
Yeah, the bed one, Jimmy has talked about it. I started implementing that, and I can top it. What's even better is when you don't make the bed, but then you walk back into the room and the bed is made. That even feels better.
No.
Yeah. When someone else does it.
What a douchebag.
Oh, hell
This
yeah.
misogynist douchebag.
Yeah, I'm just saying, when it happens, I didn't say the sex of the person who had to do it. Come on, what's
Yeah, it could have been the dog.
You haven't had a male in your house since 1970, Jack.
Yeah, the dog doesn't even count. Jeter, I think he has dementia. We'll talk about that with Daryl next week. However, the other habit is and I did it today. It's using my bike to get something. If I have to go to the store, I get a backpack and I bang out a 10-mile ride and I get something from the store.
Oh, that's cool.
And it's given me purpose, and it makes me so much more willing to get on the bike and go and get that exercise when I have a purpose to it.
You know, honestly, real quick, I do that same exact thing, except I call it DoorDash.
Yeah.
They're like identical.
And in that example, the decision that's really helping you out is having a goal to physically go to.
Yes.
Or else, I mean, you've been bike riding before when you didn't have that goal.
Yeah, it's easy to just talk yourself out.
But having that helps. That was that moment. Deb, you got one? A small decision that you went ahead, just changed everything for a little bit.
Keep walking like we did when we started in Savannah.
Keep walking like you did.
You guys talk about doing the bike rides and stuff like that. That's one of the best vacations in the world, is one where you just do a lot of walking, and then when you come home, it's like, well, let's just keep doing a lot of walking.
Yeah, I got that. Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Very cool.
Absolutely.
Wait, have you been continuing?
No.
Oh.
But we thought about it.
It's still in the idea stage.
It's in the planning stages.
All right. Okay.
While we sit on the air-conditioned couch, we do think about it.
I like that.
Kind of close.
It's the DoorDash of exercise.
So this was the thing that I kept struggling with.
I want to hear what this is.
I would have, and I strongly suggest
because you
all
said your
of us.
phone.
Yeah, and now I'm sure Androids do it, but we all have iPhones. I know iPhones do it. I have an iPhone. Android users are probably going to laugh and be like, we've had that feature for years.
Walk us through this so we can watch Jimmy lose his S while he tries to figure it out.
By the way, that is the most common response of Android users.
So, I mean, I don't want to we can implement it on the break.
Oh, I'm on Hulu.
You're going to tell me right now.
He's on Hulu right now,
Jim,
Ross.
That's how he gets everything.
I don't think Jim even knows about this even feature. Do you know how to move your apps?
Yeah, you just hold them and then move them with your thumb.
Yeah, and then they start shaking.
You wait till they get scared.
Yeah.
Don't delete me, don't delete me.
Yeah, the apps start pissing their pants for some strange reason.
Very cold.
It gets real earthquakey on it.
Yeah, I like where I like to keep my certain apps in certain places. I like my Instagram app to be a certain place. I want my email app to be at a certain place.
And its TikTok app to be a certain place.
Now it's time to talk about the first thing your phone shows you when you open it up. What is your home screen? What does that look like? Because there's two types of different people real fast. There's people who delete emails, and then there's people like my wife who's chalking around about 35,000 emails.
Oh, wow. She doesn't
and
delete.
you see that red bubble, and it says 35,000. And it
79,000.
79?
See, I have less than 15,000.
Do you guys, oh, God, I can't even look at it. I can't look at that.
Now, is that in the inbox, or is that what?
That's unread.
That's unread. He's got 15,000 unread emails.
I delete mine pretty frequently. Right now, I have like 1,481 of my trash that I should be deleting, but that's all I have.
No, you're fine. If it's in the trash, you're good.
And the junk ones are different.
Yeah. You don't have to delete your trash. Your trash will take itself out.
How many pages do you have? Do you guys have to scroll through?
But if I don't delete those emails, I won't have room to run Hulu.
Nope. That's not how any of this works. That is a streaming thing. It is, God. Ow, I just hit my head.
You're right.
No, man, did you just...
My weather app is in Spanish.
Let me help. I will help you out with all your phone struggles. This is what I was trying to get at. I kept forgetting stuff.
Okay.
This is such a simple thing, and I know some people are going to be like, oh, that's lame. You hyped it up too much. But on iPhones, and this happened a couple of years ago, but you can start adding widgets. Jim, what's a widget?
It's something you don't know what it is. It's like a thing that you can't explain. So you say it's that the widget. That's what it is.
I don't think he's wrong.
I'm
I think he's
I'm
right.
100% right. Like, if I looked at this thing, like, if you threw me this thing, say, what's it? It's a widget. They make them all the time. It's a red widget. There you go, red widget.
So
that's what it is, right?
You are correct in the sense that would work, but widget
also known as a biting fly.
Yeah, widgets now are just like it basically uses it's the same app but a little bit bigger and kind of making use of the app on your home screen. So instead of opening up, let's say, your calendar, it just shows your full calendar on the home screen.
Oh, I see.
Right?
And that is your home screen.
It's part of your home screen.
Oh, I got you. Okay.
You can make that, that app visually look a little bit bigger. If you're trying to do that right now at home, you make your apps all scared, have them piss themselves. You make them shake.
They're shaking.
And then in the top right, I think there's a plus sign, and then you can add widgets. But this is what I'm trying to get people to do, because this was the game changer for me. I go ahead, I see you can add a widget for your reminders. My reminders are actually filled with just weird joke premises or weird quotes that I think a character could be or
is that
should
reminders
be.
or notes? Reminders?
That was reminders.
Okay, gotcha.
And then notes are when they get fully fledged. However, I realize if you go, hey, Siri, not trying to unlock everybody's phone. And then you go, hey, remind me to do this tomorrow at 2 o'clock. And a lot of times it reminds me at 2 o'clock. In one ear, out the other. Don't even pay attention. I got the notification. I blew right by it. But you can have your reminders be set as a widget that is on your home screen. So now it's a constant reminder to get this thing done. Instead of reminding me at 2 o'clock to get it done, I now just see it on my homepage. I cannot ignore it. We're always on our phones. And to have the visual of going, hey, pay that bill. Hey, do this, do that. Make sure your wife gets this. Whatever it is, these small life, minute details.
Pick up a Mother's Day card.
Boom. All of those.
Don't forget the butter.
I've been going, hey, pause. Siri, no one's phone woke up. Remind me to do this, and I have nailed it 100% of the time ever since doing this little reminders widget thing and having what I need to do on that home screen. And I know who the author is. It's me. It's previous me. I don't want to disappoint previous me.
That's an easier way. I do that, but I just send myself emails. That's what I do. Or text. I'll send myself an email so that I know that the email's in my box and I can look at it and say, I've got to do this.
Okay, my computer just recorded this entire segment because I said, hey, pause, Siri.
I've used this before, Ross. I just found out. I went to my reminders and actually there's a reminder in there.
And why didn't you acknowledge it?
Well, because I'm Jim.
Yeah.
And then, do you want to know when it was from? This is how good I am at the reminders.
Don't be late for Holy Takamole 2018.
Worse.
Oh,
wow.
Call Mark, July 26, 2017.
Mark's still waiting for that call.
I hope that wasn't to keep him alive.
And I don't think you would have forgotten about that reminder if it was on your home screen. It has absolutely, really changed stuff.
Yeah, it takes it from the inside section to the newspaper to the front page, top of the fold.
And then you don't even have to type anything in. You just go, hey, whatever her name is, remind me to
Siri.
do this. Boom, it's right there in your home screen.
That's cool as hell.
And the amount of efficiency I've skyrocketed. My reminder, for example, today was mow the yard, make sure to run a 5K. I did some editing. And a lot of times for me in life, I'm sure I'm not alone, it gets overwhelming.
Yeah,
I got to do this. I got to do that. I got to do this. But when it's on a list and you wrote it, 2 days ago.
It's your own honey-do list.
It's your own honey-do list.
It's your homie-do list.
And it has helped me, be a lot more accountable in a lot of aspects that I think I should be all the time. Also, what's my reminder? I'll do this right now. Hey, Siri, remind me to buy Persimmon Hollow Brewing Company beer. Why? Don't ask me, Siri. I already told you. They make great beer. In fact, I will be straight up. They make my favorite beer right now. It keeps getting hotter, and their Blood Orange Wheat, in my opinion, is the best hot day Florida summer beer. It's got to be number one. If it's not number one, it's close to it. Andy and Robbie, the minds behind Persimmon Hollow Beer, they're just passionate about their brew. They're like the William Wallace of, beer. They care. You can really taste how much they're about that life. So visit Persimmon Hollow at any of their 5 locations so you can enjoy passionately crafted beer. Enjoy a Persimmon Hollow beer. Trust me, you'll love it. Drink sensibly, but get weird. And visit them at phbeer.com. Those are your Ross thoughts. I'm so sorry that I unlocked like so many people's phones, but I really do think that this small piece of advice, adding a widget reminder, could be a game changer. Those are your Ross thoughts. I'm out. Peace.
Good job. 407-916-1041. Text us at 77031. Twitter is about to do something, and I have to tell you, people are losing their minds, and it's the most interesting reason why. I'll tell you what that is next. Genuinely interesting.
Coming up tonight on Real Radio at 7, it's a corporate time with Tom and Dan, brought to you by Gringos Locos. For locations, go to gringoslocos.com and securedroofingandrestoration.com. Visit their website for your free estimate today. At 8 p.m., it's Bungalower and the Bus. At 9, we all find out what the hell is Angel listening to tonight on Real Radio 104.1.
Heavy traffic reported on I-4 this afternoon in the Orlando area, both east and westbound through downtown and by the major Disney exits. Still seeing stop-and-go delays northbound on the Turnpike due to an earlier crash reported between the Oakland Exchange exit and Mineola. No problems at this time on the Beach Line or the Greenway. If you see traffic problems, make sure to call the Safe Touch Security Traffic Tip Line at 866-676-8477. From the Traffic Center, I'm Samantha Canning.
This report is sponsored by Fresh from Florida.
Hey shoppers, this is your local farmer letting you know that Florida watermelon is in season right now. Look for the sunny Fresh from Florida logo while you shop. We're going to need a lot more help at checkout.
From the Florida Department of Agriculture.
Hey guys, Jim Colbert here for my friends over at the Filatowski Eye Institute. Everybody knows your eyes are the window to your world, and that's one of the many reasons when my son and my father-in-law came to me and said, hey, do you have any hookups? Do you know anybody that can help us out? Eyesight getting bad and worse by the day, and I did know somebody. Of course, the team over at the Filatowski Eye Institute, recognized leaders in vision correction surgery. I trust them implicitly. I had no problem at all referring both of my family members to these guys, and the reason why is because Dr. Filatowski did exactly what he's been doing for 30-plus years here in Central Florida. Virtually overnight, gave my father-in-law and my son another look at life, crystal clear vision. That very next day, they're back at work. That's what happens with these guys. And the reason why is all that experience, plus they use the latest state-of-the-art LASIK technology. That's why you get fast recovery times. That's why most people go back to work the very next day. But it's not the same work. You can see the way you were finally meant to see, crystal clear vision, and it can happen for you. Just contact the Filatowski Eye Institute. Just text 1041 to the number 868686. Schedule that consultation today. You won't believe how your life is going to be affected afterwards. They even offer 24-month interest-free financing to qualified patients. Again, to schedule your consultation at the Filatowski Eye Institute, just text 1041 to the number 868686. It's the Filatowski Eye Institute. They're the smart choice, the only choice for LASIK vision correction.
This earful of Real Radio is brought to you by Tools Ace Hardware.
At Fifth Third Bank, we give you free checking, never have hidden fees, and help protect your identity.
Oh, really?
Yep. See, our name equals 166.7%. So we put in that much effort.
Well, my name's Jim, so I guess I'm headed to the gym, and I'm gonna put in 166.7% effort too.
Aw, I'm proud of you.
No one's ever been proud of me.
This is banking a Fifth Third better. Fifth Third Bank, National Association member FDIC.
On the podcast That Moment with Damon John, the FUBU founder and star of Shark Tank speaks with business moguls, celebrities, athletes, and more to get their candid reflections on that moment, the event that shaped and redefined their lives.
You gotta have a little gangsters to survive in this business because they will also challenge anything they think won't fight back. Don't play me.
Listen to That Moment with Damon John on the iHeartRadio app or wherever you get your podcasts.
Millions of Floridians do the math, and millions of Floridians choose Amscot Cash Advance because it makes sense. Up to $500 fast with no credit check. Get started at amscot.com. Amscot. Some restrictions apply, subject to approval.
Amscot. Wake up, people. You're optimizing every waking hour of your life, from carpooling kids to work to friends and everything in between. You have to get sleep and a bed that can perform as well as you do. Meet the next generation Sleep Number Smart Bed. It effortlessly adjusts to your shape, position, and movements, learning how you sleep, so you learn to sleep better, night after night. Sleep next level, only from Sleep Number. Save 50% on the Sleep Number Limited Edition Smart Bed, plus special financing. Ends Monday. To learn more, go to sleepnumber.com. See store for details.
Just call Mo. Just call Mo. Just call Mo. Just call Mo. Injured on the go. Just call Mo.
Mo DeWitt, Office, Orlando. Sung by non-attorney spokesperson.
Hello, Floridians. Today's a good day to do great things. Yes! Like scheduling the dentist appointment you've been putting off for 2 years.
Oh, man.
Like finally fixing that creaky door that drives you crazy. Like getting that massage you definitely deserve.
Oh, yeah.
Or taking time to make sure that your air conditioner is ready to beat the heat all summer long. Do something great today, right now, by booking your $159 AC rejuvenation at CoolToday.com.
Call today. Cool today. CoolToday.com.
Join Jim Colbert on The Jim Colbert Show for his Cigar of the Week segment every Friday afternoon at 3:45. You can pick up these featured cigars at all 3 Corona Cigar Company locations, Dr. Phillips, Heathrow, and downtown. Learn more at coronacigar.com.
I'm Martin Hoke, the inventor of Navage Nasal Care, and I love Navage. I've told you about how your nose is the body's air filter, that Navage's powered suction will help flush out allergens, viruses, mucus, and germs, and that Navage will help you breathe better. But what do other people say about Navage? Like Ricardo, quote, "This is one of the greatest inventions ever. I know this may sound like I'm exaggerating, but this sucker is amazing. The first time I did it, I couldn't believe what came out of my sinuses. I could breathe with ease. My wife just bought one too. Thank you for this product," unquote. He's one of over 100,000 online reviews praising Navage, the all-natural solution trusted by over 3 million people to help you breathe better, sleep deeper, snore less, and stay healthier without drugs. Navage is available at Walmart, CVS, Walgreens, Target, Rite Aid, and online. Navage, Navage, clean nose, healthy life.
In St. Augustine, Ponte Vedra, it might feel like there's not enough time to take everything in. Because once you're done exploring 42 miles of pristine coast, marveling at historical architecture, and enjoying world-class food, it'll be time to check out and head home. But that's okay. You can always stay just one more day. Visit FloridasHistoricCoast.com to learn more. It's about time.
Now, new and used cars come with a lifetime warranty. Click OrlandoNissan.com.
You're listening to The Jim Colbert Show.
You are.
Hey, grab a fringe button and rush to the green venue to see a bittersweet comedic play that has received glowing reviews the world over. It's called Chip, the Small Town Mullet. Loosely based on a true story, Chip leaves home for the big city seeking adventure, but is tragically stabbed through the heart with a catfish whisker while bravely skateboarding through the inner city. He does survive by the grace of God and vows to devote his life to sharing his mullet wisdom with a world that surely needs it.
That Chip sounds like quite a heartstring story, doesn't it?
I gotta go to OrlandoFringe.org to see when it's running.
Gotta get those buttons.
What would you do?
Sounds like the story of a legend to me.
Now I'm curious. What would you do?
What?
If I got into Fringe next year and I did a one-man show
based on my life,
and I called it Colbert.
Damn. I mean, I would be. I don't know. Because I doubt you would do anything flattering. It would probably be a slam on me the entire time. I'm sure.
It would be it would definitely have some liberty until the end, where I would end mushy.
Okay. And you can do whatever you want. I'm not coming.
Oh.
Unless you pay me. Then I'm still not coming.
How Deb held it together there, I don't know.
All right, 407-916-1041. Welcome back to the Jim Colbert Show here on Real Radio. I am Jim. Deb is here.
I did not want to get in the way of Jack's.
Jack is here. Scooby's here. And Ross is as well. Twitter is going to make a move, and it is really upsetting some people for the most interesting reason. Now, obviously, Twitter's been in the news here a lot lately since Elon Musk bought it for $44 billion. Yeah, good. I got some stuff he can buy as well. I got a bunch of stuff he can buy if he's paying that.
Yeah, man, he got the short straw on that deal.
They
That
say-
was way over.
$20 billion over. It was worth about $22 billion, I think. He paid $20 billion too much for that. Unbelievable.
And just
paid twice as much.
Just because he was just wiling out one day and tweeted out like, hey.
Nope, that's not the case. So what do you think Twitter's doing that would piss people off? Now, you got to remember, this is a content issue. All right? This is not a corporate mandate issue. This is a content issue. And I'll give each of you one guess because I want to talk about it because it's going to be really hard to figure out. Oh. Jack, what do you think? What do you think Twitter would be doing to piss people off? It's a content issue.
Changing the blue check mark to red.
Okay, that's not the answer.
I think I got a good guess, and I hope this is the case. They are going to ban prank videos.
No, that is a good guess, but that's not it. This actually is a little more personal than that.
Oh, I was going to say that they're not banning hateful rhetoric.
No. Jack, you took a
banning anything that has to do with Elon Musk.
Twitter is about to purge inactive accounts.
Oh, right.
Including people who have died. That's the only connection a lot of people have to those people. People don't want their dead relatives' accounts purged because it's the only thing they have left. Well, some of the only things they have left that are actual personal statements for them. This one guy in this interview, he says, I read my father's Twitter account every day. I go every day and I scroll back and I read it because he wrote it. It was his thought at the time. I can look at the comments and see people that were friends and draw myself back into that situation. And as Twitter's new policy, if you haven't logged into your account, within 30 days, they're going to start purging those accounts.
You got to move on.
Deleting them and moving on. But there are people who are right now. They tried to do this in 2019. And people lost their mind again. Now they're thinking about doing it. One of the reasons he's saying that he's going to do it is he wants to open up all of those possible handles for people who would still want to use them. That sounds silly considering how many possibilities of handles there could be. But
take screenshots.
That's one person did that as well.
Right. It doesn't have to be an in memoriam section for that Twitter handle. It just... make it for a way for them to more easily download the page of the deceased person. But
well, you got to remember, if the person doesn't have the password, like let's say I pass away, right?
Yeah.
And I did not tell my wife my Twitter account password.
You don't know your Twitter account password.
That is not the point. The point is that she doesn't know it, and that's a problem for our company.
You don't need the password to see it. So just... whether it's screenshots...
But to log in and save it from being deleted, you do.
Well, no, you can just take a screenshot of it.
Yeah, you just screenshot it.
Yeah, come on.
They'd be...
That's not what they want to do. Emily Reed lost her younger sister, Jessica, more than 10 years ago, and for much of the last decade, she's visited Jessica's Twitter page to help, quote, keep her memory alive. Twitter became one of the places where Emily processed her grief and reconnected with a sister she describes almost like a twin, but Jessica's account is now gone. Elon Musk announced that Twitter will be purging accounts that have no activity for several years. That's going to be purged down to logging in every 30 days. And it's actually even affecting people who aren't, because one of the things they use in here is a guy, Andrew Tate, that's in jail over in Czech?
Romania.
Romania, yeah. Czech's not even there anymore. But he's there, and he hasn't had access to his account, so his account would be idle.
Nice.
But it would, and that would be a purge situation. But I guess they're going to make special rules for that.
Better solution. Because this is all about how does Elon make back the $44 billion he's invested.
Oh, Jack, don't you dare even say this. I wouldn't say this.
You have an in memoriam section. They move it there. You pay for the service, and then it is saved forever. So if you want to save the page that's no longer active, $5 a month, whatever it is, and then you get to preserve it. Otherwise, take screenshots and move on.
I don't think Twitter does that. I think only Facebook and Instagram have the in memoriam thing. That's the whole thing. I don't believe Twitter has it.
Create it and charge them for it.
Yeah,
that is so awful.
Grieving people will pay, Jimmy.
Oh, Jack. How do I have the bad reputation on this show? I want somebody to tell me how that guy can sit over there and say that, but yet I'm the douchebag of this show.
Why are you so mad right now, Jim?
There you go.
Son of a bitch. But I agree, $29.95 a month. 35 if we hit him hard. VIP for 35. For 35, we'll make him AI voice talk to him.
Yeah, this guy.
We'll do a deep fake.
So Facebook has like a digital graveyard?
Yeah, they basically do. Instagram and Facebook will allow you to put them in memoriam. So when you bring them up, it says in memoriam up top.
And they need to, because this is what I really hate. Because you can look on Facebook, you go to birthdays of my friends. So everyone you're friends with, it shows their birthday, right?
Yeah.
And then you can go through the list because you want to be a good Facebook friend and wish everyone a happy birthday.
You are the best happy birthday Facebooker of all time.
I try to be, but
it's
then,
annoying.
And I'm like, wait a minute, this is going to come back to bite me. And sure enough, I had someone reach out to me, said, yeah, this is the widow of this person.
No, dude.
There you go.
And meanwhile, I'm wishing him a happy birthday because I didn't know him.
Yeah.
We were Facebook friends.
Got you some bourbon, bro.
Yeah.
Look at that.
It says in this modern...
He wished happy birthday to a dead dude.
There should be some warning is what I'm saying.
In this modern age, we have these electronic reminders of people, little snippets of thought they had on a particular day or pictures they shared. Said Shira Gabriel. She's the professor of psychology at the University of Buffalo. She says looking through a late loved one's social media can be both a healthy way to process grief and gather as a community in remembrance. Says there's a real psychological cost of getting rid of this digital thumbprint that was left behind and this ability for a community member to grab and gather in one spot. Can bring a sense of mourning again. I have to tell you, I'm a little sympathetic to this. And I kind of tell you, I don't know why, because usually that part of my body doesn't get tickled a bunch. But
wait, ask that question again about why you're the.
Oh yeah, sorry. But yeah, I kind of get this. Like I kind of understand. Like my mom didn't have none of my relatives that have passed recently were social media people. But if so, like I kept all my mom's voicemails. If you look at my phone, the only voicemails I save are my mother.
It just seems...
And can I tell you, they don't say anything. Her voice is so bad and gravelly, really, it isn't even a real fair representation of who she is or what it sounded like, but it's the only thing I have left.
I think there is a legitimate compromise here where they don't have to delete this information and make it inaccessible, but they can clear the account if it's about making these usernames available again. Do that, but legit make it an in memoriam where they're not using that handle anymore, right?
Right.
Just there should just be a different way to search.
Just say their full name and then get rid of the Twitter handle and put that back in the cycle.
Or even if it's they change the color, they make it an in memoriam quote section, digital section. So if you search it, you can't tag them like you would, because someone else might have that Twitter handle, but you can still search it in a different place where you can still see the information.
Right.
It's not a space issue. They got plenty of storage space
Don't tell them what they
to
have,
be
dude.
able to hold them. They do. 44 billion buys a lot.
And the most Twitter thing that ever happened here is when contacted by the Associated Press for comment, Twitter responded with an automated email. Thanks for your email, it says. Here at Twitter, we're really concerned with your experience.
Yeah.
They didn't say any of that.
Have you guys ever been to like a dead person's Facebook?
Yeah.
It's weird.
Can I
It's
tell you-
haunting.
How about this? I was on one this morning.
Okay.
Did you know the person was dead?
I did not.
See?
Oh my God.
Don't you want to know?
Okay, so, and it's a crazy thing. It just happened 2 days ago.
Yeah.
It
Hey,
just
Bill, hope
happened.
to see you soon.
No, I didn't. I mean, it was just I was rolling through and saw a person I know put up a cross from a kid that I'd met a couple of times that was in a tragic accident, but that just happened. I mean, and, again, that's one of the ways with Facebook and Instagram and Twitter. I mean, Twitter maybe not so much because it's more of a direct comment thing, but Facebook for sure would be a way to let people know that somebody has passed. I mean, I've had friends up in P-Town that have been passed, and I find out through friends and family, and I'm able to go to their Facebook page and kind of read all the comments that people I grew up with left, and I'm able to leave my comment and pass on my thanks. And
that's always
I mean,
nice.
I think that's awesome. I mean, if they take that down, I wouldn't be able to do that. I would have no sense of that,
Right. But Facebook, again, a different beast where
It is, yes.
you're able to leave your messages and comments and thoughts. but there should be some definite way of letting everyone know, hey, this person passed, so don't make an awkward comment.
It's like a push notification.
No, not a push. Come on. But I agree with Jack. Maybe a background or something.
Yeah.
That lets you know.
Dirt.
Or huh?
Dirt.
Oh, come on, dude.
Be respectful.
You got to be respectful, buddy.
Ross Padgett.
We were just
shame
talking
on
about
you.
making money off of it.
No. We were joking. You're serious. That's the problem.
I'm not.
You
I
don't
can see it
even
in
know
your
where the
face.
line is. Come on, buddy.
It says over time, the images and memories of someone who's passed away can slowly change your mind, like a fading photograph. Having online resources, she added, can keep a person's memory alive in a way that your own personal memory can't. And that's, I got to tell you, I think everything they're saying has value. I really do. I think there is a true value in these accounts staying open so that people who are grieving can go back and do it. Maybe there's a time limit or something, and they give people time to either download the information or take your screenshots, or maybe they can offer a service where you can log into Twitter and a certain thing and download all the person's accounts, like photographs or comments, and have that for your own. Then they can knock it out.
And I bet you that one reason why people, are really invested, that guy who's obviously very passionate about having his father Twitter still active, is because nothing's changed. His Twitter, his deceased.
It's a representative of how he was at that point.
That's an alive person's Twitter.
You're right.
Yeah.
Buddy.
There's no difference.
You're right. You're 100% right.
So it's this weird, that's got to pull on a different part of your brain, knowing that I know he's passed, but he had this when he was alive, and it still is untouched.
And I got to tell you something else too. And it's something that you just said a couple weeks ago when you suggested journaling for What'd You Do That's New, right? So this is kind of an electronic journal.
Yeah.
Whereas I grew up with people who would never journal or never write a letter, but they would post on Facebook that they killed the best deer of the season that year, or they caught a big fish, or they met the woman of their life or the man of their life, and you can see those things.
Here's the deal, though.
God
You
damn.
have a family member who dies in their home.
This guy is the
They
worst.
live with you. Or is their room now preserved forever? You're not going to
Now,
repurpose
Jack,
that in Airbnb?
Jack, now you know good and well. Oh God, Jack, you know good and well that happens. That people maintain. I had a friend in high school whose daughter. Let's stop.
Kids, I understand.
When I first moved to Orlando,
Yeah.
one of the guys I met that I've known forever, a good friend of mine, his sister was killed in a car accident, like literally 6 or 7 months after we met. And as far as I know 5 years afterwards, his mother did not change the room in their house. Now, they don't live in that same house anymore, but I don't believe they changed that room ever. I think that room, when you open that door,
That is so common.
It was like the day she died. Like that's what it looked like the day she died. And that's why she wants it. From what I understand, is how I remember it, is she would open the door and just look into the room, and she would be able to transport herself back to that time where she could see her daughter in that room, maybe on the phone with a friend or getting ready for a date that night. And that's what she wants to remember. And that room triggers that memory for her.
Yeah, one of Bundy's victims, her mother did the same thing out in Washington State. The mom passed, I think, just in the last 2 or 3 years. And up until her passing, her daughter's room was kept the exact same way since the 1970s.
Pretty common, I think.
It's very common.
I mean, it's even I hate to say it, it's even a cliche in movies.
Yeah, you're right, it is.
Yeah.
So here's something on the opposite side of that. In my contacts and on my phone, I never delete
I don't either.
people who died.
I had a good friend that worked in the industry, and I still have his name.
I now
and
have
number.
647 dead friends in my contacts.
Do you really?
No way.
That's so terrible.
God,
I'm trying to think if
650. I mean,
I got to
come
tell
on.
you, buddy. I think
He's from Jersey. He used
Listen.
to work at an Italian place. He bought Coke and knocked the lights out. I mean, I don't know.
I think I went through my phone and did the same thing
You know what I'm
about
saying?
about 6 months ago. I think I was just kind of in my phone. I
Yeah,
was like,
and you scroll,
and I-
it's like, oh
and I'm
yeah.
like, that person's gone. Let's get rid of. And I didn't say get rid of them. I mean, my God.
Let's
Yeah, you
get rid of their contact.
But I just I'm not going to need this anymore.
See, you don't need it, but it's
Oh, my
nice
God.
every once in a while when you see the number. You just came across one, right?
Yeah, my Uncle Bobby.
Yeah. Oh.
Take it back, Jack.
Wait, I said I keep them.
You take it,
Jack.
I keep them.
You
I'm not
don't-
saying
you-
delete it.
you
You're the
just-
one.
No, Jack, you're the monster here. You went ahead. You've been saying a lot of.
Listen.
The whole dirt cover photo thing.
That was you, Ross, by the
Oh,
way.
yeah, sure,
We
yeah.
we have tape. I think Uncle Bobby's Twitter page should be deleted,
doesn't
but I
have-
believe his contact should remain in your phone forever.
He didn't have one.
See?
What he has is a bunch of Davey Allison T-shirts. And that's not Twitter.
Is it even close?
No. And they're all mediums.
Damn it.
407-916-1041. Text us at 77031. Load them up. Let's do last call and get the hell out of Dodge. We have 4 lines open right now. Again, that's 407-916-1041. Let's get out of here on a good note and have a good weekend. We'll do that next.
Real radio is the news junkie.
I'm down to share my body with science, and you could play around with my body after I die, poke me with a stick or whatever. I don't mind.
Ooh, I just heard from science. They said no go, dog.
It's a no from science?
The news junkie. Weekdays at 11 on Real Radio 104.1.
This weather report is brought to you by Mills Air.
I'm Fox 35 Storm Team meteorologist Brooks Garner with your Fox 35 Central Florida forecast. You know what? For all intents and purposes, welcome to the rainy season. Each day we're going to have morning sunshine. Each afternoon and evening, a chance for storms. It'll be like this for the next 7 days. Overnight, storms ending early, the low 72. Tomorrow, 91, a 40% chance for rain. Sunday, also a 40% chance for rain, but for Monday and Tuesday, rain chances going up to 60 and 70%. A lot of rain lay ahead. For the Fox 35 Storm Team, I'm meteorologist Brooks Garner.
This report is sponsored by Marco's Pizza. Cravings are satisfied and pizza prayers are answered with Marco's new Magnifico pizzas, loaded with Old World sausage and pepperoni. Try all 3 Magnifico pizzas at marcos.com. Available for a limited time. Marco's, pizza lovers get it.
Man, oh man, it is finally time to upgrade that bathroom in your house. Maybe that master bath, maybe your guest bathroom. Either way, Rebath of Mid-Florida can help you do that for sure. Get you some incredible products, including natural stone, travertine, and marble. All those beautiful colors you love. Not to mention this. I don't say this enough. These are groutless bathrooms, by the way. No grout lines. In other words, no scrubbing those lines, getting that mold out of there. But they are tough and versatile and beautiful, and they install them so quickly, and it looks so amazing. And really, if you go to the website, rebathmidfla.com, you can actually see the before and afters that the services they provide for people in Orlando. Really amazing, transforming people's homes into that spa-like environment you want to begin or end every single day of your life right there. And the cool thing about Rebath, that all happens in just 4 to 6 days. They do it with their employees, no subcontractors. That's a big deal. That means you'd see the same crew every day until your job is done, and they give you a lifetime guarantee on the products and the install. And the reason they do that is because these products are crazy good, and they're very tough, and they're gorgeous. They even have a design team to work with you and your ideas, their ideas, and next thing you know, you have a bathroom that you love. And yes, it will be trendy. They can do all the things you see on TV and in the magazines. Just hop online and look at the before and afters and book your appointment. It's Rebath, midfla.com.
The internet can be an all-you-can-eat buffet for identity thieves.
So full.
Too many maiden names.
And social security numbers.
Where'd you find those?
By the password bar. Can't miss them.
LifeLock alerts you to identity threats you could miss by monitoring your credit and bank statements. If your identity is stolen, a dedicated U.S.-based restoration specialist will work to fix it. No one can prevent all identity theft, but everyone can save up to 25% off their first year with promo code NEWS. Go to LifeLock.com.
Come rock out at Orlando's only rock and roll cocktail party. Velvet Sessions at Hard Rock Hotel at Universal Orlando welcomes Eric Martin, former lead singer of Mr. Big, performing Friday, May 19th. Tickets include free specialty cocktails, finger foods, and more. Tickets are $55. Upgrade to a VIP ticket for $95. This is a 21 and older event. Visit velvetsessions.com now for more information and to get your tickets before they're gone.
If you're the victim of a car crash, never rush to settle with the insurance company, and never settle for just any attorney. Demand Anajar and Levine. Focus on getting better and let us take care of everything else. Our experienced team will get you the maximum compensation you deserve. Call me, Mark Anajar, at 1-800-747-FREE. That's 1-800-747-3733 for a free consultation. And take back control of your life.
In Office Orlando.
Welcome back. Dave and Herb here, and we're talking fresh.
Fresh from Florida, that is. Dave, tell our listeners about the produce that's in season.
There's tomatoes, broccoli, watermelon, freppers, spinach.
Wait, hold it. You're just putting fra in front of produce.
Yeah, as in fresh from Florida.
Produce tastes better when it's grown closer to home. You don't need to make up words.
Really?
Ugh, friends, visit followfreshfromflorida.com to see what's in season.
Don't you mean .from?
Ugh, really?
Franchise Business Analyst for Accounting Corporate Services Incorporated. Conduct market analysis and obtain analytics related to our client's business and their projects. Job site 13550 Village Park Drive, Unit 235, Orlando, Florida 34744. Requires bachelor's degree or foreign equivalent in computer science, economics, business administration, or related field, and 5+ years of experience in a franchise business analyst role. Experience utilizing advanced analytical skills, including a thorough understanding of how to interpret business needs and translate them into analytical and reporting requirements. Send resume to Andrina Penelver, 13550 Village Park Drive, Unit 235, Orlando, Florida 34744. Again, Franchise Business Analyst for Accounting Corporate Services Incorporated. Send resume to Andrina Penelver, 13550 Village Park Drive, Unit 235, Orlando, Florida 34744.
Hear new music first on your free iHeartRadio app.
Hey, y'all, this is Måneskin.
Hey, what's up? This is Fall Out Boy.
What's up? This is Mark Hoppus from Blink-182.
It's iHeartRadio. The free iHeartRadio app is where the biggest stars in the world connect with you. Download it today.
Sponsored by Life Imaging FLA. Now open. Call pound 250 keyword free heart scan.
You're listening to The Jim Colbert Show, also available to watch at The Jim Colbert Show on YouTube.
All right, welcome back to the Jim Colbert Show, Real Radio 104.1, 407-916-1041. We do have two lines open for last call if you want to grab one of those, 407-916-1041. Again, that's 407-916-1041. Two lines open for last call. Grab one. We'll do that here in just a few minutes. Welcome back. I'm Jim. Deb, Jack, and Ross are here as well. I did have a a text earlier I wanted to kind of comment on because somebody had mentioned this yesterday as well. They've noticed a change in the rejoin music.
Yeah.
That we're not joining with songs or music that you recognize. There's a reason for that. I'll explain quickly. That way you can kind of get me on it. But so when we podcast the show, we broadcast the show every day. We podcast it. There are copyright laws. So when we use the rejoin music from popular artists, that's copyrighted. That's their art. That's their work. They get paid for that. The station pays a certain amount for these artists to be able to play their songs, but only on the radio. when we record the show,
right,
and when we come back, you'll hear parts of that song in the podcast. That's where the big no-no is. And as of right now, we're still trying to figure out a system where we can use that popular music that you guys know to get you fired up for that next segment because it works for us as well.
Yeah, we love it. We miss it too.
we miss it too. But right now, we're using what we call production music, which is music built for rejoins and for music that goes behind commercials and stuff. We have a giant catalog of that, and we're using that now until we can figure out another system to use the popular songs that you love so much.
And people will point out, well, what about the monsters? What about the news junkie? The three of us, we actually all record our shows in a different way, and so we are adjusting how we do that to create the podcast. Right. So someone is not here, an extra hour or two a night just trimming off music from the podcast.
And they would have to do that every single night for every show that we do.
Yeah.
And we're trying to figure out a system, like Jack said, so that we don't have to really do that. We can still put the podcast out and still have that popular music. I still don't think it's that bad. It's still okay, but I do like hearing the songs that I recognize when I come back.
There is a technical solution, but now we just have to get the engineers on board.
Yeah, that's it. So we'll maybe be back to doing that in a couple weeks. But I appreciate you paying attention. That means that you guys are listening to the show intently, which I love.
I kind of, honestly, at times I really like these songs because they bring me back to a simpler time of finding beats on YouTube.
That's it, right.
Smoking a blunt and trying to freestyle over it.
And it's also when we play our talkbacks, it's actually easier because there is enough bed for your talkbacks, which are way too long anyway.
Yeah. All right, 407-916-1041. One line open for last call, just one left, so you want to grab that one.
He didn't mean that.
I was kidding.
Yeah, okay.
I love talkbacks.
We have one line open for last call. Again, it's 407-916-1041. We'll get to you guys right after this. Deb?
Yeah?
Who do we have to thank today?
Well, we want to thank Corona Cigar Company, We want to thank restaurant critic Fayez Kara, the Orlando Weekly.
Right, you can read his stuff at OrlandoWeekly.com to find out what he suggested in his review this week of Norman's.
Candace Rich with her rich tips. And speaking of Candace, we'd like to thank her along with Sam Bowen for running our YouTube chat. Saw you out chatting. Someone said we never, ever pay attention to the chat. Except once, maybe every 5 years.
Yeah, I've got to do that
Wait,
more.
who said that?
Oh, it doesn't
I'm
matter.
not going to call her out.
I referred to them today.
I know.
I know, but I got to get in there and start chatting more. I did it a couple weeks ago. I just forget because there's so many other things to do. I got to do the texting service as well.
I come up as Carlo, so.
Oh, do you really?
All you have to do is just set that little reminder
Okay,
widget.
407-916.
He's right.
Get your widget, Jimmy. Get your widget.
Jack, do we have a question today?
We do. It was, how much did your homeowner's insurance increase?
Oh, yeah, I got that. $3,000 for me.
We provided a choice. It was either under 20%, 20 to 50%, over 50%, or no increase. Where do you think majority fell?
20 to 50%.
And that is the majority in all three of our platforms, social platforms. The most popular was 20 to 50%. And then it ranged, with the other ones, with the smallest one in all three polls, whether it's Facebook, Twitter, or YouTube, is the no increase.
Gotta love it.
Yeah, because, that's obviously going to happen. Stand up.
You know what? I'm gonna do it again. Go to the Fringe this weekend. If you are in a relationship, you're 6 months in. This is the best date night possibility on this festival.
Yeah, it's a good time. OrlandoFringe.org for all the show information, show times. Do you have any suggestions, by the way?
Field Zoology 101 will. And if it doesn't win Best Comedy at this fest, I'll be shocked. I think that show is Deb, get ready.
A juggernaut,
Go see that show and laugh. It's just a guy talking about animals.
Yeah.
But like in all things entertainment, it's all about the execution, and this guy nails it.
Right, and then we had another comedy show call and promote today, and I heard it's also a banger, too. So, there's a lot of good entertainment out there, OrlandoFringe.org.
And don't show up on that last weekend because those shows are going to get sold out. It's going to get crazy.
Yeah.
Go this weekend.
Very good. All right, you guys ready?
Yes.
Here we go. Lieutenant Seymour, last call.
Hey, Jim. Lieutenant Seymour of the Florida Highway Patrol. I would like you to use cherry chapstick next time.
Oh, you son of a...
I've got some in my pocket.
Your boyfriend didn't like the taste, huh?
Oh!
Mark, last call.
It hurts to know that you had a reminder in your phone to call me from 2017, and you passed by my name when you're Swedish death cleaning your phone. Still no call, buddy.
Oh.
Sorry, buddy. Hey, I hate to do that to people. I apologize. Kim, last call.
Hey, guys. I'm trying to make this short and sweet, but the journal bit the other day that Ross brought up was awesome. Wanted to say, hope you're keeping up with it. And Jim, I hope that, your daughter's birthday was wonderful. I'm going through the empty nest thing, too. Deb, the one about your spot brought me to tears. And Jack, I hope you're doing okay with everything you have going on.
Thank you.
Oh,
wow, how
cool.
sweet.
Thank
I a
you.
little weekly wrap-up. You can do that every week, Kim. I'd be happy about that.
I like that.
Stacy, last call.
Hello, guys.
Hello.
Stacy. I wanted to ask you, why do stars have a hard time steering?
I don't know. Why do stars have a hard time steering?
Because they're always blinking.
She's become one of my favorites because she can barely get through
I know.
all of her
she
jokes.
cracks
That's
herself up.
like a kindergarten teacher.
I know, exactly.
I love it. Mike Larson, take us home. Last call.
This is Mike, chili serving, sod throwing buzzer Larson here. I told my wife that her underwear is too tight and too revealing. You know what she said, Jim?
What's that, buddy?
She told me to wear my own then.
Oh, my God. Thanks, buddy. We appreciate that. Good job, Mike. Good week.
Where's his buzzer?
Lots of good content
Oh,
from
yeah,
Mike.
yeah. He wants his buzzer.
All right, everybody out there, have a great weekend for sure. On behalf of Deb, Jack, and Ross, I am Jim. We follow the News Junkie. They follow the Monsters the morning after us. It's Tom and Dan with a corporate time. Mungalore and the Bus. What the hell is Angel listening to? Sunday morning, it's the legend, Joseph Martins, with Sunday morning coming down and Real Music Weekends all weekend long. We'll see you at 3 on Monday for more of the Jim Colbert Show. Until then, have yourself a wonderful weekend.
Bye.
I do ginger brandy.
A Corporate Time with Tom and Dan is coming up next on Real Radio 104.1.
From the Goldsmith Jewelry Shop Traffic Center. Lowest prices on the highest quality jewelry. GoldsmithJewelry.com.
Delays continue on I-4 as you take the interstate east and westbound between the Greenway and Osceola Polk Line Road and between US 2070 and the 429. Delays continue due to a crash northbound on the Turnpike blocking the left lane between the Oakland Exchange exit and Mineola. A crash blocks 3 lanes westbound on University Boulevard at the Greenway. If you see other traffic problems, call the Safe Touch Security Traffic Tip Line at 866-676-8477. From the Traffic Center, I'm Samantha Canning.
This report is sponsored by ePass, the portable Uni by ePass, now available in black. A toll pass that blends into your windshield, finally. And Uni works on toll roads in 19 states. The portable Uni by ePass. Get yours today on Amazon or at gowithuni.com.
If there's anything better than getting a few of your favorite things from McDonald's, it's getting a few of your favorite things from McDonald's for less in the McDonald's app. Delicious. Order in the McDonald's app today. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba.
Use mobile order and pay on the McD app and get 30% off any purchase of $5 or more, like a steak, egg, and cheese bagel meal. A participating McDonald's, valid once a day through 12/31/23, excludes tax, must opt into rewards.